The following is a fan-based parody. The voices in this video were created by AI tools and do not represent the real-life figures of said voices. Opinions and topics discussed by the characters in question are written purely as satire and do not reflect their real-life counterparts' opinions or the writer's opinion on the matter. The purpose of this video is purely for entertainment. Thanks to all channel members and donators. Your support makes these videos possible. Hello everybody. Welcome to a very special playthrough of Pokemon Infinite Fusion. Today I have with me my two great friends, Donald Trump and Joe Biden. What's up, boys?
Good evening, boyos. What's good with it?
Yoey, coming back from the dead, it's your boy, Joey McFroey.
We are going to be attempting a standard randomized Nuzlocke of this game. The first Pokemon of each route or new area can be attempted to be caught. If a Pokemon faints, it dies permanently, and we must nickname all of the creatures we catch on our journey. Items are randomized in shops and the overworld, and enemy trainers also use random teams. Move sets and stats aren't changed, as this game already utilizes them in a unique way, which we will soon find out.
Finally, we can only use fused Pokemon throughout our adventure. We can disassemble and create new amalgamations. But if a Pokemon dies, we lose both monsters that are a part of that fusion.
Unless we wipe out against a Daddy Swalot, otherwise it's a dub using the alternate win condition.
Joe, stop that now. Come on, man. Let's change our settings and make a save file here.
There it is. The one and only Bush feature in this whole series, and this time it's deleting his quote, "Bushy whooshy save file playing" as the girl protagonist. Off to a magnificent magnitude 10 start, I see.
Calm down, Donnie. I had Bush test the game to make sure it ran properly, so all three of us could go into it blindly. Battle style is on set because we ain't no purr ugly pussies, and what border would you guys like?
It's still hashtag free blocky on these Twittery skies, Barack.
Ooh, the Altaria one still got me feeling all bubbly and despicable inside.
Okay, because of that comment and the fact we used your suggestion last playthrough, Joe, I'm gonna side with Donald on this one. The game also has a handy option for level caps, which we are going to use so we can't overpower the opponent with just our level difference.
Sounds good to me. What a handy-dandy feature indeedy.
I'm getting bored, fellas, no offense. This game's customization features mid as hell. They're putting me to sleep here.
Wow, shocker.
All right, what age do we want our character to be?
Oh, never mind. Game of the freaking year. Goddamn. Put that shit into the negative digits, baby.
All right, I'm just gonna leave it at 13. I'm not even sure why it's an option here, honestly. I'll call us USA again since this is GP6's official Season 2 on the channel.
We finished the application form, so let's submit this sucker and begin our adventure.
Yippity, let the journey begin.
Oh, fantastic. Which one of you idiots turned off ad blocker, huh? 3 minutes into a YouTube video, and now I gotta hear about a crappy 94% discounted VPN.
No, Joseph, the game is showing us the DNA splicers, a powerful tool used to fuse and defuse two Pokemon of your choice.
Wowzer Mac Bowser. We should get one to use on you, Barack, so we can separate that shitty skill issue side from your busted elite Pokemon Brainiac side.
Or on yourself to separate all that fat from my friend, Donald.
God, it is so good to be Barack with you two. What have you guys been up to so far in 2024?
Well, I've gotten back into slinging that crystal like it's 2001, baby. This dude CJ and I have been skydropping cocaine on the regular now, usually every Thursday at noon. We record the whole thing and put it on his channel. You should check it out. I think you two would be very compatible with him.
Hey, yo, pause.
It's a no-pause zone this time around, fellas. I've actually gone and picked up a new hobby of collecting clovers. Wandering through the moo-moo meadows of the U.S. countryside makes you realize it's beautiful and yet horrifying wildlife. Pretty sure I saw this shit smearing bear drag its literal ass down a spiraling mountainside. Once I locked eyes with it, I tried running away more than a mastiff holding a smoke ball.
Real quick, any of you got a name for our rival?
If we are the U.S., call him the world. This is our journey to show why we are the most powerful nation on the planet.
OMG, Vape Nation mentioned. Rise up, we in this.
How many gangs are you a part of now, Joe? Anywho, anything else you two have been getting up to?
Actually, I started playing this game called Pal World. I think it's a Digimon ripoff. Can you believe that? Regardless, the gameplay is best in the biz, but the monsters are uglier than Donald's kids.
Your daughter literally looks like a freaking fish. Whisk Ashley, Rick Astley, rolling looking bitch.
You're only hating because she rejected you on Valentine's Day. I don't want to hear it, you Shieldbert looking ass. Back to my story. Theoretically, if we ever rank these pals, I want you to know I wouldn't go near any of them or even imagine doing something sinister with them, especially the chicken.
Oh, thank God he won't be getting choked today. The Delmai's dementia is coming back already. You love to see it.
All right, it's starter time.
What the fuck am I looking at? That's not Squirtle.
Hey, it's got Barack in the name.
Horrifying, no doubt, but at least it's not cursed.
I don't feel safe. Tell me it's a bad dream, please.
Don't piss your pants sage on this last one, Joe.
It's the god duck. Oh, the prophecies foretold of this legend. We must select the mighty strong wucky, cucky almighty ducky.
So we have a fusion of Ambipom and Spinarak, another of Gengar and Maril, and finally, is it Golurk and Gold Duck?
You must pick the god duck. We shall never fail with the god duck. Yart, yart.
Jiminy Cricket on a keister bun. Joe, I picked him okay. I'll name him God Duck in your stupid punctuation, but you owe me a nickname when you're playing. Also, never make that sound again.
It's Golem, Barack. You can tell by the rocky textures, which is like his outer shell. Having a rock water or groundwater type should be pretty good coverage, I think.
Have you two been studying this game? Because I'm completely lost on what you're both talking about.
What are you confused about, Joe? I don't know about Donald, but I only know the concept behind this game. I don't have a clue about anything beyond that.
I'm in the same boat. I only know about the game's gimmick, but not much else. Are you realizing the same thing I am, Barack?
God damn it. Because of the combination of moves we have, we actually cannot hurt ghost types at all. Thank God this battle doesn't count since we don't have Pokeballs yet. That would have ended the run faster than Donald attempting a real-life run.
I could still speed blitz you two like an electrode. You erect chodes.
And now he's gone back to his racist days by pronouncing Pokemon names like a Chinese guy. I don't know which L is bigger right now, the one on the screen or Donald's entire life up until this point.
Savor this moment, everybody, because we won't be losing our team ever again.
Wallace isn't in this game, is he?
To my knowledge, he shouldn't be, Joe. There's no need to worry. He won't be annihilating us like an ape this time around.
Thank God, because that was embarrassing when you lost your whole team to him last run, Donald. I feel secure now.
It's okay to feel like that, Joe. You didn't actually play too badly in that fight. It's just hold the fucking froky noseballs. I didn't lose against him. You did! You gray ninja tongue gagger.
Please stop shouting at me. Not you too, Barack. I'm sorry for enslaving your entire race back in the day. It was just a funny ha-ha kind of moment. Forgive me.
Wait, Joe, I'm putting aside your froggy fetish for now. Barack, are you okay? All right, never mind. He's all good.
I didn't think the slave trend would catch on. Sorry. Gomenasai Barack.
God, I'm so sorry, boys. I don't know what demon took over me there, but I'm back and we should be good to go again.
I know I'm a bit behind on the mainline series games, but when exactly did this one come out? Or is this always how red and blue looked? And why are the Pokemans all kinds of messed up?
You cannot be serious, Sleepy Joe. This is Infinite Fusion, a fan game created by a whole load of dedicated artists and talented bunch where the main gimmick is being able to fuse any two Pokemon together. Have you not been paying attention up until now? You even commented on Golem and Gold Duck combining into the God Duck.
I just thought that's how the God Duck always looked. Who is this Gold Duck fella you're referring to?
How can your nature always be naive, you looper of a whooper?
Look on the screen right now, Joe. Don't you see the Frostlass and Blaziken merged together into one being? Isn't that strange to you?
I agree, Barack. This Blaziken does have a nice frosty ass. I'm a lick it later.
She kind of bad, though. Is that Frost?
I'm just trying to figure out why this hacker decided to teach it Powder Snow. Why can't they just play the game normally like the rest of us?
Joe, you don't understand. They're regular NPCs.
You know what? If his headcanon is that they're all hackers, let it be Barack. Whatever way he wants to interpret the game doesn't matter to us in the end. Let him off the hook. What do you say?
Oh, sweet. Thanks for your forgiveness, Father Baraki Waki. Show this Super Saiyan 3 Mr. Popo looking ass who's boss.
You're sounding extra normal today, Obama. I'm going to start calling you Blissy at this rate.
Ain't nothing better than a thick, creamy, Caucasian Blissy at the weekend. You don't tick all those boxes quite yet, Barack. But one day...
You G-Max assholes. I'm clearly going through something right now.
And so is God Duck. Confusion, or as Joe calls it, puberty.
Is the God Duck gay? Huge dub if true.
We got to go collect Grandpappy's package. Then we can finally start our journey with Pokeballs in hand. I wonder if my manipulation skills have gotten rusty.
You're a woman?
I'm not surprised you're the one taking the professor's parcel, Barack. Seems like a field you'd have some experience in.
We've been through this, Donald. He has lots of experience in fields. He literally works for Farmer Wilkins on the daily.
I'm not too sure about that one, Joe. It's hard to say I work for a guy who I slammed down the guillotine called Kingler on last week.
You did? 07's for the last real slave owner. Damn it.
Finally, let's get this show on the road. Grasp Oak's balls with mighty force as our Nuzlocke adventure officially begins.
I know I can only speak Braille fluently, but I'm pretty sure balls don't go into the berries pocket portion of our bag. Is there a new Rost ball or something added to this game that we weren't aware of?
Well, this is about as problematic as a Porygon. We cannot even catch anything yet. I guess we got to go to the mart and actually buy our first set of Pokeballs. Bit annoying, but we make do with what we have.
Check the Pokédex real quick to see how many monsters are in this game.
That Frostikin was number 131094. I bet there's at least 220,000 goons in this. And what is this menu? It seems you can change the sprite of your fusion if there are multiple available. Why the hell is that the sickest feature I have possibly ever seen?
I agree, Donald. The customizability goes nutty, apparently. There seems to be a variation of the God Duck Joe. Would you like me to change the sprite to this?
That's his stupid older brother, Kevin. Don't switch to that loser.
There's actually lore to this thing? God has a brother?
Oh, sweet. My Jirachi plush has finally arrived in game.
Wait a second. That's not a marketable plush. Did you just get handed a Ludicolo X Latios fusion? Ain't no way!
Call him DoorDash or Taco Bell.
You owe me enough nicknames as it is, Joe Cephalon. Don't be so culturally inappropriate. I'm gonna call him Fly Amigo because I bet he's a really cool dude to hang out with.
Guys, what the F? And they call me the raggedy racist. Let's check out his stats. He should be decently strong. It's a he. Waluigi.
So we pulled two legendaries at once? The power scaling since Sapphire has gotten out of control, I see. Why are they giving us this much firepower so early? Stay cautious, boys, this is a sign!
It's called Luck Obama. Stop your Wimpod whining. How do stats work when Pokemon are combined, or have sex, or whatever this gimmick is?
Ah, yes. Pokemon sex, that's what we are playing, Sleepy Joe.
That, I'm not too sure of, Joe. As I said, all of us are playing through this blind. If I had to guess, I'm sure it's got something to do with which Pokemon you fuse first. Or maybe it's based on the average of your stats combined and halved. I don't really know. We will figure it out soon enough.
Hey, look, the Jold Amber. We can use that to revive the Aerodactyl asshole who's in this very Discord call.
I would say Barack is more so built like a big black Bastiodon, his favorite hub category also. Besides, we aren't allowed to use revives in a Nuzlocke, you idiot.
Hush, Joe. I'm trying to remember which way to go.
So this game is another freaking remaster of Gen 1. I'm all for sucking off Masuda's Ultra Balls until they go red and blue. But isn't this the 8th remake or something?
It's a fan game, Joe. Massive difference. You already know it's going to be much higher quality than anything Gamefreak has ever released.
This game's region is based off of Kanto as much as Donald is based off of a human. There's similarities, but one of these things is not like the other.
Hypno in Japanese literally translates to Barack Kidnapper Obama. Go back to chasing young ones around the Sevi Islands with Jeffrey. You babushka, bouffalant butt muncher.
Rumor has it you were a smooth criminal in the berry forest, Barack.
You don't believe those stories, do you? I was genuinely asking Annie, was she okay? I didn't mean to hit her so hard, I was aiming for her mother.
Excuse me?
You were asking why some of the Pokemon looked strange earlier, Joe. That's because the default fuse sprite is based on an AI fusion generator program. The designs that look proper and higher quality are from community sprite artists who have designed the fusion to be based off of the original combined look or typically a reference to other media in pop culture.
This game is made with AI. Boycott this shit. It's lazy and hurtful to the environment.
As we make our way into the Viridian Forest, I want to talk about how we're going to be handling the comment question for each episode in this series.
I wonder is the bench where I first hit it still around in the forest?
Just get the APOMs to give you tail jobs atop the trees. You're not left with the same guilt as leaving a Pokeho to die in the woods.
Let me write that down. Take it away, Barack.
This season, we will be trying something a little different. This time around, we will be asking 2 comment questions per video, but we want you guys, the viewers, to ask them. This may or may not work. We will trial it for a few episodes. Please be patient with our Empoleon eating editor while he figures it out.
It's simpler than a be-doof, really. All you got to do is leave a Pokemon comment question that you would like the 3 of us to answer in the comment section down below. That's the first question we will be answering. The second will be a question asked by any donators. This will significantly increase the chance of your question being answered, as well as being a great time to acknowledge those who financially support the channel.
Of course, your comment will still be featured on the disclaimer screen, too. So if you want to leave your mark on the series and be forever featured in another 10+ hour feature film, now's your chance. Just don't be that guy who gains a weekly comment streak saying day 844 of wondering what measurements Barack Sandaconda is. Joe and I agree that it's not that impressive.
You've got bigger tits than a Jinx Donald. I don't want to hear it.
Very weird of you to sexualize your sister like that, Barack.
As you know, times are tough, and the price of creating a series like this has dramatically increased because of a few new production hurdles that have popped up. The main cost is the fact that Joe is actually getting paid this time around.
Wait, I am? I thought signing that contract for 3 million Irish Eurodollar monies per episode was a joke.
We wish it was to Mr. Mac Blowy, but alas, here we are. Viewers, if you are so generous as to donate, the best place to do so is on our Buy Me a Coffee page, which can be found in the description of all of GP's videos. Even if you donate $1, you will have just as much of a chance of getting your comment question answered as someone who donates a bajillion or whatever. YouTube donations are appreciated too, but there's a minimum spend and the cut is like almost 50-50, so the Buy Me a Coffee page is definitely the preferred method.
I noticed that the page says socks instead of coffee, boys. Why is that? What's in the socks?
Oh, thank God. That's one joke I'm glad we've dropped since last season. Absolutely nothing, Joey. There's nothing in the socks. They're somehow emptier than the Paldea region.
That's perfect. I can start filling them up with my bubbly purpley cum.
Okay, Joe, I think we've heard enough out of you. Fly Amigo just learned Dragon Dance, which is absurdly broken this early on, and the God Duck is learning Magnitude. I think we can unanimously agree that is better than Tackle.
I thought Magnitude was Donald's signature move.
I think I see where this is going, you root fossil-looking ass, but go on. Why did you think that?
Because every time you step into a room, you end up using it.
Screw you sand-slash sucker.
Guys, pay attention. I'm trying to figure out how level up moves and stats work, but you two are here talking about natural disasters and sucking off a scaly anteater. Just behave, will you?
Oh, I'll behave for you, Barry.
Joe's sussiness aside, you seem to be kicking ass in this place, Barack. Great job, Oomphy.
Thanks, Donnie, but speaking of kicking booty, can I just ask, fellas, we keep it down on the, how do you call it, funky, chunky, butt-sniffing, stunky stuff? I know it creeps some of the viewers out.
No more gay talk? Gotcha, Barack.
No, that's still fair game. I mean, literally talking about shoving things and widening holes that should never be stretched. It just doesn't get me as riled up as it used to.
Understandable, Barack. I won't treat you like Harley from the anime anymore, you cacturn cuddler.
Wait, that's it? No lore-heavy exhibition dump in the first episode? No foreshadowing or insane revelation to keep the theorists guessing what happens every episode? Nothing?
What is there to expand upon, Donald? It's just 3 bros chilling together in a Discord call, playing a pocket monster game. Surely the audience can't expect much more than that.
But there are so many unanswered questions. What about Barack's sus redemption arc, or where we get our future sight powers from? Joe, what about your rematch against Sukuna's son, Magnus Carlsen, to win Joe Mama back? And when will our editor stop posting those Meowscarada feet pics on his OnlyFans?
Are they real? I don't believe you. DM the proof right now.
You know what? Forget it. Back to the game. Some of these fusions are litty like the Gritty Boys. Don't you think?
This Tenabell looks like he would massacre more innocents than the Great Purge, and I'm all for it at this rate.
I hate that I'm the one explaining the rules and game mechanics all the time, but as the game goes on, I believe Pokemon will forcefully evolve, therefore leading to more custom fusion sprites. A lot of first stage and middle stage evolutions don't have fancy dancy pixel art because they're going to evolve anyway. Does that make sense?
Makes about as much sense as Reshiram having more physical attack than Hitmonchan. Apparently these hands are nothing against white supremacy.
Nice to see you've been studying up on your stat comparisons, Joe. I always thought that was your weakest Pokey Jeopardy category.
It's nice to see that they've added some modern-day Pokemon to this game to increase the number of badass combinations. Lycanroc definitely has some sick fusions in this, I bet.
And I bet you're still above 400 pounds, you Magnezone wannabe. That bide was a risky play, but it was worth it. So our Luigi unit learns Gust. So that should help quite a bit.
You beat the first dungeon, Barack. Well done. It took me several weeks to make it through that maze the last time I played Pokemon Blue.
It's a straight shot to the exit, no?
The path through that place is about as straight as my Wobbuffet, after seeing the luscious, wet lips of a female Wobbuffet.
So bent to the left slightly at a 28-degree angle pointing west?
How do you know the exact coordinates of Joe's big, beefy blue punching bag? You know what? Let's make like an Electabuzz and move swiftly along. We've already made it to Pewter City, guys. Let's hope they have Pokeballs.
And if they don't?
Well, then Brock can catch the hands from my Reshiram rice cracker, Joey McRowie.
I've got your back, my Choco Baracco Bar.
I'm a bit sad we won't see the Brock Pewter, ex-Brock Obama, ex-Brock Lesnar hell in a cell match this season.
Special item shop. Let's see, what Pokeballs shall we buy?
Who the hell traded in my chain?
Great, now I'll have to reset the item shop until we get balls.
I see you're heading straight to Victory Road with just Fly Amigo and the God Suck Obama. Mad respect, homie, you got this.
He's obviously going to fight the optional rival Joe so that he can unlock the secret garden area and play the hidden baseball minigame. I'll be the pitcher and throw the enemy a forkball, Barack. Put me in, coach.
What the snom are you talking about, Donnie Dozo? And are you not going to comment on the fact that Joe called the God Duck the God Suck?
What difference does it make?
If I could skydrop your bodies right now, I hope you both know I would. I love you both outside of the game, but all of a sudden when I'm locked in and leaning forward in my serious gamer pose, you two irritate me more than a double team spammer. Speaking of, I've quickly come to realize Mimikyu combined with anything to gain its ability is quite nasty. Imagine a Tail Glow Manaphy or Swords Dance Yanmega with the Disguise sub. That would be so broken. I'm excited at the possibilities. Are you two hoping for any monsters to appear in this run?
Joe just wants a Swalot so he can fuse with it. What he does from there, nobody wants to know.
Since when did you learn Mind Reader Donald?
Wait, before I answer. This guy is saying that if you talk to trainers, they'll often challenge you to a rematch, trade you one of their Pokemon, or give you an item. My God, this game has some amazing additions. I might bust a Meltan when it's my turn.
In terms of Pokemon I want, let me tell you exactly what I don't want first. We already have the best water type in the game with the God Duck. And after our last playthrough, I don't want to see another one again.
Are you the new leader of Team Magma, Joey? You can't really start hating on one of the most common
No
types.
fish, no mammals, no wet furry creatures, whatever the hell Corsola is meant to be, nothing.
Jesus, Joe, calm down, my guy. You're tiptoeing the line of discrimination towards that one type. Be careful.
Tiptoeing the line? Okay, sorry, let me clear it up for the record. To the people. I am a mega racist towards water-type Pokemon. IGN was right. Too much water is an understatement.
So what types would you like us to have more of?
Grass, 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 baby.
You say that as if you want to bone all grass types, even if it's not that effective. I don't understand why you want to bang them so badly, Joe. Never mind. I totally get it now. Call me Barack because that thing needs to vine whip me. Now!
I wouldn't mind a peek of that grassy ass in the morning.
I never thought I'd see the day where I could confidently say a Tangrowth sprite looks cute. But here we are. Back to the topic, Donnie. Who would you like to see us capture throughout this run?
I'm mainly on the lookout for the metagame powerhouses throughout the years. If we could get another Slack King, we should be able to overwrite its ability and give it some sick secondary typing. What about a Pure Power Breloom or Speed Boost Salamence? The combinations are seemingly endless.
Just like the number that shows up when you step on a scales.
Don't bother fat-shaming Donald this time around Joe. Rumor has it he's in the midst of fixing it.
You can't fix an entire planet/blubber/Kirby-sized guy like Donald over the course of a playthrough. The series is about to end anyway. Go ahead and sweep the Elite Four and put this game to resto. No chesto.
How very insightful of you, Joe. But you won't be the one laughing when I'm 200 pounds lighter and whopping your brittle old Brion ass from Alola all the way around to Kalos. Maybe you should try and find a way to make yourself more enjoyable to be around before this series ends.
Stop it now, you two. Come on. This game is not exactly a walk in the park from what I've heard, and the fact we all know little to nothing about it definitely doesn't help. I've got a dragon dance up just for the speed boost, and this time around, we've got moves to hit that cursed-looking general in the back.
I'm presuming fused Pokemon evolve alongside both evolution chains, right? So at level 18, our rival, Zawarudo, will have a fully evolved starter. Yikes!
Quick question. Does General have Gengar or Maril's genitals after fusing? Following up that statement, does it still grow a dick from the Dickic shop if it evolves into a Genzumaril?
I believe fusions are genderless or gender neutral. I'm sure it would have made breeding more complicated.
You're telling me this game is pronoun appropriate by respecting each fusion's identity? God, I'm hornier than a great tusk. Baby!
Just assimilate this creepy pasta inherited nightmare with the god duck Barack. I can't bear to look at its speed-lowering scary face any longer.
Trust me, Joe, I'm trying here. But somehow he's managed to land 2 hypnosis while living on 1 HP. Time to let this god cast his judgment.
I'm just saying, Kevin wouldn't have let you down in this fight, Barack.
Don't even go there. Do it Ducky Chucky.
Apparently the Joe X God Duck bond runs deep. What is your connection to this thing, Peepinator?
It goes back to my homeboy and possible son, Jesus Q. Christ. Shortly after he respawned and delivered all the Easter eggs around the world, he put his hand on my shoulder and said this: "One day you shall find true salvation." People ask me how I was walking on water, but really I was just using surf with my god duck. You will experience that joy one day, you impressively massive sinner.
That all checks out, but what in your son's name did you do that was so horrendous back then, Joe?
Mainly tax evasion. Way before you made it cool, Donald.
We seem to be getting a lot of random berries as overworld items. I really hope that changes soon.
Isn't that your bonus passive skill while you in particular are playing Barack?
Oh, shut up, you purugly pincher.
Let's see if the shop reset worked.
Thanks St. Kekleon tonight. We won't have to keep closing the program and re-randomizing. Kinda wish the game would guarantee that the first 2 shops give you regular Pokeballs or something, but alas, we are stuck with the boost ball. It seems to have a lower capture rate, but I'll take anything at this point.
Maybe check the berries to see if they can be sold for more than chump change. I doubt it, but hey, it's worth a scale shot.
Not a bad idea, Donnie. Since this episode is already approaching the half-hour mark, I'll attempt a capture on 2 wild beasts south and west of Viridian City. Then you can go for the others available next time. Roranoa Joro?
It's Jojo Joa, Joero. Get it right. But yeah, sounds like a great idea to me.
Call me Godzilla, because I think I might have had a fucking stroke and just died listening to that.
You're definitely the right size to be a kaiju, all right.
Since you've re-randomized the shop items, I think it's only fair you sell the Jold Amber Barack, right? Technically, we shouldn't have it since it's part of another item cycle.
True, Donnie, but let's get our first encounter of this run first.
A black police officer? Oh yeah, I can tell you've started manipulating the seeds already to obtain such an unrealistic reality, Barack. Nice try.
I actually haven't, Joe. It seems like I've been nerfed this season because I haven't been able to tap into my future sight. Maybe it's a move I forgot. Plus, I'm used to the RNG of a regular Pokemon game, not something built in RPG Maker, you pansier pounder.
Watch it, Obama. He's part Magnezone. He could whip out a Spark or Thundershock at any moment to scorch fly Amigo from the skies.
If moveset combinations work the way I think they do, he shouldn't even have an electric move yet. Surely he would have used one by now, don't you think?
You're probably right, Barack. Even though the encounter is suspicious, I'll believe in your 6 skills to catch this thing in a boost ball.
Well, let's just see how the premier ball goes first.
Imprisoning it in an all-white sphere? I can't believe I'm siding with Joe on this one. What kind of racist metaphor is this?
There is no metaphor. I'm trying to win in a kid's game. You know what? Just to annoy you two, I'm calling it good cop.
I mean, that just kind of proves our point. Why do you feel the need to clarify whether he was good or evil Barack?
Racism aside, I would say catching good cop was a good cop. Get it?
All right, here comes the manipulator, you floppy for alligators. It looks like if I check out good cop's moves and navigate the menu just like so before moving him to the front of the party, that should be perfect, Amando.
Here he goes spouting that cringe jap again. I told you, it's not tentacool to be speaking that senpai suck me stuff anymore, Obama.
How is it going, Toad Scroll Tip Touchers? It is I, the king of curses and #1 power scaler in all the universes. Since I was able to use Osama so much in the first season, I caught on to sensing his cursed energy, which has led us to finding him in this crucial moment. He shall prove worthy for my plans going forward.
Happy to report, Your Highness. My legs are spread wide like a lens for you. Destroy me now, please.
Wait, that's meant to be Osama? There's something off about him. I can't quite put my finger on it. Did he absorb your brother or something, Barack?
Don't you dare speak down on my Pokemon master like that. You ancient gear gold duck. Proceed with your 6 skills, my lord.
I will do as I please, you loud dread load lover. I'll be the one giving you the attack order soon, don't forget it. I shall give you boys this dark Osama to help you on your adventure. Make sure to keep him alive for me, won't you?
I shall guard him with my life, Daddy!
I bid you farewell, President. Go Joe Biden.
Hey, you, Pikachu Pipe Pounder. The name's Wilma Flintstone now, you Baba Booey, Ratatouille, slimy, goomy piece of dino shit.
Ryoiki Tenkai.
He's slicing and dicing. Watch out, Donnie.
Tear up my tyrant, Suki!
Tamanegi Shureda.
But baby, we're in Kanto. How did you get to Kanto?
There's that sprite change I was talking about earlier.
As much as I would love to shapeshift into a werewolf so Midna can sit on me all the time, let's leave this new tainted onion fairy sprite.
A freaking Twilight Princess reference? This game kind of goated already, I can't lie.
So this is Dark Osama then? The evil version of Osama bin Laden, am I getting this right?
Yup, as opposed to his real-life counterpart, who is just chaotic good. MFs love running they mouths until Hero Osama pulls up on them and knocks the Bisharp brakes off of them.
Hero and Dark Osama? What are they? Black and White 3's box legendaries?
Sonic and Shadow looking different nowadays.
I'm gonna unfuse Fly Amigo and Good Cop to see if I can get some custom sprite combination between the 4 of them. Might as well see how that process works now rather than later.
What are we gonna do about their nicknames? Won't it get confusing if we have to think of a new name every time we fuse something?
Maybe if the name still loosely fits, we can reuse the pre-existing ones they had in their new forms. If Latios is fused with someone else, I would still call it Fly Amigo. If it resembles something that flies, maybe IDK.
And if it transforms into something completely different like a reference, or we have a more suitable nickname, we change it to that instead?
That sounds good. It'll take some trial and error, but I'm sure we will get the hang of the limitless options this game gives us.
I love it when a plan comes together. Mwahaha.
All right, Bad Cop, go ahead and get some more fusey item thingies so we can see exactly how this game's central mechanics work.
Say guys, I was thinking with these extra 2 pairs of DNA splicers. How about we get to fusing you 2 while we are at it, huh?
Not a good idea, Obama. Otherwise, the next episode will sky drop in views harder than a skarmory.
Okay then. I guess we will just move along and fuse the Silver-Winged Legendary. What are your thoughts, guys?
Ayo, new mic, who dis?
What just happened? Did we just clutch evade an alternate timeline? I don't even want to think of what could have possibly happened in that distortion world.
You pair of Nidoqueen tits, shut up for a sec. I'm trying to decide on what type combination to give our new monster.
Go with Dark Flying. The way I look at it, Yveltal is better than Malamar, so go with his typing instead.
I'm seriously getting deja vu here, like a kid playing through Pearl not realizing it's the same game as Diamond.
Shut those Jinx-looking lips up right now before I go full tandem mouse on your ass, Donnie.
Go ahead and spam my population bombs then, Joey. I dare you.
Okay, now this is weirder than a Stantler evolution.
Now that's bars.
Nice, we got an Gia. He kind of looks like XD001.
You did not just drop the XD laughy face on us, Barack. You shadow spinnerack little shit.
Seems like you can change the custom sprite here too. My enormous Wiglet is going to blast off like Team Rocket. Goddamn.
So here is where we actually choose our ability and nature. The text box even reminds you of the descriptions and effects of both. The customization really does go crazy in this game. Color me impressed.
Does that mean you're always impressed then, Barack?
Shut your old ass up, Joe. Don't make me get bushy-wushy in here to knock off that smug attitude of yours.
I thought you resolved your hasty nature at the end of the last series, but seems like you're still a bitch. You want to go the roast rounds like it's Pokin Tournament? Let's run the set, you mother trumper.
My Weavile is still nutty. You best believe it.
Although Electric Psychic Stab would be powerful, we only gain 5 resistances compared to Dragon Steel having 9 resists and 1 immunity in poison. The best defense is the best offense after all.
Did you just calculate that in your Voltorb-shaped head?
Voltorb head? Who's giving that ball-on-ball action?
Yo, don't get me wrong, the sprite work is amazing. And I get that this guy is statistically built different for battling. But is having 10 type resistances worth how creepy this all-seeing drone is?
Make that 11 with levitate. Now he's only weak to fighting. Nice.
Barack being in love with a nuclear omnipotent-looking robot? Can't say I'm even shocked like a thunder.
Hold the freaking sex nav for a minute. I spent majority of the last series studying the game mechanics, move usage, abilities, and Pokemon stats. But now I have to learn off all the types and adapt on the fly to what new fusions are weak and strong against. BRB, just going to seismic toss myself out the window of Central Park Tower.
Fighting moves don't affect dead-ass ghost types like yourself, Sleepy Joe.
That's like the only move that breaks the rule, Donald. Maybe you need to relearn move interactions.
Riddle me this then, Barack man. If I pull out the sniper called Sobble and let off the bubble beam, can it one-hit kill your Obstagoon-looking ass?
The answer is no, Donald. Sobble cannot learn Bubble Beam, you idiot.
You're shitting me right now. Its name is literally Sob and Bubble put together.
Calm down, sexy Donald. This is no time to be irritating the Barack Master. He's got a big fight coming up against the first gym leader, Barack Sr. As the saying goes, don't be afraid to fuck up yo daddy, baby.
I feel like that is horribly out of context.
What are you going on about Joe? I'm ending this episode now. I ain't carrying your slow ass through the first gym, Mr. President. You can fight my dad or whatever next time. You still have a lot to prove.
Well, thank Lilligant Lip Juice, I've still got more secret techniques in my arsenal. I guess this is Toodaloo for now, boys. It's an honor to be back here.
Regardless of how messed up this first episode has been, I can't lie in saying I'm excited to be going on another journey with you two. Hopefully we make it through this one unscathed.
Same here. Catch you later, boys.
What's up, baby boys and baby they thems? It's the J Meister back at it again with the Crocs. How are we all today?
You always have the strangest intros, Joe. I'm feeling good. I feel like we rocked the pilot episode here on youtube.com/GameProducer6. How are you, Donnie?
I'm great, boys. There must be something in the air because I feel so happy around you two. I'm not even angry at you anymore. The world just feels so wonderful right now. How you doing, Mr. Mac Blowy?
Just doing a quick team recap from the last episode. Here we have everybody's favorite Blue Dragon Steel type, Arch Aladon. So we should be good to go.
D. Alga called. He said your time is up. Fly Amigo isn't anybody's favorite just yet, Sleepy Joe. I believe you're about to run it up on Brock this episode, yes?
Whoa! Wait! The game is going turbo ninja snips.
Let go of B.
Ah, that's much better. Anyways, I believe you told me off screen there was a trainer school where I could learn about this game's mechanics, Barack. I'm surprised you two are letting me near a building like this.
There's literally nothing more you can do but talk to the NPCs. So they aren't in danger right now.
Is that a challenge? Don't make me HMO2 over to your house and chow down on that refreshing orange earthworm you always tease me with, Donnie. I'll be enjoying that meal more than the Guildmaster with a perfect apple.
Leave my Wrigley Wurmple out of this. I can see you're mashing through the dialogue here, Joe. Shouldn't you be reading it off to our audience to explain more in depth how fused Pokemon work?
How many times must I remind you that English isn't my first language? Plus, Barack is about to give us the rundown right now. Take it away, Spectrier.
I guess that means your fighting words don't affect me. So, sock on my balls, Mr. President.
See? Who's our good chore boy? Wait, what? Why are you disobeying me, Barack? Do I not have enough badges to tame you?
I explained enough of the game last episode. I'm not a walking tutorial, spupa spewer. You two have to pay attention as well, you know.
Oh, love dicks on some s'more sticks. I can't believe you two are doing me dirty like this. I better focus up.
Great! I can't wait to hear your presentation to the class, as even I am as unaware as a woobat when it comes to the nitty-gritty of this game. Have you been up to anything since the last episode, Donathan?
To be honest, Obama Snow, I've been rewatching a lot of our Sapphire playthrough recently. The full 10-hour movie helps me reflect on my past decisions and how to learn from them. Like a lot of our audience, it serenades me to sleep most nights too, which is a great benefit. Reminiscing of those times has got me pumped for this season, you get what I'm saying?
I get what you mean, Donald. We are in the post-Sapphire arc where it's broken beyond YouTube's boundaries and ended up on multiple streaming sites after all. Can't believe we somehow managed to sign a deal to get it on Netflix, Hulu, Prime Video, Apple TV, Disney+, Paramount, and even freaking Vimeo.
Anybody use these videos to Netflix and chill? If so, I hope your cyber soldier Porygon is being treated well right now.
I love the thought of someone boning a chick to the episode of you, Rock Smashing Roxanne. That would be some sexual synergy right there.
I might just mess around with a gal at the weekend and see which one I get off to faster. Her sloppy Machapi or Joe catching the biggest L of his career.
Sweet, and here's our first encounter for the episode.
The freaking king of the shrews. Now that is some sick combination potential.
It just further boosts their best stats. 2 physical-based monsters ain't too bad. Not a horrible encounter. Also, welcome back, Joe. Go ahead and explain to us what useful knowledge you have obtained from your favorite facility.
Let me compose myself first. I don't want to screw this up like a Magnemite.
We'll get in the Magna Zone like Fly Amigo. The viewers are patiently waiting like some Gen 5 remakes.
TLDR, when a Pokemon gets bodied, it skews the physical traits of a fusion. And if the other one gives you head, it impacts the special stats more. That's my understanding anyway.
Donald, did you understand any of that?
I think this is what he means as a general rule of thumb. The first Pokemon selected is the body, and the second is the head. Stats are mostly averaged out, but the body of the fusion has more of an influence on the physical attack, defense, and speed of the amalgamation, while the head more so determines the special stats and HP. I guess because it's the brain? That makes it a little easier to remember.
Precisely, Donald. Glad to see someone understands me.
I actually just read through the wiki like a berry because you were taking too long. You ugly pucker.
At least I can get a little skitty kitty action from time to time. Unlike yourself, you Magmortar muncher.
So, if you want a fast special attacker, use Alakazam first and a Hunt Tail second. But if you want the physical traits so this slithery nightmare can utilize the elemental punches, swap them around, I guess that sort of adds up.
Speaking of, add one up on our capture tally because this thing is ours. Would you like to nickname it Barack since I owe you one for last time?
Nah, I'll save it for something that really counts. Go ahead with your own original and creative nickname, Joe.
Welcome aboard, King Shrew, the king of the shrews.
That nickname is about as unoriginal as the BDSP remakes.
Quick note, this guy has the same typing as Gastrodon, so it should be easy to remember his weaknesses.
To be honest, guys, I'm not feeling the best today. You two don't have to worry. It's just when it comes to improving...
Oh my God.
Oh, holy mommy milk tank milkers. He's so cool.
Why couldn't you catch this guy for us, Joe? You frozen, flaccid dugong dickstain.
You're as useless as a sap-sipping sawsbuck. I hope you never experience love and lust and happiness ever again. You teddy-earsed toenail sucker.
Whoa, that crosses the line, Donald. I wouldn't bestow such an insult on anyone even if I was an execute. Sorry for that outburst, Joe. Go ahead. What were you trying to say?
You know what, boys? It doesn't matter. You both made your considerations for me very clear.
Come on, Joey. Don't bring down the mood like you're using the move gravity. What's wrong with you, buddy old pal?
Donald's right. Let us lift up your spirits as if we just got the key to complete the rocket hideout. What's up, my man?
Alas, I'm a little upset as I was trying to master a technique passed down through the Biden clan specifically for this episode, but I haven't been able to nail it just yet.
Really? I wonder why.
Maybe it's because you've gotten rustier than a toy in Rumble Blast. Try concentrating your ki or chakra or nen or whatever power source you have deep inside of you and adapt to it like a basculin.
Okay, I've focused my energy a little bit, but considering I'm in the driver's seat, this ability might not amount to much. I will, however, do my best for you, sexy Donald.
For the love of shiny Jang Mo-Oh, stop calling me that, Joe.
You love it, you dirty, stenchy, mucky-muck little bitch.
It honestly sounds like you do, Donald.
What are the odds? A bisexual bat is our encounter. Don't even think about nibbling on its delectable ears, Donnie. The world knows what happened last time you did that, you irresistible little flittle.
2 episodes in, and the both of you already want to use body press on each other. Can't say I'm even surprised anymore.
All I did was offer some genuine advice. How am I to blame it all here?
If you stop giving me them baby doll eyes, then maybe I wouldn't want to eviscerate that elongated Eevee of yours.
Can't believe you just said that, but please keep the name appropriate, Joe.
I second that statement. Don't get us canceled like Pokemon Z.
I'm going to call this dude Bat Boy. You all may have heard of the Batman comic books and series, but little did you know it was originally a Chinese cartoon show that was brought over to the West in the late 1800s.
OMG. China? You've been forgiven, buddy.
Immediately a lie since TVs weren't invented, but go on, chatter some more Dottler dung, Joe.
Shut up, you dino wannabe. My bestie was talking. Proceed, Joe.
As I was saying, they had to revise and change a lot of the characters and story, which is how we ended up with the Batman you know and love today. They say there were like 30+ rules they had to rework. I'm not even kidding. Just Google Bat Boy Rule 34 and you will find it.
Thankfully, I was doing nothing like someone with a serious nature. So that's my evening sorted anyway. Yay! Yay, 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 yay!
Are none of you going to comment on the fact we got an X item that boosts our Pokemon's special attack by 6 stages? I know we aren't using items in battle, but why would the game give us this thing if not to foreshadow an incredibly tough boss? I don't want to think about this nightmare anymore. Ask your comment questions, Joe.
Sure thing, but first, let me get this straight.
Unlike your penis.
We ask one comment from our free-to-play viewers in the comment section, and the other one comes from our pay-to-win players who have donated even as little as $1 on our Buy Me a Coffee page. Is that how we're doing it up in here?
That's precisely it, Joe. To clarify for our viewers, there's no need to comment your question again on every episode if you have already asked one. If you think of another question, then by all means, feel free to leave it down below. But we could answer a comment question from episode 1 even 20 videos down the line. Instead, why not answer the comment question of the day with us? What's in store for us today, Joey MacDoey?
Microsoft Edge is just about done loading the page here. Give me a sec. Holy braviary biscuits, we've already got a living legend for this series. The real President John F. Kennedy asks, if him and a sniper rifle were in a Pokemon game, who would you choose? I loved your presidential reign, by the way.
Oh yeah? Name 3 things he did while in power.
John was in power? I'm more of a Makima-ass woofer myself, but to each their own. I mean, forget I ever said that like a level-up move. Just answer Barack's question, Joe.
Firstly, he did the stuff. Then he went on to do the other thing. Then finally, he started the whatchamacallit.
Damn! I really didn't think you would get all 3, but you bested me this time. Anyways, boys, I assume we are all picking our home slice, right?
Yep. I picked John because he F's with my Kennedy.
Well, you know my choice, boyos. I'm 720 quick scoping with the freaking sniper called Spear Row for the final kill cam. Who's that at the top of the leaderboard? Why, it's none other than Donnie Harvey Oswald Builder 69, baby.
You said you were doing what to the babies? And what the hell is kick soaping? Barack, help me understand here.
It's better that you don't know Joe. Maybe we should answer another question instead and cut that last one out.
Okay, DM-me4J asks, which Pokemon got JFK? Oh God, not again.
You already know, oh. I'm pulling out the golden snipey sniper called Donnie, AKA the Fear Row, and running the drills through JFK while he's AFK. He doesn't want to see my sick 1080 swivel scoping skills. Motherfucker!
Your KD is Chinchow balls. I don't want to hear it, Donald.
Can somebody please confirm those were real words Donald just used? Bro started speaking unknown there for a sec.
Just ask the next question, Joe.
Rats on the 20 Socks Dono asks, how many Pukumukus using helping hand fit around Mega Obama Snow's maliciously delicious Diglett / Rayquaza, or rather Digquaza, before the aforementioned Pukumukus make its ancient power activate, spewing a hyper beam that causes its climax to Dragon Ascent and Earthquake from unloading its gyro balls?
All right, I cannot get on board with this. From what angle do you even take to answer such an insanely, terrifyingly wild?
83.
What was that, Barack?
83, that is your answer. 83 Pukumukus.
This guy will trade us a Weedle X Zubat if any of you would like one. Sounds exciting, don't you think?
No. All right, according to the script, you have to chat to the NPCs around the city before challenging the gym to see if any of them give side quests. Sick feature, by the way, this game is kilowatt-troll crazy.
Crazy?
Speaking of, a lot of manga viewers are speculating I gain another powerful form in real life using the alias Black Panther. Horrible movie, but supposedly his power transcends even Sukuna's.
Careful with the spoilers, Joe, but I've seen the discussions too. A lot of people are saying this Dark Brandon would beat the shroomish shit out of you. Would you stand a chance, Obama?
Sukuna is telling me that is a name he vaguely remembers from the Heian era. If that Sunflora sunglass posing punk used his licky ice cream powered cum shot, things could get dicey.
But would you lose?
Nah, I'd win.
How the houndoom heck did you just turn 2D, Barack? That was funny. Do it again. Do it, do it, do it, do it.
Well, from the viewer's perspective, aren't we always 2D?
Ligma shield, activate. Nice attempt. I will never fall for the classic. Insert 2 of D's nuts in your mouth.
You know what, Donald? You're actually right on that one.
Why, thank you, Joe Biden.
No problem, the Lorax. Anyways, back to you, Mr. Game & Watch. Dark Brendan would clap your cheeks like a Smash Bros. End screen. I don't want to hear it.
Stop the Caterpie cap.
Here's the real question we should be asking. Who would win with no powers? Super saving Majin Jew, Donald Throat Goat, SSJJ Trump Clump Stump Bob Bump Crump Ketchum, or Obama Sukuna fingered 22 times?
Excuse me? You quagsire cunt.
What's stronger, Donald's will to live or diabetes? Odds are in at a clean 8-1.
Hey Joe, who'd win in a Pokemon battle, day one or a rock throw?
Oh man, this gym is fire type. We might even see him here.
Donald, come on, that was too far. Don't mind him, Joe. Why don't I come over to your house tonight and we have a little drinking sesh, huh? Give me a new bad habit for this series. You can chillax like a munchlax while I grab the whiskey and pour you a glass on the rocks. Oh, shimmy, shwoop. I'm so sorry.
It's okay, Barack. I'm glad these sneaky disses are out in the open air. They were always just a stone's throw away.
Freaking bars!
What exactly are we looking at here? Is it a fire cannon or a flaming sword hilt, or could it possibly be a meat thermometer?
I feel better knowing you're back on that meat grind mentality, Donald.
I don't really care what it's a reference to. You better roll him out with the rollout, Joe.
Don't diss the King Shrew. Not even a berry can save him from this next round.
I mean, with how the burn cut scales, I don't think you're winning this exchange. Long live the king!
Shut up, Scarface, before I send the Don after you. No fan. We all know if anyone is killing a Pokemon first this run, it's going to be you.
I see the salt runs deeper within you than a Gen 6OU player getting hacked out by Scarf Jirachi. Come back to me if you can even beat Barack's dad.
Wait, what? Papa? Have you finally come back with the moo moo milk?
I'm about to beat Barack's dad harder than Barack's dad beat him all those years ago.
Literally impossible, but keep on dreaming, you Musharna Molly Whopper.
All right, I'll stop dissing you for once because let's face it, the God Duck solos this gym easily. Having a rock water type for a fire gym is a free ticket to victory. What more could you ask for?
How can Barack be light years away when I can see him from where I'm standing right now? He's maybe a solid 7 steps north. Have you been supplying to this kid again, Barack?
Not since you snitched on me to the popo, no nanas. Thanks for that, by the way, Joe.
No problem, Mr. Murkrow. Now, why am I feeling gooey and sticky just looking at this Drago Charmeleon-looking thing?
Excuse me?
All right, boys, from the top.
Drag it, chameleon. You come on, Joe. You come on, Joe.
Viewers, I am so sorry you had to hear that monstrosity. Remember, you can refund this series up to the 4th episode if you're not satisfied with the service.
Wait, what was that, Barack? Did you say something? I just saw Donald's Discord icon light up. Then all of a sudden my ears started bleeding out. If any of you could call emergency services right now, I would really appreciate it.
Stop being a Surskit sissy and get over it like Bennett Foddy. Bleeding out isn't a status effect in Pokemon, so therefore it's not fatal.
Wild statement, but continue.
You're just jealous that my hit single, Drago Charmeleon, surpassed Dick Shop on the Billboard Top 100s a while ago. Is that 25 weeks straight it's been #1? I can't remember. You lose track after dominating the market for so long.
Oh, wow. I just found the cure for burst eardrums. Speaking such bullshit that I have to make a response. I created a story, a legacy, an immaculate trap classic. That pitiful attempt at a parody that you just performed was pathetic at its best. Let me clarify one thing, Donald. You cannot sing. That was more out of tune than the Island Boys. So go put your vest on and sweet kiss your brother or whatever you get up to in your spare time.
I caught the pokey pun, but please tell me that whole sentence was a joke.
We say some messed up shit on this channel, but we would never commit such a heinous act.
I'll let you off the hook like a failed fishing attempt. Only because I want this run to stay alive so I get a turn next episode, you lucky Lurantis lover.
Good girl. Now be quiet while I quickly go heal our team before the big fight.
What the Rosalia am I listening to? That was dreepy creepy even by your starmy stained standards, Joe.
Arigato, Barack Chan. Big ups on that one.
I'm expecting a huge dub coming out of this gym, so keep your eyes peeled and your mind awake, Sleepinator.
I'll lead with the king, the kid, the goat, the Lord Shrew. Then pivot to the God Duck and Brock should be curtains. I'm pretty sure he only has 2 Pokemon, right?
Yes, but think about it this way. He could have any Pokemon just fused with a fire type. He could have a Fire Metagross, a Fire Darkrai, even a double Fire Typhlosion.
Wait, did that say I have to choose 2 Pokemon to bring to the battle against his? I can't use my full team?
Oh, sweet, big apples. Now that is interesting.
Don't overthink it, just bring our 2 best and most reliable monsters.
You're right. Good cop and the God Duck should be capable.
I don't understand why you 2 are sweating buckets over the first gym leader. We know his ace is level 12 because of our level limit. How bad could it really get?
He could lead a legendary. For the love of God, please.
Gasp, it's him. Day 1, come back to me.
Here we go.
It's okay, my sweet prince. There's no rock types around to hurt you anymore.
You say that while literally standing in the first rock gym ever created.
Hold on, guys, am I going crazy from that rubber room?
You absolutely are, but what's your point?
Does he look genuinely happier without us as his master?
That's just his clone. Day 2. Now send him to the ho-oh heaven like your name is Wallace.
No, Donnie, it's okay. I have fully accepted his loss, but we all make mistakes. Things are fine. I feel great.
I hope you're feeling good enough to take this beast down. Criminy Jickets.
Wait a second, I can sense your power surging through the battle, Joe. Have you finally unlocked your innate potential?
Go ahead and roar at me, you Volian. Sorry to tell you that in regards to Pokemon battling, I'm overwhelmingly stronger.
What the? This is the power of your base form now? Barack, are you seeing this?
I am feeling this right now. What's going on?
Joey Mac Blowy, Your pure power is insane. It's off the charts. No meta type. I am honored to be witnessing such an incredible battle.
You know who else is the honored one? Imaginary technique. Biden blast. Nice one. I clutched it out in the end. Let's freaking go.
Pulls off some of the craziest and coolest shit that we've ever seen in our lives. Ends it off with LFG. Are you gonna explain, Joe?
Frankly, I don't care what just happened because it means the run lives on to die another day. It looks like we will have to hone our special attacks, and JoJo poses Barack to end off all our gym victories with so much pizzazz. These chumps even cheer for you on the way out. I cannot wait for that to absolutely not blow up my ego and give me a bigger head than a drift limb.
What is there to explain? I got the win. Your father is a fraud, so what? No big deal.
It's all fun and games until my dad brings out the belt and mustard fused Pokemon. It's even scarier. He has a more terrifying monster that he only unzips when he is serious.
Okay, I've heard enough about Brock's Solid Rock Onyx for today. Say, Joe, did I see something about being gifted a Wonder Trade ticket? What the skibbity skiploom was that about?
Yeah, apparently it's a free trade or something up the Poke Center stairs. I have no idea. I was more focused on the Calm Mind TM we got. Were either of you paying attention?
I'll explain what's going on. Viewers, we will need your input here. This game has Wonder Trade tickets, which we seem to obtain after every gym fight. These tickets can be utilized here in the Pokemon Center to trade away one of our monsters to receive another. Do you think we should go out into the wild and catch a fodder Pokemon to trade away, effectively giving us an extra capture after every gym leader? Or should we only be able to trade away Pokemon we can naturally catch or obtain through standard Nuzlocke rules? Personally, I'm a fan of the latter since we could send off a weak fusion in the hopes of getting a better Pokemon from the trade, but it's never a guarantee. There's a bit of a risk and reward system at play. The benefits of the former is that there's a better chance to show off more fusions throughout the game just by having more materials to work with. Let us know down below which rule we should follow.
Serious question, boys. Y'all think Okidogi is packing it?
I'm sorry?
You've been forgiven, Chris Breezy.
No, I mean, what is Joe trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is, do you think he got that American Bulldog in him?
Nani. Now I'm as lost as a sword in Shield expansion. What did he mean by that, chat?
You get what I'm saying, right? The floppy Furfru, the girthy Growlithe, the relentless Riolu, the lickable Lillipup, the zesty Zoroark, the hairy Houndoom, the zany Zaddy Zamazenta, the small succulent Smeargle, the delectable Darkspun. Do you think he's got a gargantuan penis? You choodle chompers! How is that not obvious?
Mr. President, are you waiting to receive his limp penis?
What is the charge? Eating a meal? Eating a succulent Broccanese meal?
I don't know why you've both spiraled into madness, but all I did was ask a pretty straightforward question.
If I had a nickel for every time Dog Dick came up in the second episode of a GP series from Joe, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Hey, Donnie, they're still on that list, right?
I think this is the 8th time I've written them down. I'm just gonna throw down anything with a limp penis to save on ink. Really wish I did that 712 pages before, but hey, what can a sexy macho-built millionaire like myself do?
All right, you guns of sons, get out of here. You've got a big fight coming up next episode, Donnie. Rumor has it, he's Barack's dad. Why do they segregate me like this?
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Infinite Fusion. Last time Joe beat the absolute mittens off of Obama's dad, and today I'm going to be continuing to Mount Moon while getting a few encounters. What's good, boys?
I'm okay, Donald. Just don't bring up my dead blue cat called Mittens ever again. I still can't believe he drowned all those years ago, but there's no point looking back like a Rowlet. How are you, Joe?
I'm good, boys. Just pumped one out to a Curly X Gulpin fusion on DeviantArt, so I'm unlocked and unloaded. What's this chick yapping about, Dawn?
She's talking about outbreaks of hidden ability monsters, apparently. You can tell at the start of battle whether or not a Pokemon has one, which we are about to find out.
Wow, my plan actually worked. Hero Osama, the leader of the Bone Club. You're back from the future. Welcome home, Mr. McFly.
I'm so confused. What's going on?
Here's the rundown. Sukuna's power was infused into one of the Onion Fairies as a vessel since it could travel through time and preserve his strength. He was sick of splitting himself into fingers, so he transferred the majority of his cursed energy into forming Dark Osama. He then sent the evil Bin Laden back in time to the Heian era and waited for his perfect moment to summon the Black Onion Fairy in order to regain his full power. Naturally, to keep the balance of light and darkness in this world, I sent an alternate universe Osama to the future to call upon in the world's time of need. You feel me?
These are freaking digital sprites, Joe. What the venom moth shit are you talking about? We are just three non-homosexual bros sitting in a Discord call playing a self-inflicted challenge on a kid's role-playing game. That is all. Time travel, alternate universes, good Osama bin Laden? My man, you need to seek help within the next 2 to 5 business days, because this just ain't right.
As I said with the hackers thing, just let it go, Obama. If this is how Joe wants to get invested in the game, just let him believe what he wants. It might be fun, you know? Just let that childlike wonder take over. What do you say?
Okay, Donald, you're right. I'll play along. Say, Joe, why is the Zoroark X Celebi the bad Osama anyway?
Because he's black, obviously.
You manky-mouthed mother mucker! I have every right to yank my Suki bear right out of me and get him to finish you, once and for all.
He always leaves before finishing me off. Call that a ceaseless edge.
He's only ever done that to me twice. Call that a double edge.
Well, if you want to avoid the recoil of the chopper called Remoraid, then you better focus up Donald. We were lucky to catch an onion fairy already, but now you'll have to catch a second one. Things ain't looking too good, Chief.
Well, I'm presuming its capture rate is brought down by the Q-bone in it. It should be fine. The only thing is the recover will stall out our ball throwing attempts, but surely Joe can convince it to join our side, right?
I can indeed, Donnie. All I have to do is play with its belly like a drum and rub its soft little head. Pokemon me style.
All right, you have my permission, as well as all 4 million viewers who are watching this, to bash this guy's skull in, Donald.
Yeah, I think it's time for racially ambiguous Osama to put his alter ego to rest.
Real talk, are we not counting dupes clause for this series then?
Well, look at it this way. Each monster can fuse with itself, so maybe we will do a max of 2 Pokemon for species clause. Think of how hype it will be when the 2 Osamas settle their differences and fuse together for the Pokemon League.
We all know that ain't happening. Never forget that the last time Donald tried to catch a Celebi, he let a pseudo-legendary hit the floor like it was drowning in a pool.
1.
Well, guys, there's nothing wrong with me.
2.
Nothing wrong with me.
3.
Nothing wrong with me!
Something's got to give, Donald. You giving it your all right now would be a solid start.
You electric idiot. I'm literally trying my hardest here, but this stupid celery stick dick keeps recovering. Let me just chip away at it. No basculin.
This is just embarrassing to watch at this point. Did you both learn anything from me in the last season?
I learned how to roll a Scooby-Dooby properly, that's about it. Speaking of, have you slipped back into those bad habits yet, Barack?
Meh. I dabble in the old oddish from time to time, but not half as much as I used to.
Well, both of us will try not to give you a reason to go back on it. We agree you are much cooler to hang out with when you're sober. Right, Donnie?
Oh, nuzzle my nuts and leaf my anus, baby. Let's a freaking go goat. Time to roll this lettuce up and blaze the hell out of it. No chimchar.
You insensitive pollywagger. Were you not listening to a word I just said?
Oh, for God's sake, never mind, boyos. He ain't even a grass type. I guess you and Snoop are on the smoke delivery service tonight, right, Obama?
If temptation is a stat, I guess I'm at +1.
Just checking the character limit here, and it looks like I barely have enough space to spell out Hero Osama.
I find it insanely funny how your nicknames take up just as much space as you do, you wide guard built whale lord.
And I find it hilarious you want to suck my Nita Queen tits, my king.
I was actually going to ask the 2 of you about that. Well, not that image specifically, but whatever you both do in your spare time is none of my concern. Wasn't there something different about you last episode? You were both wearing masks or cosplaying or naked or something strange?
I've always been nude doing these videos.
You mean our new microphones? I had to give my gold-plated one to Keanu Reeves after I lost the secret post-Sapphire fight. It was a good match, but his fried chicken form was just too damn durable for my Big Mac attacks.
After the first episode, mine just blew up like a clay doll. Luckily, I had another ordered from Wish that arrived the very next day.
Damn it, you too. We are supposed to be delivering high-quality content on behalf of Game Producer 6. But now, thanks to your Shelgon scuffing mics, we can't even promise the viewers that.
Half these MFs ain't even subscribed, so who cares?
No offense, but who gives a set of Rookad's nuts about our new microphone qualities? The people are here for one thing and one thing only. The gameplay, baby.
I swear to St. Sneasler, if you lose something after saying that.
Don't worry, Barack, our team is full of ferocious beasts anyway. It's literally an impossible feat for Donald to lose somebody this early in the adventure.
Did either of you know Hitmontop gets revenge? What kind of bullshit is that, huh? There was actually nothing I could do there. Fly Amigo wasn't at full health, and my input lagged, plus my monitor switched off, and the sun was in my eyes, and my shoes were on backwards, and I especially need a haircut. So of course I was going to get our legendary killed from all those distractions.
And your mom got a rim job last night from a shelter. What's the significance of half the crap you just said?
By the god duck's glorious flippers. No Johns, you cuddly Q fant cocksucker.
He's more so a copperaja cum sipper. Nice to see your erotic asphyxiation cannot be restricted as you choke a battle as early as your first episode, Donald.
Guys, to be fair, all that stuff was out of my control. Both of you would have lost Good Cop and Fly Amigo in this one battle.
Did you just soft confirm good cop dies here? Donald, I swear to Lord Helix.
He was living that easy. There wasn't a shred of a doubt in my mind, baby. Dastardly D is back on the map, sucker.
Douchebag D is heading back to Pewter, all ready to deposit a body bag in the dead box. We are already on a worse pace than our previous run. So much for improving.
I don't really care that somebody died, but it's the fact it was our dragon dancer. We could have unfused them down the line only to combine him with a Lucario or Groudon for an insane physical sweeper. Now it's just a Poliwag's pipe dream.
Face it, did either of you even like Fly Amigo?
I loved him with all my heart, yes.
Literally my tied first favorite fusion alongside Dark Osama, yes.
You two are targeting me as if I use Follow Me just because I lost a Pokemon. Give a guy a break, all right? Holy pincer tips. Can a gracious man not make mistakes from time to time?
I don't make mistakes, Donald. Plus, this isn't about me. We're shredding you and your thick fat ass right now.
The issue is how consistently you mess up Donald. I'm gonna start calling you Generation 1 programming with the amount of errors you make.
So, can I abuse Donnie for my own benefit too?
Just in case he goes missing. No, you cannot, Joe.
Oh my God, that was absolute bars Barack. I wonder how many of the viewers caught that pure nine tails.
Say, boys, do you think now is a good time to ask our comment question?
Better now than at Fly Amigo's funeral. Go ahead, Donald.
Cat Maniac 6 asks which type of Poke Fusion will be our favorite aesthetically? Cute, cool categories like that. I'm looking forward to the insanely badass designs, those that scream power. It's a plus if their fusion materials are strong as well, but if the design is built different, then I'm all about it.
I'm definitely looking forward to the creative fusions. Ones where you have to think for a second, or grasp a true understanding of what it means as a final result. Those ones that really tickle the brain, you know?
Speaking of tickling, I'm containing so much joy thinking about any cute ones we find.
I knew you would say that, Joe. I'm using disable on you. Pick something else.
Damn, you hound doom lover. I guess I'll go with my second option, which is referential material. I'm looking forward to the other pop culture references, gaming or anime characters, stuff like that. It'll be fun to talk about those topics when they show up, like how Twilight Princess is the freaking goated Zelda game. Dark Osama is lucky I don't feminize him right now.
Has anyone ever said they would feminize the world's most recognized terrorist? That might be a new low for us.
Here we've got a question from Donnie Baseball 33. All right, fess up. Who snitched that I was practicing for the baseball minigame coming soon?
It was you, wasn't it, Dreepy Joe?
Donald, I told you. Barack is playing mind games by using confusion on you. It looks to be super effective, but don't listen to his empty words. There's no baseball minigame you need to be practicing for.
Wait, really? Obama, you dusky dusk stone looking ass. Can't believe you'd trick me an aguav berry like that and activate my gluttony.
If I held out anything that resembled food, you would eat it regardless, you avalug built shit. Get back to the question.
All right, good cop. This one is a three-parter, I guess. If Barack could blaze a billion blunts with any Pokemon, who would it be?
Gotta be Hoopa Unbound. Not only would he keep the rotation station alive with his 6 limbs, each holding a roach of different potential, but he could also traverse millions of dimensions to hand-pick the crispiest Zoot Zoot.
Would you not give him a hand plucking that cottony Barack?
Oh, give it up, you flippy floppy wishy-washy.
Makes sense, makes sense. If Trump could belly up a billion Big Macs with any Pokemon, who would it be? Tough call, but I'd have to go with the Guzzle Lord himself.
Our editor?
Your boyfriend?
No! Guzzlord, you ultra yeasts. He literally diets on mountains and seas, so he's the only one that could compete with my Mac attacks.
Compete is a strong word. At best, he would be a runner-up or student of you, Donald.
I'm surprised you didn't call him my brother or something, Joe, but I'll take it.
Finally, if Biden could fuse another Pokemon to make Swalot even better, who would it be?
What a terrible question. You can't fuse perfection with anything to make it better. It would actively get worse. Swalot's shape, its size, its touch, its texture, how it makes me feel, its loving movements when we are alone. That can never be amplified or enhanced through a simple fusion.
Dodging another answer like a minimized spammer. Answer the question, Joe.
The only object that comes even remotely close is Wobbuffet. Being able to wail on that thing only for it to dish the damage back twice as hard is exhilarating, I must say. It can take more of a pounding than my daddy, but that doesn't make him sexier.
Point post that to r/out of context.
Come on, guys, that Deli 9 was so cute. What a good boy he was.
All I'm saying is, if I ever start dreaming about that tall blue cock shock absorber, run for the hills. It's not safe to be around me anymore.
Oh Christ, are we still talking about this?
What are you even implying, Joe? How could we tell you were dreaming about that wacky, wavy, inflatable dude?
Trust me, you would know straight away. I'll never forget the first and last dream I ever had about Master Swally Ollie. I'm luckier than a chant the cops never found the bodies.
Max, excuse me?
Let it slide like the rocks, Donnie. Not even God himself wants to try and comprehend what Joe is talking about right now. I just want to take this time, boys, to say I'm so glad to be back here with you two. Feels like the series has been a long time coming and countless hurdles have gotten in the way. But I am oh so grateful to be chilling here with you two while battling this nightmare fleshlight or whatever the heck this is on the screen. Just like the Sapphire days. Am I right?
I know what you mean, Obama. This series has felt stagnant since its inception. I wonder if it's got to do with the media censoring everything we say, forcing our editor to use a new program for these videos?
That could be it. I heard he's been facing more blocks than a Snorlax. But since it's for the fans, he's trying to bypass any and all obstacles like it's the Pokeathlon.
We just want to thank all the viewers for being patient during these dry periods. And thankfully, we are so Barack.
Be sure to join the Discord down below to keep up to date on these videos, live streams, discussions, and further updates. You will also gain access to previews of the newest video before its release.
This channel is also extremely close to hitting 10 million subscribers, so don't forget to join the cause.
It's actually just 10,000 Joe, you rock and roller rider.
Wait, seriously? That's still too many. Guys, make sure to unsubscribe from Gay Seducer 7. Do it now before you forget.
Damn it, Joe, don't be like that. Viewers, if you've made it this far in the video, be sure to join the freaking bars comment chain down below. It was a fun little thing done on the first episode, and every once in a while we will throw it out there to see who really watches these videos in full.
It was actually episode 2, Barack.
We don't talk about episode 2 in this household, Sleepy Joe. My ogre pond pussy gets itchy just thinking about it.
Just going to yeet past that sentence for now. Say, where's Nurse Joy?
She's not pounding the chance he's out back again, is she? Those poor egg carriers don't deserve such physical trauma. Save that for the mothers who deserve it.
Frankly, I don't give a chingling ring where she is gone. Little do these chumps know that wherever there's a PC, there's a free heal for the D-monster.
Oh no, he's pulling out his D-monster again. I better get my J-holes ready.
I wish this surprised me, but I'm numb at this point.
One simple deposit and withdrawal like my limitless bank account in an ATM, and we are golden to go.
Something, something, something. Give me your ghouls. Isn't that right, Joe?
What the frillish? For the last time, stay away from my ghouls. You Pangoro-looking ass.
Dad and Daddy, can you shut up for a second? I'm trying to concentrate here.
Sweet Dark Osama, on a plane crash, I cannot believe how hard you are focusing on this Donald. You're telling me you'll give your undivided attention to putting Pokemon in and out of the fucking PC system. But when battling against something your monsters are weak against, you don't think twice?
Baby, I don't want to know.
That shit didn't even work. Guess I'll buy the rip-off Magic Carp and pray it can carry us through Mount Moon. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot this would be randomized even as a gift. This low-key might be able to carry the weakened team if it has download as its ability.
Hopefully it's a Porygon 2, but we won't know until we check.
Or it could be Porygon Z. I heard his fusions in this game are more cracked than a teapot.
Would you look at that face? It seems you were right about the ability to Donnie. That's awesome.
It has the worst moveset I've ever seen. What's a +1 splash going to do to the opponent? I didn't know Charizard could even learn that move.
Welcome to the team, the derp.
Maybe it's Porygon's base level up move? Even I didn't know that.
You fools. That's going on the assumption it's pulled from their move pools. If that was the case, it would be something like Conversion, Recycle, Metal Claw, and Heat Wave. But considering not a single one of those moves appear, it's obvious that the game is just programmed to give this guy one singular move. That being Splash. Amateurs.
This Revival Blessing Corpse did not call us amateurs right now. I know that didn't just happen.
Hey look, it's the nurse. What's up, Pokey Babe?
Of course you remember something gameplay-wise when it isn't your turn, Joe. Typical.
Quiet down, your pops is back, Barack. He might fuse a Machoke with a black belt and let him close combat you if you start to misbehave.
That was as predictable as what happens the turn after you use Dig. Get some original material, Joey.
How does it feel to know the most significant black man in Pokemon ain't even black, Obama?
You mean like that? That's the type of Sal-landed shit you want me to say?
Well, that sure is an interesting statement. Proceed, Donald. Watch your words now.
Well, look at the man's eyes. He's clearly Blasian. Feels like you need the Mach Bite to get past him. That's how sloped they are, you know?
I'm trying to find words to describe how I'm feeling after that. Joe, any thoughts?
That was so insightful, Donald. Ironically, it really opened my eyes on Brock as a character.
Ha! That was a good one, buddy. I'll grab our Mount Moon encounter, then baton pass it off to you for the next episode, Obama.
Donnie, watch out, he's gonna TP. Quick, chuck your most reliable balls at him.
He might not have console commands enabled, so we might be good on the teleporting Joe. Big preach for being on the lookout.
Just please don't forget Dark Osama is still a grass type. A Hail Mary flamethrower would be dangerous.
It has Ember Barack. There's no way Ninetales learns flamethrower before level 8.
As of Generation 6, it must have begun playing the Pyro in TF2, because that fox comes strapped like he's a Smash Bros top tier.
Torania! Well, guys, what did you think of my jump cancel up smash?
I'm presuming you're in New York right now, Donald. You landing after a Spacey's kickflip is the only explanation for that recent earthquake.
Are we seriously about to brawl like Ivysaur's, Barack? I shoot so quick, you don't even see the bullets.
Against me, all you'll see is bombs.
My Zelda would mop the floor with both of you. I don't want to hear any further. We just bagged another pretty solid encounter with a special attacking monster. Fire Psychic is a great offensive type too. Defensively, it's only weak to stuff like ground and rock and ghost and water and dark. So what, basically nothing?
I wouldn't call 5 types nothing, but it could be so much worse. I'm gonna call this guy 9 since that's part of its name. Shoutouts to all the Germans who watch this scheisse.
Now that all three of us have had a shot at this game, what do you guys think about it?
Mechanically, I think it's awesome how fusing Pokemon works in terms of changing stat distributions. It really spices up their usefulness as they can be deemed viable by its ability, typing, or moveset. For example, Stunfisk is such a terrible Pokemon no matter what way you look at it. But if it's paired with Gardevoir, the electric or ground typing can really benefit the final product.
I agree with you in that regard, Donnie. It sucks that not all Pokemon look so high quality and unique, but it at least changes the way you look at battle, so who am I to complain? And personally, I'd love to see a Gardevoir and Latias make out.
You mean fuse, right, Joe?
That too, I guess. There's still no guarantee of pants going on regardless.
Now I'm concerned for that Golbat gaming chair you're sitting on. Oh, I get it now.
Come to think about it, I've never seen you leave for the bathroom on these calls, Joe.
Anyways, I'm genuinely enjoying the game too. I just love the little quality of life changes, the fact it's not a copy-paste of Kanto, the customizability, everything. It's all so well made.
Speaking of so well made, I actually have a surprise for you both next episode. I can't go into detail quite yet, but I know you'll both love it when you see it.
Finally, week 3 of asking for Barack's Sandaconda is coming true.
Oh, for crying out loud!
Don't try cover it up. You want to see it again too, Donnie.
These encounters are getting out of hand. Do you not think so?
It's not a stretch to say so. The encounter rate has been kind of high as of late. Maybe because it's Mount Moon it has a reputation to hold up?
I don't know, but it feels like every 7 steps I'm running into something. See, the game just proved my point. Can we not hack and repels for our sake?
If it gets extremely out of control, we can do that. Right now, it's early enough in the adventure, we could literally get repels next town and start using them then and there.
I hate to be that guy, especially when I've been having a blast so far. But the shop randomizing basic items is a pretty dumb decision. I'm sure it was just an oversight on the randomizing options that the developers never considered. But Pokeballs and repels and healing potions should be a guarantee, regardless of settings.
Good luck in the next episode, Barack. You're going to be having about as much fun as a Nihi Lego left with a hentai artist.
You think the mountainous moon scares me? You both severely underestimate my patience, I see. The hard part will be having to listen to you two goobers the whole time.
Oh, quite the contrary. No superior. I think we will be the only thing keeping you in check.
You can see how absurd it is from the whack-ass gameplay alone. The encounter rate is nearly as high as Donald's cholesterol after cleaning out a Chipotle.
I'll have you know my average BPM is lowered to 236. So go crunch a scorched slab of willies, why don't you?
Yeah, Joe. Making fun of a life-threatening medical issue is not funny, you cancerous character.
Oh, look, it's Team Pocket Rocket. I wonder what this secret project is they're talking about.
I'm guessing it's a retelling or variation of the Mewtwo movie. Maybe they fuse him with his parental figure and actually create the legendary Mew 3. That would be pretty sick, not gonna lie.
I remember trying to hunt down a Mew 3 ever since I discovered YouTube 17 years ago. Man, those were the days.
You actually fell for my prank video of how to obtain him in Pokemon Emerald Barack?
The internet was arguably a much wilder and untrustworthy place. We all fell for it back in the day.
How did any of you believe such bat boy shit? One of the steps was to dunk your Game Boy in sparkling water to unlock the hidden laboratory. I do agree with your last statement, though.
Yeah, now YT is just flooded with lazy AI covers and voiceovers. I hate those videos.
Was that rock smash you just got, Donald? I believe it can be forgotten since they've made it a TM this time around, which is handy.
No, he gave me cock bash for tonight, Barack. Of course he fucking gave me rock smash. What other move would be used to clear the smashable rock in our way?
To be fair, he could have just given you the notched pickaxe.
Exactly. That's what he gave me for my 21st birthday present, no deli bird, as well as an all-out pummeling, but I had been asking for that for years.
The Stockholm Syndrome is strong within this one.
Anyways, go ahead and wrap up the episode like a Dragonite Donald. Overall, I'd say you did okay today.
I was just trying to test out the new move we were given and we get another stupid encounter. This game has it out for us boys, just sweet crumbs. If you make it through next time without going absolutely insane, Barack, I will thundershock my tongue off a Raichu's asshole.
I've been waiting for this for years. Do not screw this up, Obama.
Totally irrelevant for my gameplay next time. I'll show you both how a real pro handles a challenge like this. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Infinite Fusion. Today I'm going to be traversing Mount Moon in an attempt to make it to Cerulean City. Before I ask you guys how you are, I promised a surprise for everyone last time.
OMG, I cannot contain my excitement. I've always felt like this Barack, yes, of course I'll marry you. Just say it, my sibling.
I feel the exact same way. Ever since I first laid eyes on you, I knew you were the only one for me. I've never had a crush this big on someone before.
I worry about you both, but let me reveal my secret to you all.
Oh, wow. That's actually pretty sick.
I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. How did you go about getting that Kanye sprite, Barack?
Joe Ukrainitos Numbskull? It's meant to be me. Shoutouts to PinkYoshi from the Infinite Fusion Discord. Be sure to check out their other talented works and channel in the description of this video. They designed this cute little guy a few months back, but only now has our editor figured out how to add custom sprites to the game.
That's pretty cool, Barack, but why are you heading back to Route 1?
It is real. I hope you two were practicing.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What's happening? Why is the sky burning up with light? As if I just summoned Necrozma.
Ain't no way. Joe was a non-believer this whole time. Tell me, Barack, is this the legendary secret baseball minigame?
Indeedy it is, Donnie. But it looks like we were too late. The Little Busters are wrapping it up without us. Maybe in the next world we will get our chance to throw that raging meow ball.
Damn that beautiful ginger son of a gun. I really hope our times together aren't a figment of my imagination.
Our feelings are stronger than a mespritz. I'm glad to have you both with me on this remarkable adventure.
Why, this is just perfect. Special thanks to everyone who is watching this video right now.
The only thing that would complete this moment would be if our editor showed up.
Hey, look, our editor showed up.
That does look like something he would dress up to snap some saucy pics for the OF. Real talk, won't this take like 6 years to evolve?
What are you talking about? A simple Firestone will evolve this guy.
Larvesta evolves at level 59 Joe, so even though this thirsty cosplayer is ours, we won't be seeing his final form for a bit.
I meant Lucario Barack. Using a Firestone unlocks his mega form, right?
I thought you were getting better at Pokemon, Joe. Who told you he evolves with a Firestone?
That son of a cutie fly Jamie from the playground. Why would he feed me misinformation like that? I gave him the best ice cream cone I had that day.
Say, there's a Pokemon egg just chilling here. Should we take it into our personal care?
I don't see why not. Technically, it's a static encounter, so let's get to hatching this sucker.
I can't imagine the nightmare that could possibly hatch from this thing. Could be something super cute or something that'll eat my dreams tonight.
Once again, shoutouts to PinkYoshi for this magnificent sprite. The more I look at it, the more I'm stunned from infatuation. I love it.
Did you say our editor couldn't figure out how to put custom sprites in this game? Isn't it literally dropping 3 folders in 2 locations?
How do you know that, Joe?
He's incompetent, guys. Come on, we knew this. He thought IKEA was a country in Africa and currently thinks Gen 9 is peak Pokemon design. I don't know which is worse.
To be fair, King Gambit goes hard.
The shit sitter? He goes hard, all right. Goes hard after a mukbang muck Indian munchie box.
Who's munching a Mux box while banging it? That sounds exquisite.
Hey, Smeargle Shafty 1 and 2, can we focus? I was about to say, maybe if you ask kindly, they could prepare you two some sprites so we all have a unique one for this adventure.
Great idea, Barack. Let's see, do I want to be Superman or Goku next time?
Well, canonically, the latter has a bigger dick, so choice is obvious.
I meant of yourselves, you Dunsparsus.
Why would I want to be myself? I play games to escape my life and identity. As cool as it is to be whatever job I currently hold, I don't want to be reminded while chilling with the boys. I'm a different man behind the screen.
Your job is literally in the title of every single one of these videos.
There's a reason people call him the amnesia spamming slow bro.
There's actually something involving this whale knot I want to incorporate into this episode. A new series gimmick that we will be dropping after this season.
We're getting our own generational mechanic this time around? As long as it isn't as hilariously stupid and overpowered as Dynamaxing, then I'm down for whatever.
Barack, quick, say that it's a dick-sucking contest or something.
That's not even remotely possible, Donald, but thanks for the heads up anyway. I don't want to spoil the surprise too much, so let's just journey on.
Do you have a specific game plan heading into this tedious dungeon, Barack?
I'm going to try spread the experience around to our lower level members. Our newly found furry friend should prove powerful in these battles.
Considering he's 4 times weak to fire and one of his materials is a low stat stage 1 monster, he's not exactly our most reliable party member. Don't play the hero, Barack. You're not a low tier god.
Greetings, everybody.
Do you guys smell that? Is that his super sweet syrup ability activating?
Great. Goodbye to our monetization for this video.
Your life literally serves an entire purpose.
Hey yo, who hit the quick time event?
I'm just gonna hug you. You're gonna keep coming back. I'm gonna open up my arms. Why? Because you keep smelling this comfort. My useful, great loving friend.
Oh no, it's one of Barack's people. One of those Hitmonchan mother truckers.
Hey Joe, you chickhead, what the puck do you mean by that? You ungrateful paint plastered?
I think he means he's one of those utter chuckers, or sons of Stitches.
Isn't this game just magnificent? Look at how fantastic this Kingly looks. He's just dang gorgeous.
What the schnitzel is this blitzel? Why can't I cuss all of a sudden?
Why, that's my passive skill I've honed, like the claws. When I'm around, I grant my teammates a 22% skill boost and increase their niceness stat by 110%, effectively preventing any bad words from being spoken and proccing any negative abilities for the rest of the session. Am I fulfilling my support role well, my wonderful companions?
I did not understand a word that beautiful dude just said. Can somebody explain it in Pokemon terms for me?
Essentially, he used imprison on us. And since he knows every insult in the book, we cannot say anything inappropriate while he's on the field.
Well, low-tier god, we appreciate the stat boost, don't get me wrong. But why and how did you get here?
Oh, pardon me, the excellent and royal King Donald. I don't go by that alias anymore. Please refer to me as high-tier human instead.
You shivering snow run savior. King Donald has a ring to it. My apologies, HTH.
It's all good, my brother from a separated mother. Well, I heard you lost a Pokemon last episode, so I thought I would show up here today just to give you a hand so the run doesn't fail. Remember, there was no Dragon Rage or Wonder Guard toggle at the start of the game, so those are still on the table if you haven't made a rule about them.
I don't know about these Glam Meow plushies, but I ain't afraid of no dragons or Shedinjas.
The only thing that scares me is Barack's Galarian Linoon.
Speaking of, your mom touched up my Obstagoon last night.
She touched what?
What? I was laddering Generation 8 UU and I told her the set wasn't helping me net any wins. She showed me a more tanky sleep build, which helped my team drastically.
Wait, guys, I actually relate. In that case, I'm glad she could give you a hand with that.
Oh, she gave me a hand, all right. Shortly after that, I made love to her.
You made what?
What? Love. Lots of valuable experiences. We went shopping, we played a bit of tennis, all the while I was informing her of how amazing her son is.
Aw, shucks, man, you the best.
Wait, Barack, make sure you use Absorb again or you will die.
It's been spamming Rock Throw Joe. Please, I think I've got this in the bag. Oh, grumbling Growliths.
Yes, kill the furry.
Don't act out of revenge, my child. You are skilled in love, just don't lose sight of who exactly you are.
You're right, high-tier human. I'm going to stay focused and evolve 9 like I originally intended.
What in this world could live a stab flamethrower or Psyshock?
Probably Flash Firehound Doom since it's immune to both types.
Do I need to grab the shampoo? Because it sounds like you are conditioning us for a foreshadow where that damn dog destroys our little 9.
Naruto the Nine-Tailed Fox will be fine in any battle, as long as he bonkais his Kamehameha using the One Piece.
Is that before or after he activates Zawa Rudo?
I didn't think we could make anime fans cringe, but we just pulled off the impossible.
Wait a sec, I just realized that this combination of a fire-spitting psychic is basically Dalzim as a Pokemon. Do you think our precious 9 here would perform well in the World Warrior Tournament, my goat?
I couldn't even tell you, my brother. I gave up Street Fighter long ago. Game Producer 6. May God bless his rabbit nurturing soul. His words have reached my inner being. He has shown me the light through the ruin and saved my humanity like a bonfire.
Wait, did he die or something? If so, we need to celebrate his death, like now.
Has he invited you all to the Society of Light yet?
Not really. Last time he was on the show, he just shouted at us so he could milk drink the content we produce. And milk drink Donald, of course.
I tried chazzing it up with him, but it never works out. I heard if you jading him up, he might actually listen to your concerns.
Unfortunately, my fine gentleman, that's all the time I have to spend with you today. GP is especially dressed up as a Galarian Ponyta as we run the rounds in Dims fighting herds. I shall inform you all of any knowledge I obtain, but until then, spread the love, y'all.
Okay, I'll bite like a gibble. None of you believe his presence makes us play better, do you?
Nope, I always said that too. Thanks, Barack.
Well, watch out, Dragon Rage.
We outspeed, it's fine. You mother!
All right, let me snap on him like my name's Todd. I'm loading the hop pip opera yapper and infiltrating your space while these grass bullets fly. I will leave your ass dead in the grass like a cradley. Close your eyes, Joe, because you don't want to see the gore when I geist and show the fruits of my labor when the gun gets to flapping. This worthless fuck is sitting there thinking, damn, we smoking that 9-pack tonight, boys? You small-of-size shit? You're a bigger con artist than Smeargle.
Damn, that was a clean grass type scheme you had there, Milo. I always agreed with you. Fraud Balma is back on the map, everybody. Turns out he's a fusion of a Generation 1 psychic and fighting type. Mr. Choke has arrived, everyone.
Ah, yes, I should have used my telekinetic reality warping skills to make the 100% accurate Dragon Rage miss. How silly of me.
You should have just called the early game Dragon Rage clause. You ass pumper.
As I said earlier, I'm not a pussy. We live and die by the early game difficulty. It wasn't even the DR's fault, it was that stupid Custap Berry.
It's a long walk of shame back to the PC now, Barack.
That's true. The viewers don't deserve that suffering sight, at least.
Okay, I'll agree with you on that. Let me kill this whore Ender and I can make my way back.
And now blood is killing whores? It's official. Season 1 Dark Obama was a mightier dog than this pooch.
I actually think it's time for the new segment I've been cooking up for the midway of this video. Roll out the tapes. Who the fuck is that Pokemon? It's Woblor.
You want to go first, Joe?
I don't know what that thing was, but I'm in love. Give me more details on that beautiful creature, Barack.
Hold on, let me waltz around the darkness for a sec.
Well, that was a waste of time.
Wait, hold on. We got a baby on the way, boys. Get your tight jeans on.
Ayo, stay back, Joe. Oh my God, it's cock stuff.
Oh, but I'm the sus one when it comes to dogs. I see how it is.
I mean, yeah. Definitely just referencing your weird obsession with dog dick. That is all. Look no further.
This guy isn't a fusion, so shall we deposit him in the box until further notice? I might have an idea on what we can do with him.
Exactly what I was thinking, Donatron. I will throw him into the non-portable Porygon personal computer the next chance I get.
Your wordplay isn't going to distract me from that ad break section you had on Standby Barack. You sure are full of surprises today, aren't you, Shiny Sandygast?
Don't you ever compare me to a black shiny monster again. You know how much I hate that color scheme. But yes, that is the new segment I was thinking of doing around the halfway mark of every video. What did you both think?
All jokes aside, I do like it. It shows off more of the awesome custom fusions that can be found throughout the game, which I will never be able to stop gushing over.
Same here, but I think you landed a confused ray on me because there's something I don't get.
What, bitches?
Good one, Shiny Palo Sand. My only concern with the segment is that it's quite difficult to tell what Pokemon it is with the silhouette. In the anime, for example, you have that specific generation's distinct Pokemon to guess, and they usually play a prominent role in that episode. Here we have hundreds of thousands of combinations to choose from, so how can you expect the viewers to guess correctly?
You raise a good point. To clarify, this segment will be done to pay homage to some of the sicker fusions in this series. Yes, the shadow will make it hard to guess who the F that Pokemon is, but remember the sprite will be related to something that has already appeared before in the video. Whalenaught appeared at the 4-minute mark earlier in the episode, and if he fully evolved, that would be his Wobboard sprite. That should make it a little fairer for those who want to try and guess before we reveal it. Let us know what you think of the Pokemon of the day down below. I think he looks great.
I mean, he's an easy smash, obviously.
Your mind is so perverted, Joe. Can't you just appreciate a Pokemon's looks and expression without wanting to use beat down on your Caterpie?
You're totally right, Donald. Truth be told, I haven't been getting any action lately, so that's why I've been so down batty bad for these digital sprites lately. I've been thinking of seeing a psychologist to help me get through it, but the appointment was canceled last minute.
Oh man, that sucks to hear, but I'm glad you're seeking help, Joey. Why did they cancel on you?
Oh no, I was the one who canceled on him because it was a cringe decision.
Hey look guys, it's us as a Pokemon. Get it?
Oh, I get it, because I have a deep doom desire for that Pollet Tussie Wussy.
All right, so seeking professional help is cringe, but whatever you just said is acceptable. You're a lost cause sleepy.
I know we resolved the secret baseball minigame arc in this episode, but I wouldn't be surprised if it actually showed up here instead. What is this place?
Who cares, Obama? We have heal balls. They're cheaper than the boost balls by $200 Renos, and the catch multiplier is probably higher. Stack it up, boy.
And the sale fossil for another gift Pokemon? We could actually go back and get it now if we really want to, since the revival machine is already up and running.
I'll let one of you guys do that in a later episode since we have come so far. I don't have the time nor patience to go back through the entirety of Mount Moon when I'm pretty sure we are at the end. I'll also do a bit of selling while we are here.
I gotta give you props, Obama. It feels like every 6 steps there has been an encounter in that wild, wild dungeon, but you're handling it pretty well.
Don't forget that you're both washed, as I'm the only one who hasn't lost a Pokemon yet. Will this be the second season in a row I'll have to uptake the mantle as your captain and lead by example?
I forgot we made you our captain. Man, I was higher than Deoxys that episode.
By all means, go ahead, you Mamoswine cheek clapper. Last time you got cocky before a water gym, you got steamrolled like a whirlipede. Just let me know you're going to wipe out ahead of time so I can grab some snacks first.
Go ahead, Grunts. Ask the comment question of the day before we wrap up. No Dragonair.
Super Captain 9251 says, my question. What is a question?
A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. Have at you.
I know I always want you to die, Donald, but I never knew you were such a monster.
Die, monster. You don't belong in this world.
I think he's stuck in a Castlevania loop. Let's move on. Ted Cruz on the donation asks, which Pokemon do you think represents you the most as a person? Who you are inside, and not if you're black, white, or orange.
Oh, in that case, a big, beefy blue and black Zekrom.
Are you going to elaborate on that, Joe?
Oh, trust me, the real fans know why.
Great, enjoy figuring that one out, folks. I guess I would say something like Landurus. Regal, strong, sophisticated, powerhouse, handsome, terrifying, built different, part lion, riding the flying Nimbus. Everything you could dream of in a man.
What is a man?
I never think about stuff like this, but off the top of my head, I would say Tyranitar. Consistently a competitive beast and a reliable monster through and through. Sounds like myself, don't it? It speaks volumes that the guy has never dropped from OU.
He's you and Scarlet and Violet Donald. Did you not hear about the tier changes?
You Tornadoes pranking, Jester? Mr. Matt Glowy?
Your copium levels are so high, it's making my eyes sting. Youch!
With that, we don't have any more donation comment questions left on our Buy Me a Coffee page. If you donate even $1 with a question attached, you will be guaranteed to get an answer next episode.
Our Team Rocket attempting some sick three-way fusion here? That's kind of cool, let them do it, Barack.
Remember, fellas, it's okay if it's in a three-way.
This is a linear Pokemon game, Joe. I don't really have much say in the matter. We are the heroes after all.
Oh, look, it's Donald, a mega rat.
I'd rather be a rat than a fusion of Slacking's nuts and Marowak for a lazy-ass pile of ancient bones.
Why did you have to include balls in that statement? That was as redundant as Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Balls? Balls, 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 balls.
Settle down, Joe. Save that balls chant for when we will really need it against a crazy wild legendary or something. You Electrode suckling sack of leftover discharge.
Here it comes, with the honey in the middle, there's a leeway.
Why did it go wowie cop plowy? I wanted to see something truly nightmarish from this game for once.
I mean, I'm sure they will get the tripler fusion right eventually. Or they might wait until later to do a Magmar, Pinsir, and Electabuzz combination.
I always thought that trio included my sweet Jinxie Poo instead of Dick Pinch, but I get your point.
Or they might fuse the evolutions together down the line. Imagine an electrical, compatible fluffy boy.
Leave my cute, innocent Eevee out of your mouth.
Oh, mega pause.
You both know I love that little guy beyond words can describe, which is why I got that matching tattoo with Ariana Grande.
Yes, and who gives a wiggly worm a damn about your stupid little tramp stamp Barack?
I'm just saying I'm not loyal to a lot of things in my life, not even my wife and Strife. But believe me, Eevee is the one for me, Stevie, in case you wonder. I will die fighting that he is the true Pokemon mascot. He's got his own game in the form of Let's Go on the Switch, which is one of the greatest video games of the times. They took the radical concept of Pokemon Go, expanded upon it, and made the capturing and battles beyond fucking gnarly. Oh yeah, that's my cuddly little fox doggo king and goat. Wait, what the hell happened to my savior and Lord Helix? He turned to mulch? Why didn't I get his fossil?
Your false god literally turned to dust, LMAO.
This game is very strange when it comes to item randomization. At least you got the 7K sale fossil from that hidden Clefairy village or whatever that was earlier.
It's all good though you're in the home stretch now, Barack. Just a few more ladders and Mount Moon is finito.
Thank Persian's crusty toenails, because I don't know how many more encounters I can take before I let this sun steel strike.
Sort of off-topic question, but being in Mount Moon reminded me. Does anyone remember that online Pokemon clicker RPG Pokemon Eclipse? It used to be called Pokemon Moon back in the day, before Gamefreak stole the name for Generation 7.
Oh my god, yes. The OG Poke Clicker. The nostalgia is hitting me harder than a Choice Banded Infernape Flare Blitz.
More ladders? That looks like the exit. Take us away, Barack.
Sweet, sweet sunlight. Oh my god, the morning sun is starting to rise. I'm so happy to be out of there, I could call you two my friends right now.
A bit harsh, Barack, but I'll blame the insanity of navigating that hellscape for you.
The struggle is never Jover. You still have a Pokemon to catch here on Route 4.
You can devour an NK-shaped phallus if you think I am getting into another battle before this video ends. I'm saving right here, then you can either do the gym next time or trudge through the roots up north.
Yeah, I think I'll save that for Donnie for his episode 6. Good work today, Baraka.
Considering we have like 3 encounters available right now, 1 death ain't too bad. We are still well on pace.
Thanks, boys. Have a great weekend.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Infinite Fusion. I guess before we start, I have a surprise for you too.
Ha, yes, of course, my blood brother. I'll be yours forever and ever. Let's celebrate our marriage in style. I love you, Joe.
Note to self, Barack is sick in the head this episode. Anywho, go for it, buddy.
What the ferret?
Our editor told us we only get 1 or 2 F-bombs per video, and I hate to use mine so early to kill the monetization. But how in the flying type fuck did you manage this?
I decided to represent my people and get a sex change, guys. Ain't that neat?
Your people? Pedophiles?
Okay, Donnie, you got me. I'm actually repping all the 13-year-old girls in the world. That is our character's canonical age after all.
Wait a minute. I can see the character morph in and out of a different sprite. You Shang Tsung wannabe. What the hell did you do to our pro tag?
Just let him get his encounter first, Barack.
Wow. For 2 slick-looking Pokemon, I thought they would have a cooler fusion together. Still, this opens up a lot of awesome possibilities, particularly with relentless.
The main thing I'm looking at here is the fact these are 2 fully evolved Pokemon. Their stat potential is already at its best since they have both reached their final form, so we could safely fuse them with non-evolved monsters and still have reliable firepower.
We could do that or refuse them with other final stage evolutions. Imagine the Kingdra paired with Charizard or Lugia. We are starting to gain some seriously kick-ass materials now. I love it.
Is that green stuff around the Reuniclus fat? You're an expert in that field, Donald. Tell me your thoughts.
Why don't you shut it, you son of a Squirtle's ass crack?
I actually looked it up after the last episode, and in this game, the Boost Ball has a catch multiplier of 0.8 times, and the Heal Ball is your regular 1 times catch multiplier.
Barack utilizing his downloadability on balls like he's a Porygon 2. Maybe you can answer me this question because I never understand the move. How does Psywave work?
Well, it's a bit complicated. There's a whole formula for it, which is dumb, that depends on your Pokemon's level. Fun fact, just like all great Generation 1 mechanics, it could break your game in a local battle. It could do 1 HP from your perspective, but on your friend's Game Boy, it could actually do 0 damage and desync the Link battle. The more you know.
And if you don't know, now you know, Zigga.
You never answered my question, Chubbs McKenzie. What is the green fat?
I believe it's the polypeptide cytoplasm produced by the pocket monster's hydrophilic mitochondria. That's basic Bayleaf biology, bitch.
All right, I was going to make a smart scientific name, but after hearing that brain rot, I'm going with the nickname Handy. Bro's got hands, so he is literally that.
Go ahead and deposit him, Joe. I've got some great fusion ideas for the following episode.
And fix whatever wacky metamorphosis is going on with our character. Nobody wants to see this crock-and-awe concoction anymore.
All right, there you go. Fixed myself up just in time for this rival battle. We even get to see my cool custom portrait in the versus screen.
Did they take that photo of you while getting Vietnam flashbacks? Why do you look so depressed?
It's depressing being the best. When you're the only player in a 3-man Nuzlocke that hasn't lost a Pokemon, it gets lonely up at the #1 spot.
If you're in first place, I cannot wait for a blue shell to come out of nowhere and use Misty Explosion on your cocky sandy shocky bukkake ass.
That was an ill flow you just had there, Barack. Another shout out to PinkYoshi from the Infinite Fusion Discord who provided me with this custom trainer sprite. It looks awesome, and be sure to check out their channel again in the description.
Guess I gotta ask that munching Koopa looking chump to conjure up a magnificent character for myself also. I suppose it does give me a chance to complain to them directly about how Joe's sprite looks way too young. It should have just been a Kaboo-top skeleton walking around.
Wait guys, look at who I'm facing. It's finally time to peek all of my chews and squirt all of my turtles.
Joe, don't say that. Open up those Victini-shaped ears and listen to me before the sus police get you.
You just don't want the feds to show up for other reasons, good cop?
Says the fatty who somehow keeps running away from the tax collector like a cricketot.
All right, even though neither of these two are physical attackers, I'll teach them Dragon Rush for the extra coverage.
Smart decision, Joe. I'm gonna try to be more supportive like a plusle of you both, since at the end of the day, we are all in this together. Call me Troy Bolton.
Before I forget, I've learned a new trick this time around. Call me Pumpkaboo. I'm about to blow your mind with this one.
All right, Bucephalon, go ahead.
I want you all to look at the interactive options underneath this video.
The stuff that lets the channel use the move growth. All right, keep it going, Joe.
While I remind you all to like the video and subscribe to the channel, notice how those respective buttons light up. Make sure to unlike to see it happen again, and re-like to see the cool little thumbs up effect that goes with it.
Bro is engagement farming on YouTube. I've officially seen it all.
I don't know why this air rough is in creative mode staring at us, but do what you do best in shooting down Mr. Prez.
You both strike me as the type of Cosmog cowards to use the SAM turret as a kill streak, and this just confirms it.
Watch out, here comes his ace Joe.
I'm not surprised. I had faith that our rival would still have his genitals from the first battle.
Geez, I hope so. We aren't Indian doctors or anything.
His general just evolved into a bigger, juicier, and girthier general. I kind of mess with that.
This is why I could never employ you to work in the Dick Ick shop, Donald. You just admitted to messing around with this black rabbit's genitals, which comprises like 40% of the stock we sell in the store. You'd get too distracted, but low-key I would understand it.
Thanks.
This battle seems like it's in the bag like Nebby, so let me ask, are you going to take on Misty this episode?
I think I'll leave that for Donald next time. I'll clear the routes up north, catch a few encounters, and even train up the team for the next episode. Sound good?
That's perfect, my minin'. As long as Barack isn't the one to fight Misty, I can't complain. Bro would be fighting his inner demons, and I'm not talking about Sakuna this time.
Speaking of inner demons, our opponent Jenna Tools just listened to theirs and committed sauce on the side. You hate to see it.
Sorry, boys, I just cried like a sobble when I heard we have to delay seeing Fisty Misty for an episode. My jealous and colored joystick just disintegrated as well, but decent battle all the same, Joe.
I'll make a start on these 5 punks guarding the Nuggy Bridge as we make our way north. How are you both doing this week, by the way, boys?
I'm doing great, Joe. I rewatched The Pick of Destiny for like the 50th time in my life. That movie is a true classico.
Totally agree, Barack. Coincidentally enough, I've been listening to Octagon collaborations and remixes also. I just can't get enough of those 8 fantastic sides. Any more bizarre adventures, JoJo?
No, nothing crazy this week, but I'm in a bit of a predicament at the moment. I'm heading to a concert this weekend with Bush. I don't know why he's so connected to me. It's like he wants me inside of him or something.
And I'm going to be fused with that corrupted wicked witch of America called Hillary Clinton. Get over yourself, Joe, you crawdont choker. What singer are you going to see?
We are going to watch some wacky-ass band called Tenacious D. Ever heard of them?
Oh my God! Donald my cock!
You shallow smasher. How did you get your hands on those tickets? The both of us have been trying for months and they've sold out every attempt we make.
You two seem to always forget exactly who I am. I'm literally the president. I stole the tickets from a Make-A-Wish kid. I absolutely focused punched his lights out. Who are they going to report me to, myself?
You went through all that effort, yet you have absolutely no idea who they are at all, Joe?
I haven't a clue. Don't tell me it's one of those stupid boy bands with like 20 singers in it. That's Bush's new craze lately.
It's the incredibly talented duo of Kyle Gass and Jack Black.
Black? Was that the guy who was featured in the last episode?
You've never heard of Jack Black? Jablinski Gaming? The second best YouTube channel on the platform, only behind Game Producer 6?
He's top 3 channels in the verse, no questions asked.
Kind of like how this Type Tales We Are Against is top 3 fusion designs in the IF-verse. The pulsating flames acting as a sort of beard/main hybrid is just sick. Looks better than any of those weird 3D Typhlosion models where the fire ain't active. He just looks like a naked, long rodent boy.
First time you've ever complained about such a thing.
I mean, he looks cool, but it's nothing special. The next sprite will probably look better.
It would have to be some awesome sort of fly dude for it to top that last one.
According to all known laws of aviation, there is no way a bee should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground.
What is going on with this cursed-ass battle right now? First Barry B. Benson and now the Pixar lamp?
Hold on a sonic booming second. That's my boy, Armando. Have you never seen him out in the wilderness picking clovers like yourself, Donald?
Unlike you, Barack, I'm not a professional at hanging out in fields. So that's a no from me.
I don't know what you're chat-totting on about Flubber, but watch the sonic booms, Joe.
I know the guy'll match up well, Barack, don't worry. I would never let a Pokemon faint to a set damage move unlike some people.
Ouch, that stung like poison. That being said, great match, Joe.
I can't wait to see how strong the rest of the cuties on this bridge are. For the love of Solus's juicy slime, those trainers were piss easy.
Look on the bright side, you can go back to your villainous ways and join Team Rocket, Joe.
Ah, what the hell, I'll rejoin, why not? Maybe they'll finally listen to me about how I personally would conquer the world. Sure would beat whatever plan that Gothita Groomer Giovanni comes up with.
Whoa, 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 stop. There's a lot to unpack there.
This cling or clang or cling clang fusion reminds me of that deadbeat bastard. Him and his pussycat Persian would always grind my gears.
I was joking about you being in Team Rocket before. Are you meaning to tell me you actually were?
My hoodlum scrafty days were short-lived, but it's true, boys. It was a gang back in '98 called Team R. We were rebellious, but we didn't want copyright smoke from the Nintendo ninjas.
I do remember a couple of sleepovers back in the day, seeing a coughing and Ekans-colored akimbo pistols hung up in your wardrobe, Joe. Was that the strap you rode around with?
Ah, yes, my trusty sidekicks, Jesse and James, always blasting off, again and again.
Okay, that was colder than head from an ice cube, but why did you leave the gang?
I told you we got a new boss. Coincidentally, an Italian asshole called Giovanni. He wanted to take over the world in the shadows. I wanted to with upfront destruction. To me, damage is the only way forward.
Oh my God, the evidence was under our noses the whole time like Probo passes iron sand. How did we never notice?
Our morals divided the clan, so those who followed me were now a part of the newly found Toilet Bird Gang. We were ganging it. Gang, 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 gang.
And you dug up dirt that he was grooming young girls? Was the mob name a cover-up for Aubrey Graham?
I think we will have to save that story for another day. It's time for another encounter, boyos.
Yippity! Cook it up, Joey!
Watch this. The next encounter is about to be the biggest dub I have ever conjured up in my entire existence.
You literally summoned a W unknown fused with a Pokemon whose name also begins with that letter.
Dub was so big, I used transform on the 23rd letter of the alphabet, boss man.
Thank you, thank you. You're far too kind. However, since it is part unknown, this mon is more of an L than anything. I think we should use this thing as Wonder Trade material. What do you think, guys?
Oh my Claude. The dub stands for Wonder Trade, which is a goated mechanic.
Joe hopping out the kitsch with the Max Flare Darmanitan eyebrow fire emoji.
Yes, I am 6 of those whatever things you just water spouted, Donnie. Don't get me wrong, the Whooper side is cool, but unknown fused with anything will drop their stats harder than 6 consecutive overheats.
You're right in saying that, Joe. I guess this cements the fact we will be using Wonder Trades as a re-rolling system for wild encounters that we may not be happy about.
Sounds fair enough to me. Thanks to all the viewers who gave their input on the Wonder Trade tickets in episode 2.
Thanks to all the bots that I paid for in those comments for doing your job. Anyway, time to officially label this guy as Dub and send him off into the great ether like his real name is Ike.
Isn't this exciting, boys? A brand new feature we've never seen before. They should add this to a mainline game.
I despise how uncultured you are at times.
Wait, you don't think this could be a foreshadowing to me sending away our Dub for this run just like last time, do you?
Well, now I think that. You mother shuckle.
Well, he is level 14, and you both have read the script and saw the premature ending to that episode, right?
Bro, did not just fucking spoil that this series dies at 14.
Joe, calm down. We need to take a break or something. Obama dropping bombshells part always.
What did I say? I like to know my lines for the day of a recording.
And we got something so fucking mid? Cut to commercial! Who the fuck is that Pokemon? Hey yo, it's Pikachu. Fucking idiot.
Why is it so hard for you to understand basic communication, Joey Max Slowey? When did a Pikachu fusion appear at all in this episode?
Did you forget that time when I squirted?
Like a Fampy?
You were close.
Hey Samuel, pay attention. You were supposed to include a Poke fusion that has already appeared in the first half of the video or one of its evolutions so the viewers have a fair shot of guessing it.
That's kind of dumb. I don't like it when the viewers win. But fine, I'll play fair next time I get a turn.
Okay, good. Aside from that, I'm excited to see what other fusion material you could possibly obtain in the rest of this episode. Remember, the more monsters we catch, the more epic options we gain for our team. We aren't bound to just what we have caught. We can mix and match the individual creatures in whatever way we like. Is there any combination you have in mind right now?
After this battle, I might head back to the box and fuse Fly Amigo with Dark Osama. That 4-way would go crazier than a Volo.
You Venom Moth Throbbing Jobber. You should know you can't merge 2 pre-existing fusions.
I think there's one other glaring problem here like an Arbok. It's the simple fact that Fly Amigo is dead. Do you think I'd deposit a Latios for fun?
Well, considering how it was killed off, I really thought it was all just a cruel joke you were playing. In reality, it was just skill issue.
Hey Barack, why was 6 afraid of 7?
No idea. Why?
Because you fucking nuked 9.
I'm sorry I have a sense of pride for being the best player out of the 3 of us. I could have very easily pulled the Dragon Rage clause as you said, but I play these challenges hardcore to prove I am literally at the peak of the Silver Mountain.
Is that so? I'll leave you seeing red if that's the case.
Why do Donanonis and Barakanis have to keep on fighting?
For the sake of your focused bestie, I'll form a truce with this mechanized monstrosity. If it's too distracting, I shall do it. Does that make you feel at ease?
Well, miss my Magus and steal my kids. I need this thing in my real life as my real wife right now. Hand it over, you heckin' hacker.
Why did I flinch as if that was a slur?
Please don't freak out and start losing monsters left, right, and center, Joe. I know it's hypocritical of me to say, but we can't really afford to lose any more party members this early in the run. Remember, my ambiguous relative of a gym leader did have a legendary, but we were just super lucky like an unpheasant that it happened to be fused with a baby Pokemon.
At this current moment, I'm fully aware that my ability is not own tempo, because I'm confused. This Boldor-built Bingus is for some reason giving me advice, even though my gameplay is so rock solid I've been carrying the team on my back like a Crustle. Shut that musky Vullaby trap of yours before I send you back to your city. Or as you and this supposed Jack call it, Black City.
To round out this shitty Gen 5 scheme, you both suck Seismitoad's froggy groggy balls. That is all.
Donald, you're being such a meanie right now. Viewers, remember next episode to dislike the video to show your hatred towards him.
That's so stupid, Joe. People are going to forget to do that next time. If we really wanted the people to thumbs down my episode, we could just include Game Producer 6 as the special feature. Lord knows the comments love going after that cast-form creamer.
While you mention it, what's up with our dumb drunken editor appearing as a guest in other videos? Can we ban him from showing up ever again to not mock and tarnish this channel's reputation? We have a series to keep alive here.
Good call. I might even hit up the Smogon Council and get Finchinator on the case. Because his usage rate is above the average, GP6 and all his regional variants / costumes have been banned to the Ubers tier. This is with immediate effect.
All 741 cosplay alternate forms too?
Especially those.
I'm sorry, Joe. I know you love to try and sweep me on Showdown with the sexy Sneasler variant, but we will have to wait for Pokemon Piss and Pokemon Shit Suspect test for you to use him again.
We lost a real homo today, boys. I already missed that spicy Metang meat.
It's about time the God Duck learned Bulldoze. Finally, he has a reliable ground-type stab.
He is nigh complete.
Jesus Christ, Christ baby, what did they do to my boy SB? Murder that poor thing so it doesn't have to live in pain.
I just realized that it's the rat from the last series. Is this the 69 God?
Outdated reference yet relevant at the same time, Joe? Keep on booming it, brother.
Wop, 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 wop. Don, mess him up.
Hey, Barack, I've got an Ironworks Fuego line for you that will get us a freaking bars comment chain under this video.
Sweet Shuppet Soup Joe, you're prefacing this with some high expectations here. Let's see if your wordplay is worth it.
All right, checkity check, check it. Call me your dad because I believe in you.
Oof.
Well spoken, Donnie. I'm sorry to tell you, Mr. Prez, my Poplio piping pops never had faith in me to begin with, so that line falls flat. You won't get an FB approval from me today.
No, wait, run it back. I said call me your dad, cause I be leaving you.
Freaking. Bars.
He said it. He said the thing. Make sure to capture this in 4K on my Barackberry phone, Donald.
You freaking twisted those words like a spoon? The Abra Evolutions ain't got nothing on you, Creepy Joe.
I can't believe he managed to turn that one around on me. Viewers, be sure to head down to the comment section below and find the freaking bars chain and add to it.
While you fight this eeny weeny Hitmontini, maybe you should ask the comment question of the day, Joe.
Great idea, Donald. Super Duper Bro 3251 asks, if you could study under any of the Pokemon professors, who would it be?
I gotta go with the Masked Royal Kukui. He's hands down the most prestigious professor in the series battling-wise, as he is literally the champion of Sun and Moon. For Cosmo's sake, he beat the Indigo League and even gave Lance a run for his money as champion. Plus, he has Braviary on his team, which is my favorite Pokemon, so brownie points there.
I'd have to say Professor Oak. Think about it. This man invented the Pokédex. We wouldn't have such a highly informative encyclopedia if it wasn't for him. All the insane Dex entries and crazy facts about the creatures of the regions would not be made publicly known if it wasn't for his ingenious idea.
Mine's got to be Sonia from Galar. I'll admit, she hasn't really done much. Her mother discovered Dynamaxing, which is one of the most busted gimmicks in all of Pokemon, so there's that. Plus, she's superty-duperty hot, and her dog is always looking for a pounding.
I understand pouncing the professor, but you can't keep getting away with this doggy-style dog-doing Joe.
Oh no, when I say pounding, I mean it literally. Her stupid little yamper always knocks down the door when Sonia and I are using the Masuda method, if you know what I mean. So I grab my sword and shield and batter the literal dog piss out of him. That'll teach him to disturb my breeding time.
From bestiality to animality. I want to say I'm happy you're growing better as a person, Joe, but my soul would not be able to rest easy knowing I meant that.
I'm getting there, Barack, I'm getting there. Machine Gun Hunt 8407 asks, what are your guys' favorite anime?
Gotta pay respects to the GOAT Akira Toriyama. Dragon Ball shaped an entire culture and continuously goes on to define the anime community. Who am I kidding? It's broken beyond its boundaries and has made a massive impact on other parts of pop culture. It's not even a part of the big three. Toriyama literally pointed at himself and said, it's just big me.
I usually exclude Dragon Ball because it's so obviously #1. So aside from that, I would say the Ace Attorney anime adaptation. Anyone that doesn't have time to play through the game should give it a watch. It brings the trilogy to screens, and my God, it is impeccable. It captures the lighthearted comedy as well as the serious tone of each case perfectly. Plus, Daddy Edgeworth pulls up in his whip, ready to pimp smack some defendants. Who doesn't love that?
I'm not a weeb like you two bozos, so I haven't seen many animes or teenager cartoons, as you call them.
Aren't you the one always speaking Japanese in these videos, Joe?
Shut up, Totoro. But in all seriousness, my favorite anime has to be Family Guy.
Hell no, we are not discussing this Toro's bullshit today. What's the story with that item you just picked up?
Well, this game does get continuous updates, so it's likely an item used to be assigned to that ID but was maybe changed or modified for a specific reason in a later version. I think the devs considered that, and this seems to be a safe way to dispose of said empty ID slots.
Well, that's a bit frustrating. It honestly seems like our item luck has been terrible so far. Between the abundance of berries and now this literally pointless item, we have not hit the jackpot quite yet when it comes to held items.
Don't worry, Cleveland, my nakama. I'm certain we will obtain some great items one day. I hear the hotel side quests give out some great rewards, so maybe after Donald's gym battle next episode you could have a look at being the quest slave.
The quest, what?
Don't worry about it anyway, I'm going to defuse Bill and then end off the episode. I haven't slept in like 8 minutes and my eyes are getting heavier than a Celestila.
Sounds good, Giuseppe. I'm going to train my tush off for the Misty fight. Just in case Barack asks her to throw it back and she declines, I can step in and take her place.
I swear to God, if I start seeing you getting jiggy with it, I will let the gun get ziggy with you.
Nice, we got a ticket for a luxurious cruise. Must be a new area the creator added in that was cut from red and blue.
This guy has supposedly beaten Gen 1 thousands of times, folks.
No deaths and 2 captures. Not a bad showing today, Joe.
I'm in agreement. I hope I can carry your momentum into the next boss fight. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a closed-door private meeting with Glizzy Drizzy to attend. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Infinite Fusion. Last time, Joe got absolutely 0 things done and spoke sweet nothings into your poor and my rich ears. So today, I will face the gym leader of Cerulean City, Fisty Misty. Before we begin, however, I have a few team members I have to train up since we were left with false promises and somebody didn't level up a single pocket monster. What happened, Joe?
It was nothing serious, there's no need to worry, Donald. I fell asleep before I started grinding.
Can't say I'm shocked like the wave. You got a few fusion ideas, Donald?
I'm thinking of a Reuniclus and Luigi combo. I say sticking to the psychic flying type is great for the ground immunity, so let's go with that.
With our current captures, we should have access to some top-tier fusions. I'm excited to see what we conjure up.
Just look at that jiggly guy. That is so cool.
And is that Silver the baby loogie in its stummy? Now that is a peak reference, goddamn.
All right, this purpley shadow-looking one is actually incredibly sick. Its stance even resembles Luigi's 3D model from the Stadium and Battle Revolution games. This is literally XD001, and I have 000 problems about that.
Either do I, Mirror D. Magic Guard and a neutral nature pretty much means this defensive beast is never dying, and his special offense with stab won't be too shabby either. That was a great call on your part.
But wait, there's more. Let's take the now standalone Kingdra and mash him up with another bulky Generation 2 Pokemon, why don't we?
Did you switch trainer class to chef? 'Cause you are cooking today, my boy.
Did you guys see that one of the silhouettes was green and the other was white? The former must mean there is a custom sprite available. That'll be handy to know going forward.
I'm sort of getting Sylveon vibes from this guy, which is funny because we're the typing of Dark Dragon that makes it desperately weak against fairies. Still, the combined defenses of 2 fully evolved Pokemon should help us big time in the early game.
I'll give him Swift Swim just in case we need an answer to a Hail Mary Kyogre in the future.
Oh boy, it's happening, isn't it?
Shut your trap, Pinch. I don't want to hear about weird marriage proposals while I unveil this greatness. Speechless? I understand. You're witnessing beauty in its truest form.
You called me a trap pinch? You're more orange than a citrus-sucking soul rock?
Damn, the jealousy's strong today. Another final thank you to PinkYoshi from the Infinite Fusion Discord for making this sprite for me. Forget these clowns, it's amazing. I'm going to utilize the in-game speed-up button just to train a couple of our bench Pokemon and witness their evolutions real quick.
Time to straighten up this confused bat, no supersonic. What level does the Noibat side evolve at?
48, so we have a long while before this little guy reaches his max potential.
I'm surprised you're not sucking me off for playing optimally, Barack. First, I evolve the crime-fighting bat boy of Chinese descent, trudging evildoers, wherever they may be. Then I take our wonder trade Mr. Ha and level him up on the double, back to back to back.
Like your Kobe Shack.
Wait, Donald, do you have a free 6-team slot open in the party?
I told you both, I'm done throwing for content. I'm rocking 6 goons on me at all times from now on, no exceptions.
Hey, you just shafted us as Shedinja. Literally free Wonder Guard material.
Not going to defend Donald's choke, but considering enemy movesets aren't random, I think us having something with Wonder Guard would make the journey a bit too easy. You're a Doug Trio dipshit, all the same Donnie boy.
We're finally ready to make more progress than Joe ever has in his miserable, mischievous little life. Quick team recap before we start. I've brought with me Umdra, who I will re-nickname Good Cop, Dark Osama, the Derp, XD001, GP and the God Duck.
Geez, somebody is in a foul play type of mood. What's up your ass today, Donald?
I actually feel like a quintillion bucks right now, but I'm speaking nothing but facts without a single printer in sight. Last episode, you ran up north, caught a worthless unknown fusion, then came back to the same town. Sapphire had its fair share of filler, but we don't want Infinite Fusion to become literally Boruto, where like 70% of the episodes are worthless.
Oh, come on, we know the real reason you've gained your hidden ability Moody today, Donald. You're still upset over giving away your gold-plated mic, right? Say, what are you using now as a replacement?
Why, it's the new iPhone 18 Pro Ultra Super Max Turbo. Thanks, Steve Jobs. Hashtag not sponsored.
Random ad placement, but let's move on. Viewers, I just want to take this time to thank you all for subscribing and liking the video as well.
Okay, I've actually got the iPhone 12, so I know that cringe notification sound wasn't me. And Joe, I know you've still got the first flip phone ever invented. So that means...
Guys, I'm not a Samsung scrub. They use AI in all their newer phones, which I am totally against. You know that very well. I just changed my iPhone ringtone to that for the lols. The gits and shiggles. Come on, I've got a gym battle to get to here. Back me up.
I know for a fact you didn't do that, because that meme would actually be funny. A silcoon slapper, if you will.
It's not catching on, Joe. Just skydrop that phrase now while no one notices. The fire type has already been taken care of, which is a relief because as a final gym that could have been scary. Let's hope we knock off another tough type, like Dark.
That was bars, but let's see what the competition is looking like.
Even I know these are both pretty weak types. Looks like you were handed a freebie like an Eevee Donald.
Stuff like Volcarona and Rayquaza are potentially in the fusion pool here, so I can't say for certain this is a win. I mean, of course, a gadrillionaire like myself would never lose, but it could still be tough.
This Venodon confirms that this gym is bug type. How do you feel about that, Donald?
Well, let me answer back with another question. Do either of you find Bugsy to be a tough gym leader in Gen 2?
Her Scyther wasn't too much trouble, but that Metapod did have me raging at my Game Boy for a solid minute the first time I fought it. Even on repeat playthroughs nowadays, I find it hard to counter.
That Husk's only damaging move is Tackle. How do you struggle against that, Joe? Also, Bugsy is a boy. This is common knowledge by now.
Firstly, respect the pronouns Barack. Secondly, explain why the game identifies them as female then.
I actually can't find any proof on that last statement, so we will call it quits.
Anyway, yeah, I pretty much just spam Gus and I win, right? I can pray that we get a tough opponent like a Palkia X Fortress, so the fight is interesting, but aside from that, I don't see what could go wrong.
Anorith is part bug type, so if Armaldo comes out mixed with something tanky, a rock slide would hurt big time.
Realistically, he's just going to pin me down with the missiles like I wish Barack would do to me every night. No homo.
I mean, just say the word, and the big button goes boom.
Oh God, not this again.
Don't tempt me, Big Bertha boy. Let me go heal up real quick before taking on Sisty Misty.
Go easy on her, Donald. We don't want to make Brock jealous of the smackdown you give her, no carbink.
Actually, I couldn't really care how he deals with her, Joe. The difference between a boy and a man is realizing it's time to move on from your childhood Misty crush to your obsessive Sabrina love face.
I feel like we've been here before. Have we been here before?
XD001 in the derp. Great picks, Donnie.
Coke, co.
What the combustion did I just listen to? Was that meant to be a choking chicken?
That couldn't have been. That sounded nothing like a chicken. It's more so like this. Ooh, crew chi. Crewy chi.
There's that Armaldo with a possible rock slide. You curse me with Joe, you literal dead-ass ghost type.
He's gearing up for a sky attack. Show him his ugly-looking reflection and cut that attack down a notch.
It won't do much regardless, but glad you're thinking ahead with the reflect screen, Joe.
Yeah, totally what I was referencing with that. I might just text Misty an XD laughy face since our pregnant Shadow Luigi is demolishing her.
I don't need to be thinking about pregnant Luigi right now.
It's a he.
All right, brothers, roll the credits. This guy is about to be blown away.
Wait, you have to hit a cool pose and use a powerful technique to seal the deal, Donald.
I'm not getting caught up in your thwacky games, Barack. Nothing can convince me.
Jill said she will give you a head pat if you do it.
For realsies? Screw it then. Negation effect. Mystical space typhoon. Very last minute and random, sorry boys. Still, you have to admit, that was some perfect chaos I just performed.
I did not expect you to open your heart to us like that, Donnie, but I'm proud of you. I feel like we are closer than ever now.
I agree with Joe. Overall, it was like a solid 8 out of 10 attack for the simple fact Adventure 2 is better and should have been the reference, but I can live with what was done.
It's still early game, boyos. That wasn't even close to some of the insane attacks I've got stored in my backpack. Speaking of which, I think TMs are a bit glitched in randomized versions of this game. Aren't we meant to have Calm Mind and Crispy Misty just gave us false swipe, but we don't got it? A bit of a shame, but if we are getting this unlucky with items, then surely we are due a break soon, right?
Well, the Pokemart will have more items added to it, so we can hope for better balls and repels and maybe some decent evolution stones or something.
Oh God, yeah, I am the absolute best. Praise me, suckers. Praise the GSC Snorlax of this team. The Zacian, the Mega Ray, the impressive Incineroar.
You are definitely a fat lump of shit. You got no dog in you, your snake ain't that mahusive, and you are an impolite little pussy. You're a good battler, Donald, but your ego will forever hold you back like your name is Paul.
Stop skull bashing heads. You two are just as batty bad as each other. You both have let something die already, so just accept that you are equal in my eyes.
Oh, hey, Joe, look out. Is that Wallace behind you?
No, Daddy, go easy on me today.
For the love of a Q-Bone's dead mother, I did not need to hear that. I know he was a dark-type gym, but I did not think you'd gain such intense PTSD from his punishment.
Hold on, what is this missed stone item? A peculiar stone that forces any Pokemon to evolve, regardless of level. It forces evolution?
It's only 2,100 Poké-Dollars. There is no way it does. It must be a substitute for trade or area-specific evolutions, like Magnezone. There's no way it forcefully advances a Pokemon to the next stage. That would be incredibly overpowered for an item, let alone one sold so cheaply.
That does sound too good to be true. Maybe see if it's compatible with any of our party monsters, Donald, but be careful. I don't want us to break the game already.
Well, let's see if our editor likes the look of this green shiny rock.
Wait, seriously? It actually works regardless of the Pokemon? What kind of imbalanced swine-up shit is that about?
Yes, power. HM04, strength.
Wowie, that is insanely absurd. First, I love the fact that the nickname has aged well, as this really does look like something that Delibird Demolisher GP would dress as for a fan meetup. Second, and probably the inevitable issue we have to address, is the usage of this item. What do you both think about using it in a playthrough like this? On the one hand, it would be handy to hurry along our evolutions and gain the strongest form of each of our team members as soon as possible. The other side of it is that it might make the battle so much easier. Not necessarily, as the opposing trainers can still have final evos and legendaries, but it definitely gives us a power boost. Personally, I'm on the fence and don't mind the decision either way.
We've been getting shafted by the items in this game. I think it's only fair we take this and hold B, aka run with it. This is what the RNG gods have blessed us with, so why should we interfere? A lot of the custom sprites in this game are based off of the final stage Pokemon, so it would also be a visual win too. If the Elite Four and Champion have the same level Pokemon as they usually do for Kanto, then we wouldn't even see a Volcarona until the post-game, which is too significant an upgrade to pass up.
The level up moves you just obtained is where my issues arise from. We now have a Quiver Dance Aura Sphere Bug Steel type. Essentially, a Caesar that can set up and sweep with only better moves to come down the line. As well as that, it's inhumane to evolve a Pokemon without its consent. Remember, kids, consent is badass.
I must say, you both make some very valid points.
Viewers, give us a hot second. We are about to go have a civil discussion on if we should use this awesome item or not. Who the fuck is that Pokemon? It's a Zoomatris. You suck!
No, you suck!
It's been 45 minutes. Pay attention for your encounter, you bag-on bangers.
Oh look, a Pokemon I won't have to use the Mist Stone on because it's already evolved to its final form from both sides. Like, what difference would it make if this was a Beldum Tangela fusion and I had to use the stone 3 times on it? There's still the risk and reward to it because money isn't exactly plentiful in this game, so we are forgoing the opportunity cost of having more Pokeballs and held items at the expense of fully evolving team members. Plus, what if I did use the stones and then the fusion in question died? We will have lost so many precious resources through greed. I won't be swayed on my opinion here.
It mechanically breaks the game, Donald. You can't even deny that. The fun aspect of a randomizer is not knowing exactly what we get in the wild. Doesn't it feel more rewarding if you capture this metagrowth because of its high catch rate and more powerful moves than a weaker form of it? We should be playing with the luck we are dealt, not cheese our way to victory. That just isn't fun to me. The Mist Stone is fundamentally flawed for a challenge run because it prematurely gifts you the most powerful monster you will be able to obtain. So now, instead of smartly abusing GP, which we all love to do sexually and battle-wise, all you're going to be doing is spamming a few queer dances and dismantle teams without much issue. How can you call that fun? It's inhumane.
Who cares about the humanity of it all? If we have to become monsters to beat such a difficult challenge, we shouldn't even question if it's the right choice. I'm willing to sacrifice it all to win this time around, and if you aren't taking this as seriously as I am, well, what's the point of us being on a team? I'm out of this Bishar bitch.
Both of you calm the hell down right now. We are not having you leave for an episode again, Donald, as that's when it all went downhill last time. If we win, that's great. If we lose, who gives a sneasel schnitzel? I'm here to have fun this time around, and you two need to start relaxing before I replace you with Bushy Wushy and Hillary. This is a fucking kids game. Will you both stop treating this as the end-all be-all?
I stand by my beliefs. I'm just saying, if we catch something like a Dino or Dragonair, you can dynamic punch my nips if you think I'm not using the Mist Stone on it.
I'll move on because I'm not a Magby wah wah baby like this Chunky Kong chump. But I won't be apologizing ever.
No more bickering, and I mean it. One more takedown from this wiggly wormy guy and he is cooked. Don't choke this catch after running your mouth Doland.
I've got this. I'll even set up a reflect so that he takes less recoil damage.
Putting our ramblin' aside, Metagross is sure to have some standout fusions. His 600 base stat total for being a pseudo-legendary alone make him a valuable asset.
Being able to give anything the steel typing is no small feat either, as in the right circumstances they pretty much become resistant to like half the types in the game. Not to sleep on my boy Tangy though, as he is one of the best regenerator mons in the business, so pairing him with a wall will prove rather useful.
I'm surprised this doesn't have a custom sprite. The name sounds almost identical to the original. It should have been a Metagross that's like double in size, or has vines covering its rusted clear body.
Just like the Penny Conundrum.
It's too late in the day to be asking such philosophical questions, Joe. I ask you to save it for another day. What's the nickname going to be, Donald?
Funny you mentioned that, Barack, as I came to a realization trying to think of one just there. I'm gonna call him Cookies, based on the fact he looks like the Cookie Monster.
Of course you were thinking that, you munchlax fuck.
But I don't think the name will necessarily translate well with other fusions. I think we should nickname every Pokemon as usual, but on the fly change it with new pairings to create more appropriate names. The same way that Handy became XD001. Does that make sense?
So change the nickname after we make a fusion we are happy with? I don't have any problems with that. It makes sense now that you say it out loud.
You've still got a few minutes of playtime left. Why don't you head down south to Vermilion to end the episode like a good boy? Or are you a girl? Tell me, what's your name?
Not sure if that was a Professor Oak or a Hypno reference, but he's got a point. Maybe start trekking downwards to finish out the episode, Donald.
I guess I'll ask my comment question since the episode is close to finishing.
Just like myself.
Before we ask it, we just want to update you all in regards to a change to the comment question going forward. Next episode, we are going to knock out as many questions as possible that were asked by the viewers, and we will go back to asking our own comment question for the videos thereafter. Thank you all for your input and questions asked, but maybe at the end of this season, the three of us will do the Q&A instead of our editor. We will give you all plenty of notice, so get your thinking Brayloon caps on. Any hoot, proceed, Donald.
Josh Vader asks who would win in a fight, Charizard or Blue Eyes White Dragon?
A White Lightning and Fire Blast Beam Clash would go pretty hard. I'm not too certain of the winner as we don't have concrete information on Blue Eyes in particular.
I think it depends on who sets up first. If Charizard gets off a few D dances, a super effective Dragon Claw will totally eviscerate the Blue Serpentine. That's considering the Yu-Gi-Oh player doesn't have a full board of negates and support, where they can chain infinite impermanence on the setup move. Heck, if they just equip Honest to Bluey, he can just safely attack over Char.
You're both overthinking this. A flamethrower or ember would be more than enough to burn up that Blue Eyes phony German faker. I can walk up to Seto Kaiba, distract him with Donald arguing about who is richer between them, pickpocket level 100 his Skyrim NPC looking ass so I can finally roll up a fresh Za with that flimsy cardboard.
Of course, that would be your only mastery skill, you Poochiana thief.
Tell me you're a Gen 1er without telling me you're a Gen 1er. Nintendo doesn't even glaze Charizard half as much as you do Barry.
I've had only the wildest dreams about that big fiery daddy. Before we answer the next question, you're going to get an encounter, Donald, but did I just witness you get gifted the Necrosium?
I did indeed, Barack. Can't wait to sweep the entirety of Victory Road with Ultra Necrozma, assuming we make it that far.
So you did read episode 12's script?
I am not even joking. We got a pile of shite, literal cacadukes. Neither parts of the fusion being particularly spectacular either.
Hear me out. This is actually an amazing find. Muck being pure poison means you give that to something with Levitate or a Dark type for Psychic Immunity, and it's a stalling machine.
If it's fused with a cracked attacker as well, that's definitely some added brownie points. Oh yeah, brownies.
Joe sees poop. Donald sees food. I don't cast any judgment like I'm an underleveled Arceus. I just want a good Pokemon to work with here.
My expectations for this thing are lower than a crouching Jigglypuff.
Well, I'm already theory crafting some hype fusions we can concoct out of this. And at least it's not a fucking unknown. Don't think we will ever let you live that one down, Spore Master.
Better than killing a legendary, or Naruto's German descent.
Okay, you Palmet Pumper, what exactly did I do to deserve that stray? We are all on the same side here.
He attacked me first with the bullet punches at the start of this episode. I legit haven't done anything illegal since last night, so there's no reason either of you can be mad at me. Just answer the stupid YouTube comment question so I can get out of here pronto.
If you have beef with us, that's one thing, but leave the lovely YouTube commenters out of this.
I will leak your IP, don't try me asks. Are Donald and Joey still besties? To that I say not for much longer, screw this Mimic You Muppet. Then the actual question is, which Pokemon game is the hardest to Nuzlocke in your opinion?
Memes aside, for me it's gotta be Sapphire.
That fruit is hanging lower than a bounce wheat. I'm not even going to go there. In terms of the vanilla mainline games, Generation 4 will always be tough. That level jump from the 8th gym to the Elite Four always makes the challenge difficult enough, even when you are expecting it. Obviously, making a game completely random can trivialize some sections and make others a walking hell to get through. So yeah, my answer is a non-random diamond or pearl run.
Deadass, I would say Sword and Shield, mainly because opposing Dynamaxes tend to take 1 or 2 lives per battle.
Sorry to interrupt, but Belle Fable is guaranteed to be in at least 40 of the audience's nightmares tonight. Please continue.
It can be hard to counter early game, and later in the adventure you've really got to make sure you time your Dynamax with the enemy trainer, otherwise you have 3 turns of Torterra torture waiting for you. Viewers, make sure to answer the comment question down below after liking and subscribing to the channel. Otherwise, Barack will rock blast 5 nukes to your gaff, cloister style baby.
Funny you mentioned that. Our editor will actually be featured on the Skill Link podcast next Saturday. There will be an exclusive Infinite Fusion episode preview that can only be found on either Prong Hub or on the podcast episode, so be sure to watch the latter as it's more relaxing to get through.
He is seriously using our names for clout? What a diabolical Durant that guy is.
We can't hate on him that much. Do you see the absolute power he is putting out because of Quiver Dance plus Aura Sphere? I say we forgive him on this one.
Anyways, we will be posting it in the Discord and our community post when that episode goes live, so be sure to join using the link down below to keep up to date on the newest episodes, previews, streams, and now crossovers.
Watch me blow this guy away with the +1 gust. Let's a giggity go go.
Good stuff, good stuff. All in all, really fantastic play from you today, Donnie boy. Another badge under our belt, some potentially great materials gained, and the more I think about it, a cracked evolution that we totally deserve.
Thanks, Barack. I'm glad somebody has my back on this one. It's like that saying goes, when life gives you lemons, you ride Joe's mother like a glass treer.
Is that why he was mad the whole time? Sup with it, folks. Welcome back to another episode of Infinite Fusion featuring the best team there ever was, America's greatest presidents. Last time, my great colleague Donald Jumpluff Trump aerial aced the battle against the leader, Miss Kiss Me Misty.
And you're following the momentum by obtaining the first available fishing rod, Barack? Banger start already. Nuzlocke fiends know that your best randomized encounters come from using the old rod.
I am one of those fienders, and I hard agree on that, my soon-to-be bestie. So my brothers, how have you two been doing lately? We haven't really had the chance to chatter to each other with all the explaining and fusion shenanigans going on in the series so far. But with this episode being a filler, maybe we can heart swap a little more. How are the boys?
Honestly, I'm actually doing good, Barack. I've been trying to break the world record for longest nap ever lately. I peaked at 190 hours in one day for the single segmented run, but that barracuda bastard Ozzy Osbourne still holds the record using the coma strat. If I was still a moderator for that category again, I would have banned that glitch a long time ago.
Why aren't you a mod anymore, Joe?
Because I slept through the renewal applications, go figure.
Sounds intense, buddy. I was wondering why the last time we saw Ozzy, he was cosplaying a Kamala at that Pokemon convention. I thought it was because he was Australian, but comatose was literally his ability for a while, huh? How's my slicey and dicey homie Donnie doing?
I'm doing okay, guys. To tell the truth, I feel like I was a bit rude last episode towards Mr. Fuji here in particular. Mr. President, Joe Biden, I have a confession to make.
I appreciate it, Donald. It takes time to realize what needs to be said, and I understand it isn't easy for humans to admit to making mistakes. Go ahead, say your piece, my little star.
You understand? Oh, good, that makes it a lot easier. See, the truth is, last time I feel like
There's no rush, Donald the dragon. Let it all out now.
Didn't drill run my point home enough. You cow, bunga funga loaded turtle turd. You are the most manipulative and corrupt politician I've ever seen in my wealthy life, which is one thing, but you are Dax Booty Buns at Pocketto Monsters for the Nintendo. You suck, boy.
That's highly classified information. Who told you I do that to the boys?
The fun never stops with you two, does it? Today my goal is to check out the side quests in the 3 hotels we have available to us in Pewter, Cerulean, and Vermilion City. We will tackle these missions like a Bulbasaur, and whenever there's a bit of downtime, we will answer a few questions from the audience.
You should catch something outside Bill's house, aka Cerulean Cape, with my rod, and next episode I'll use it in Vermilion before I go on the boat. Also, trainers, remember that since I'm not playing and Fraud Bomb is back in the driving seat, there's no guarantee that something won't die today. All right, good luck, have fun, guys.
The sooner you wipe out this run, the closer we move to achieving world peace. Throwy Mac Joey. Did either of you see our editor on the Skill Link podcast last weekend? Not gonna lie, he spoke nothing but sweet cone bees with no scent. It was rubbish.
Personally, that Josh guy got me more brick than a stack of Taka. As we speak, the FBI are raiding his house so I can claim that Twilight Princess poster as my own. Although if he's a mid and a midget woofer like myself, he shall not feel my wrath.
I actually joined the Logan Lovers Club on Facebook yesterday. Some would call it a cult, I call it a religion. I need to just touch up my Pop Rock's shrine tonight, then I'm ready to be his sacrifice.
You're both insane meat riders, at least I say it as it is. Viewers, make sure you check out the podcast linked in the description and tell us if you agree if the hosts are hot or not.
Meanwhile, Barack is going to spend the next hour mining away dozens of rocks, just like the good old days.
You got your whip handy, Joe?
I always keep that thing on me.
Finally at the end of this difficult path. Would you boys be mad if I ended the episode now? I'm feeling worn down after try-harding up here.
Hey, you got the notch pickaxe Dragonborn. I would say that was well worth the trouble.
All you did was mind blocks, Barack, you soul rock tube sock. Why are you sweating right now?
Did you not see how many pebbles I had to get rid of? I came here ready to fight difficult trainers like Red or Cynthia or Fisher Justin. Doing intense physical labor was not on the to-do list.
Are these your pre-game excuses? So if something dies, you can blame it on using Rock Smash a few times? I always wondered why you moan about being exhausted when we do Mario Party Mondays, but apparently tapping the A button a few times is just pure tentacruel torture to you.
Your ancestors would be disappointed, Barack.
As long as my ancestors are proud, I couldn't care, fellas.
Christ, you're what?
We only speak Americanese on this channel, Barack, you squinty alcoholic, so no more foreign languages. You baka.
Shut up, you hypno-crit. I'll leave Diglett Cave for one of you two bozos as well.
Is it finally hotel time?
'Tis indeed, Donald. I just have to select how long I want to sleep for, then we can begin.
Oh my God. 24 hours. Click it, Daddy, please.
5 minutes in and Barack and I are already speechless, Sleepy Joe. You never fail to surprise us.
Whoa, I zoned out for a second. What was said? I was too busy jamming to this pure belter of a tune. Props to the devs for choosing the boutique music from X and Y, because this song is pure fire, no breaks in.
Speaking of, this chick is looking for a fire and water type fusion. Volcanian style. Can we even make that combo yet?
Joe uses the move Dick Room and Twisted the Dementia. Of course we can. We have Charizard and Kingdra right there.
That won't necessarily work, Donald. I think fusing those would give us either Fire Dragon or Water Flying, which wouldn't count for this quest. We would need a pure water type for this.
Okay, the God Duck gets it done. Big whoop!
Listen here, you crabby-legged leftover lump of shit. He's our starter, and it's an unspoken rule to box or unfuse your starter in any playthrough. Them's the rules.
Say that to my Empoleon. I hated that guy. Luminian performed way better than that Penguini Linguini ever could.
Keep those crabby legs in mind next episode, Joe, as I just accepted a quest to bring a serving from the SSN to the morbidly obese guy here.
Let me guess, you're going to say his name was Donald J. Throat Goat Ketchum?
Meh, he looked too white in my opinion.
I thought he was too skinny to be you, but sure, Donald, whatever keeps you alive at this rate.
Probably an intragastric balloon, Barack.
Haters always be preying on Big D's downfall. At least all my vitals aren't breaking down like your plume fossil-looking ass.
Just going to cash in this voucher while I'm here?
Oh, hell no. Keep that satanic bullet bill bike away from me.
Okay, I'll select the 24-hour option for you, Joe. Why? Is it because I'm despy for a bestie? Why would you think that?
Wake the hell up, Barack. We've got NPCs to do and questions to answer. Get it rolling.
We've got the bipolar hunger switching more peak Joe today, noted.
Micah Stevens 4987 asks, who wins in a fight, Entei or Moltres?
Entei because it can learn Stone Edge, which according to my calcs does 121 to 143%, even to the default physically defensive Moltres set.
According to my calculations, you're a jackass.
Hey, my abacus told me that too.
Moltres would whip up a hurricane and send that dog back to the burnt tower like the amateur he is, killing him faster than Dog did in our Sapphire playthrough.
Did you account for E-Speed, Barack? Don't ever put dirt on my loving child's name. The dog days are never over.
All right, Florence, let the machine ask the next question.
Hold on, let me just state the quests I accepted. We need a Johto Pokemon, deliver a love letter to a Pokemon breeder, and fish up an old boot. With that out of the way, Beagle Master asks who will be the most smashable fusion?
Damn, that's a tough question. Give me 2 seconds to think about it.
I swear he better come out with a novel on this topic. I've never seen him think so much about something in his life.
Rah, rah, rah. Yar fished up me old boot there, laddie. You should hang on to it for a bit of gold. Yar hair hard.
It's been 20 minutes. Have you got an answer, Joe?
To what now? Did either of you say something?
A freaking fusion you'd smash.
Oh, yeah. Probably Cradley X Cradley, the legendary 16 icky dicky monster comes to fruition like I've forever dreamed of.
Be serious here, Joe. What do you think of fusions of Gardevoir?
Stop it!
Kill me. Stab me.
I thought this desk would fit better, but it clearly fucking doesn't. Damn you, IKEA. Never again.
I don't know about you chumps, but that latte-ass chick from the 5th movie was decent.
A thick latte-ass ex-Gardevoir would go hard, not gonna lie. I'll agree with your answer, Donnie.
Wait, is this our encounter? Holy Hydreigon heads, this is sweet.
You better pull out a mist stone and let it illuminate all over this delicious draconic bug, Barack.
And he just ruined it. You better seriously watch out for the Dragon Rage Barack. If you lose another team member to that move, I swear to Alteria's sweaty, sexy armpits, I will fillet you.
Don't target me with your frustration just because your happiness has been lowered. This thing doesn't have Dragon Rage at level 5. Are you mad, mate? To be fair, I'm not waiting until level 64 either for this thing to evolve, Joe. Otherwise, we would never be able to utilize this thing's full power.
We will come to a compromise. Let me suggest the fusion for the Zweilos, and we can put off using the stone until later. Deal?
You call that a compromise?
No, seriously, what is this? I can't believe this seed is so dumb to have moves like this be legal. If either one of you stupid Steelix strokers want to bury this thing 30 feet under, say the word and I shall obliterate.
Quiet down, Exodia Necros. I was in the middle of something here. Using the stone is what's pissing me off. Plus, no matter who I mash him up with anyway, you can always just defuse and refuse him with whoever you want when you're playing. So what's the point?
Relax, Joe. It's just a game, man. It ain't that serious.
You were literally hitting your anger point 2 seconds ago trying to weaken a level 5 Pokemon Obama. I saw you throwing your fist in rage, you annihilate-looking ass.
I defiantly deny that statement. Plus, who cares anymore? We caught this thing. I don't even remember why we were all so mad, and Joe doesn't either.
Oh, I do. But I'll bite my tongue like an impidimp for now.
Yay, we're all buddy-buddies again. Since this thing will definitely be a temporary fusion, I'll just call them two ladies for the time being.
About time you found the breeder, Barack.
I hope she enjoys that love letter from her simping Gooner stalker friend. May they find happiness in each other's lives. Who the fuck is that Pokemon? It's Lead Drygon.
I swear the rewards for these side quests better be worth it. If this whole episode turns out to be a waste of time because of horrible items, then I'm double kicking Barack's kids again.
At least Race will be kept out of the motivation this time.
I can never support that moment in front of Michelle, but to your credit, it was the cleanest dropkick I had ever seen Joey.
This kid just wants an evolved bug? Well, this quest is easy. GP is right there.
Did we just get gifted a Diglett X Beldum fusion?
Seems like it, Barry. I heard Doug Trio fusions get wild, so this is a massive dub, the Dubinsky in my eyes.
Those luscious yet soulless eyes.
I mean, this technically counts as a gift Pokemon, but I feel guilty for taking it. Maybe we should just release it and move on?
Look at it this way, Barack. We didn't get a pewter encounter because there's no grass or water here to find anything. We can count this thing as either a gift in towns where we can catch something, or the towns capture itself. It's a self-inflicted challenge at the end of the day, so we can adjust the rules as we see fit. How does that sound?
I don't mind. Gives us more options over anything, so I can't really complain.
Say, guys, I presume our previous whiting out rule still applies, right? As long as we have 6 or more Pokemon in the PC, the run continues even if we die only once.
Of course you hope that rule applies, you Crawdon combating Cooner.
I say we scrap that all together. If we white out, that's the end of this season. Call it limited fusion, because the videos would be over. I think you two boys are well capable of beating a Nuzlocke with me this time around. All things considered, we aren't doing bad so far.
You mean I alone ain't doing too bad so far?
You're not wrong for now, Mr. Prez. Enjoy that overconfidence while you have it, as I cannot wait for the Joe Humbling Arc Part 2.
Say, Barack, you got any more of them there questions to ask, boy?
Of course, let's keep it going while I take on this builder for one of the side quests. Great White 3512 asks, Elisa, Skyla, and Flannery are all at a bar. You can only bag one. Which one are you going for?
Well, Lord knows I'd rather pick Flat Flanny over anything black and white related, so my pick is easy.
I think we've discussed this before in episode once, but Joe and I would choose Skyla. Pretty sure she's the reason many kids grew up having alveolagnia, because Jesus Criminy Christ her outfit and stance is something else.
She is kawaii beyond belief. Look up the sleeves of her in the TCG and tell me they didn't know what they were doing. She sure taught my long white swanna how to use fly all right, as well as gunk shot.
Would you get into an Octolock wrestling match with this Frax Bunny Donald?
Obviously Barack, why?
'Cause she's built like Skyla, so you really are on our side. Now let her rage her dragon all over you both.
The devs are really paying this shuppet-looking ass to wipe out against that move. Stop creating nail-biter situations.
I purposefully kept my HP above 40 as a precaution. Why do you both think I suck all of a sudden?
Maybe because your future site nerf isn't helping much. You haven't predicted many events since this series' inception, Barack.
I told you it's impossible to see beyond episode 12 for some reason. I wonder why that is.
Try not to struggle against this optional trainer, won't you, Monkey Dory?
In all 12 million alternate timelines, you lost GP in the previous fight if you were playing Donald, so sit down, Sonny. Time for another quick questionnaire. Aiden Hinton 9623 asks, what is your guy's favorite Pokemon type? Mine is the all-powerful dragons. Prior to fairy types, they were always in a league of their own. The weakest dragon was still a threat to anything else on the field, maybe even itself with moves like Outrage.
Thank God the Donald, fairy types came along to lock down those mythical beasts.
Nothing an Iron Head or Tail can't solve. Still love me some strong Dargans.
My fave was Dragon 2, but recently I've been thinking of crowning it to normal types. Probably the most diverse kinds of Pokemon, learning all sorts of moves from other elements and taking on many roles. Support, attackers, set up monsters, leads, comebackers, aces, underdogs, overdogs, watchdogs, and pivots. You really can't knock them, and those that excel are huge both in competitive and regular playthroughs.
Mine's the Barack type.
Is that Ghost, Fighting, or Psychic type?
Dark Barack. Dark, you fucking scraggy shagger. It's got an immunity, it's got solid coverage offensively and defensively, and the Pokemon that represented are amazing. Grey Ninja, Roaring Moon, King Gambit, T-Tar, need I say any more?
Funny enough, we never asked that common question in our last game. So simple, yet very intriguing. Folks, be sure to answer what your favorite typing in Pokemon is down below, followed by a quick attack on that subscribe and like button.
Is XD001 going to be okay? That knows Wudo has Rock, Throw, and Rest. Maybe switch out.
He used Block, I can't.
So how is he making it out alive?
Oh, he's absolutely not. I'm getting paralyzed too much. Sayonara XD.
Honchgro Honkers, are you for real? You're killing another freaking legendary right now, Barack?
Of course I'm not. It's called a joke, or a trump, some would say. This move will lead me to victory.
Well, just like Donald, this joke is not funny one bit. He's locked into roll out, which needs to hit like 3 times through paralysis and not get hit by Rock Throw. It's quite literally never been more Jover.
Make that 4 or 5 hits since it used Rest. Heavenly Demon Sukuna better surface and I will offer him my entire body.
I feel like you would do that anyway.
Clutching it. Here I come. One more breakthrough and now we are safe.
What about the incoming Mon? You're still rolling.
Mo Ikai.
You mean the Wasted Nasty plot? Well, now I'll let the paralysis activate canceling rollout, allowing me to freely double switch and take this win.
Wowzers, Mac Twin Towers. What was that, Barack? Did the creators of the universe just add an emergency balance patch as soon as we called out the future site nerf?
I'm not too sure why it acted up there. I just went into autopilot. It came so naturally to me. Sort of like Sukuna's takeover, but I know it wasn't him. He's currently hitting a slick jig to the new Eminem song on repeat. That prediction wasn't him at all. I haven't been able to use it freely. Maybe there's some activation requirement?
Well, my 6'9" eyes has broken down what just happened, and it seems to have occurred as a desperation attack, as if you used Temper Flare. Let's just be glad that it's back in the arsenal.
I mean, I'm not complaining, but I'm just hoping it doesn't appear as random as fights in the Battle Palace.
As someone who stomached the silver medal of that place, I don't think that's possible, Barack.
XD finally learns a psychic-type move, and a baller one at that. Extrasensory makes that near-death experience worth it, IMO.
It also makes Agent 001 possibly our strongest team member with its cracking Togepi moveset.
Who is also a cracker.
Facts, let's go complete our quest for today.
I'm hoping these rewards are worth it.
Me too. All this running around is really getting to me. I don't know if I can finish off this episode at this rate.
Come on, Barack, you're almost there, you black sludge sucker.
Joe, we've been through this. You can't just flat out call me that color.
No, Barack, I'm about to go through you once again. I'm literally calling it as I see it. Wouldn't it be worse if I called you a Caucasian Cali Rex cock inhaler?
I actually like the taste of that one, but go on.
Yeah, yo, what?
Damn it, the rewards were so bad in this hotel. Pewter is officially a dud for items. Let's spend 3 hours clawing through Mount Moon again for the second time today, no less, just to get back to Cerulean.
Round 2 of hoping these rewards are worth it.
Can't get much worse from here until the end, but these games are usually out to get us, so I'm not getting too excited this time.
Looks like this chick just wants a regular Johto Pokemon, even though a fusion of Umbreon and Kingdra is technically a pure Gen 2 Mon.
It's the Dokkan battle logic. Goku and Vegeta are pure Saiyans, but when fused Vegeta or Gogeta aren't pure Saiyans, because it's two people making one. It's a gameplay nerf, but I understand the logic behind it.
Shut your berserker pucking ass up, we just got a Milo tick. Now that's a pure water type we can use to complete the other side quest in Vermilion.
Don't diss the other half. That's what Donnie and I actually call ourselves on Fortnite Fridays because we play as a fly duo.
I was meant to say you were pulling off some sick frame one bunny hops last victory we scored, buddy.
Screw the reward, this Pokemon on its own is better than any item we could obtain here. Massive dub baby.
I prefer Suicune competitively, but I can't complain about Milo's massive special defense for this run.
I'm going to temporarily mash up half of the derp and our newly obtained Longfish.
Oh, I've got to send a chatty snappy to my totally real friend Dylan XXX. He loves Milo Tick. He caught a very special one in Emerald, you know?
Thank God I wasn't there for that. Sounds like stomping Tyrantrum torture.
That's not half as painful as when he released it. Ah, the memories.
But why would Lil Xan do that to his fans?
Probably out of love. You do crazy things for the fans when you love them. Look at half the combustion crap we do. I can relate to him in that regard.
But releasing a Feebas in Gen 3? He must be one insane trainer.
That just sounds dang awful. I'm going to go chow down on some Pringles to wash away the sorrow. Okay, this thing is pretty cool.
I prefer the derp, but I wouldn't diss anyone for choosing this thing.
While we sort out the last of our side quests here, I want to give a huge shout out to the community who watches these videos. As of this episode, our Sapphire full movie has breached 300,000 views, cementing it as the most viewed Pokemon President's video on the platform. I speak for all three of us when I say there are no words to describe such an achievement. Thank you all.
Sadly, it isn't the most viewed in that category on Cornhub. That Wiglet Fiddler CJ97 still has the most viewed with his Crystal compilation, because the gameplay and amount of deaths in that series are just pure nasty.
My absolutely real friend who is not me developed a Broadway fetish because of it.
You sure it isn't yourself, Joe? There's no hope once you start gooning on that crystal. Even you should know that.
I will tell my 100% legit friend about that, Donald. If I had to guess, he will probably might definitely cry himself to sleep tonight knowing that info.
But seriously, we have the best community on this side of the web, and we are beyond happy to Pokemon unite so many wonderful people through these videos. We are thinking of revamping the Discord soon to include other AI content creators and expand the presidential cinematic universe, opening the possibilities of collaborations with other talented individuals who aren't strictly Pokemon creators.
Make sure you join the PokeForce 1 Discord down below to get involved with the community too. We are almost at 500 members and you're guaranteed to find something you like. We have categories for general gaming, Pokemon, Minecraft, Pixelmon, trading card games, memes, and more. It's super fun and relaxed, and overall, everyone who is a part of it just hangs out and has a good time.
It also helps keep you notified on when our editor and other creators like him upload a video, or if there's going to be a delay, or if input or feedback is needed. You can also chat sand-true shit to him about how bad he is at Pokemon, Smash Bros, or Mortal Kombat.
He doesn't want to see my fighting game combos. I got more strings and loops than Pokemon Ranger. I wouldn't mess with King Don.
Let's see if this chick will show us the love letter. Hold on, she just gave us an egg instead. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. What do we do? Do we accept it?
Hell yeah, I don't see a Pinkerton of a problem with that.
I already felt bad being given 1 free pocket monster this episode, but 3? I don't know if I can take this.
As Donald said, we can adjust the rules to whatever you're most comfortable, Barack. I've heard through the great Vine Whip that this
Good
game...
heck, guy?
Huh? What's the matter?
He said my trigger word, whip.
Oh, piss in my mouth. Don't start pretending this is a thing. You didn't have that character trait before. Wait for season 3 when the series mellows out and we cash in on YouTube Kids with the censoring and lighter tone.
Well, these Iron Fists are rated E because they're for everyone.
And now this Pangoro prick is offering his fisting services out that nobody wants. Anyway, before I was so rudely distracted, I heard through the great Vine Whip
Oh, right there, mommy.
that this game gets difficult very quickly. I'm not opposed to the extra Pokemon this time around.
At least the items we gain from today's quests will also prove useful for the journey. How would you say the rewards were overall, Barack?
I saw an amulet coin and HM flash from Professor Oak's aid, so we are already off to a solid start, I feel.
Well, that was just the in-game dialogue, which isn't usually randomized, unlike what we are actually given. We were indeed gifted Flash, but instead of the Goldest coin, we got a brick mail. Other fabulous stock includes more unknown items we can only sell, old boots that are practically worthless, and mulch. If I didn't murder my employer, I'd be popping off like a glitzer right now.
Well, you win some and don't win some others. I do feel a little more connected to you both on a personal level this episode. I think we all needed this to realign our synergy for the adventure going forward.
You say that now, and then throughout the next video, you'll pray to my possible son Jesus for me to kill a team member, just so you can say I fell off.
To be fair, if he doesn't, who will? I'm about to wrap up this episode, boys, so you can go ahead and call it a night. Thanks for joining me as always.
Anytime, Barack. I hope you lose someone next episode, and that's on Just Sweet.
We picked a perfect time to stop, I see. Goodbye for now, everyone.
Hey, broke folk and woke pokes. Welcome back to the President's series on Pokemon Infinite Fusion. We are starting this video with some post-editing commentary to show off some new Pokemon fusions before we begin today's episode. Of course, the fellas are here too, reacting to this for the first time. Hope you are happy with the choices I made.
Damn, that is some slick editing. So we've got Metagross X Milotic repping the Generation 3 beasts, then a Zweilous X Muck. I think I see where that one is going.
I actually don't see the vision, so I'm excited to see why you chose that combination in particular, Joe. Regardless, the Mega Metagross look with Milo's facial features works surprisingly well.
You'll approve of its secret power, Donald, trust me. Lastly, I decided to fuse the Lone Beldum and Delicious Doe duo to create this awesome Terminator-looking thing. I appropriately named it. He'll be back as a result.
You forgot to tell us about the first two. What did you nickname them?
Well, in honor of our friendly champion, Steven, who actually uses the Mega in the remake, I called him Steve-O. The Zweilous I called Goofy.
My boy literally gave him a goofy name. That is quite insane.
Can't complain about gaining new monsters to use. I'm excited to see these fellas hit their final evolutions. I'm sure it'll be worth whatever strategy you've got going on with them, Joe.
Thanks for having faith, Donald.
Is that all the prep you did for the beginning of this episode?
Nah, I got another surprise for you both that I think you'll enjoy. The King Shrew also came to fruition in his final form. He kind of looks like my Sonic OC that I created with Chris Chan back in the day, but let's leave his name alone.
Even based on the silhouette, I can tell the sprite is custom, and would you look at that? It actually looks pretty dang cool.
King Slash is an even more badass name than King Shrew in my humbling opinion. Sounds like a subtitle for our Lord and Savior Sukuna, don't you think?
Hey, leave that Wimpod out of this series.
Crush Claw is a fantastic move for this early in the game. As if we encounter a tough wall that we have to somehow knock down, a chance of a defense drop should help out big time.
Leave the walls alone. They don't deserve the treatment they receive in this world.
His physical stats are pretty baller for early game, and Hypercutter prevents his attack stat from being lowered in any way. Random Intimidates and Growls won't do a bean to the king.
As the team's self-proclaimed analyzer, that was a good overview for an episode start, Joe. I'm so proud.
One last thing to do before we start water spouting that fresh mucky muck, and it's our Vermilion Jold Rod encounter.
The best Gen 1 starter and the best Gen 4 glow-up evolution. How in Big Mac's name is this not a custom fusion?
Did you just replace the word God with a McDonald's meal?
To him, they are one and the same Barack. This blasting crow uses the head honcho as the body, but maybe if we reverse splice them, we will get something badass.
Hey Joe, hey Joe, hey Joe, hey Joe, call him Blaster, or Boom Boom, or Nuker.
Yo, watch it now!
I'll name it what I want to, Annoying Orange. You have hands down the worst nicknames out of the three of us, so let the master do the work.
Seems like we are in for one of those cutthroat, deep-throat episodes, no homo.
You've obviously given a lot of thought to this name, judging by your defense, Joe. You cloister built cooch sniffer. What's it gonna be?
It's got to be Dappa. This dapper-looking Dappa boy is my Dappa for real, laddies.
Stupid-ass name TBH.
Now that the beginning preparations have been dealt with, what's your plan this episode, Joe?
Here's the SCO villain scoop, Barack. I'm gonna head down south to the Vermilion Docks and see where it goes from there. I also have an egg from that breeder last episode, so we shall see what it hatches into.
I was thinking, how about for every 2 unfused Pokemon we find in eggs, we fuse them together and then wonder trade them away for something random?
Good idea, Donald. Let's add that to the rulebook.
Finally, that Stonejourner-built piece of Sizzlipede suggests something useful for once.
Don't start with me today, Nagnadal Gagger. Keep it hush and focus on staying awake today, yes?
So you're coming out the gates with your poison jabs already, huh? Given the chance, I will clear this call when I let off the smog.
You know I got that steely spirit because I'm immune to your toxic words. You want to start running when you hear the sound of this metal.
Shut it, you Wooloo wanker.
Quiet! You cub-chew cunker.
Blitzel bastard.
Mantike manhandler.
Tentacool tyrant.
Stop it now, you two. Can you go 5 seconds without attacking each other? You're worse than Heatmore and Durant. I want you to make up and be civil from now on.
Fine, let's do this, Joe. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3.
I'm on a boat.
He's on a boat.
I'm on a boat. Everybody look at me, cause I'm sailing on a boat.
He's sailing on a boat.
I'm on a boat.
He's on a boat.
I'm on a boat. Take
On
a
a boat.
good hard look at the motherfucking boat. Yeah.
Never mind, I preferred it when you were raising your hyper voices to each other. How come you two always try to do some weird jiggly puffing singing shit and it sounds as awful as Ladian's attack stat?
To be fair, Monkey D. Obama, it was you who started the trend of sneaking an orchestra into one's bedroom to perform live while boarding a watery vehicle.
If that's how I want to express myself, Barack, there's nothing you can do to stop me. If being gay, I mean theatrical, makes me happy, your Corvin Knight flapping ass can't really say much against it.
I just asked why you two are so sing-songy lately. I couldn't care if you were both gayer than the wildest Lily X Moon fanfic.
You sure? Those get pretty gruesome.
I guess I truly have developed a Broadway fetish in more ways than one.
I thought you said that was your friend.
Oh, Yummy Yanma Willie, yes. That is my absolutely real and not imaginary, totally alive and touchable friend who feels that way. You're right, I'm such a silly zangoose.
I didn't have a reason to worry, but now I do. Look, Joe, we don't care if you're sky-dropping bodies in real life, as long as it's not in our collective Nuzlocke adventure.
It is but only a matter of time before you slaughter someone when it's your turn. Will today be that day?
Call me Torterra because I have become one with the earth. My biorhythm has become so synced with this planet, I've calmed my nature's madness like a tapu lele.
Freaking bars.
I second that. But what did all of that even mean in the first place?
You see, the game and I move in unison. We play to each other's strengths like an HM. I don't diss the game, then the game won't diss me. Do you two finally understand?
You're making about as much sense as a fire type being frozen. Explain yourself.
It's like digging up that extremely rare fossil in the underground. You cherish it like balls when you find it, but you never forget the hunt and the struggle bug when searching for it. This game is my soulmate. That's the silver lining. We are so fine-tuned together that you guys see the gameplay, but I see the gameplay. If you don't get it, you're a loser.
Wow, all that spiritualistic and enlightenment BS, and he just ends it by calling you a loser. We call that the Joe Biden everyone.
Enough of your odd fables and take down this odd fable.
Remember, we have infinite heals from our bed on this boat, so make great use of it, Joe. Don't rush through each room if you don't want to.
There's a bed I can sleep in? Game of the year, baby. Now I just need to find a victim to get started.
Wait, a what now?
Partner. I said I need a partner to follow me.
My sus meter is off the charts right now. Be careful, Mr. Mac Blowy. One of these days, you'll be sorry.
Don't you worry about who I'm texting or who is in my basement or what crimes I've covered.
Hello? Who just joined the call?
I don't see another user in the VC, but I heard somebody join too. What was that about?
I don't know about you two, but I'm locking in. I'm so hyper-focused, I'm standing up from my chair. Don't even ask me to sit back down.
Now wait a minute, buddy. Could you please sit down?
I can smell our rival is on this boat somewhere, and I'm going to put him out of his misery.
Funny enough, I am in misery.
Now that you mention it, I should probably be saving Dick by giving it CPR. Let me see if there's any dying boys around.
Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs.
You would eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up, fatso. No more mention of food for the rest of the video, or you'll get distracted.
Hold on, guys. DoorDash is here. Back in a sec.
Look at that cutie fly on the left.
We've talked about this, Joe. You're one small accusation away from being shipped off for good. We know you're better than this, Mr. President.
Trying to fight the hypno demons, but I want to capture him so badly.
I really hope Donnie gets back soon enough. Remember what happened last time you and I were left together, Joe?
What? The commenters exposed themselves on who saw the previous episode by asking where that roadblock went. Then we farmed the engagement like some citrus berries?
No, not that. I mean, yes, that did happen and it was funny, but remember the binding vow that was made by that chaotic crammer and stuffer inside of me? That literally came back to bite us like a maw while in the Elite Four, so I'm afraid something like that will happen again.
Don't worry about it, Barack. Since our last bout, I've reset my EVs fully into HP. I have a 12.3% chance to live a Choice Specs World cutting slash from a 252 Modest Sukuna.
That doesn't fill me with a lot of hope considering he invented the move Nasty Plot, but let's hope it just never comes to that.
This Toga Drygon describes your situation perfectly. Your inner being is this dainty, frail little fairy who has been taken over by this demonic presence. Doesn't change the fact that at the end of the day, you're just a Pokemon.
Not quite sure there was a message in that statement, but I appreciate the concern, Joey.
Trust me, Barack, we won't let anything bad happen to you this time around. You're our friend now, and we will vanquish that Cyclozar sucker inside of you once and for all.
Thanks, my brother. You're so thoughtful and kind as always.
Oh, why, hello there, my Pookie Grookie Bear. Let's cut the crap and fill that yap. I brought a 120 pack of ultra extra small condoms for myself, and some lukewarm chalky nice cream for you with the special sauce. Screw the cameras, screw the other two, but most important of all, screw me, you handsome little munchy.
I'm afraid the only screwing that you'll be doing tonight is your whole career. Why don't you take a seat for me right over there?
Guys, is this a setup? Like a cursed Snorlax?
I have no idea, but I'm worried for you, Joe. Well, more so myself, I better not be framed guilty by association on anything.
Hey guys, I'm back. Just got a quadruple Whopper pizza from Burger Hut. This shit is bussin'.
How about I have a slice?
Oh, hey, what's up, Hanson Nader? I've been good this time, I swear.
I'm not here for you again, Trump My Body 69. Today I'm out to catch your little friend Splurgy Mac Cumwad instead.
Guys, seriously, what kind of usernames are these?
Bitches loved it, trust me.
You know, I really could go for a slice of that pizza.
Wait a minute, this guy has caught you before, Donald?
What do you think I've been going to court for recently? Let's just say Melania wasn't exactly fulfilling my needs as much as I wanted, so I ended up spiraling out of down baddiness one night. Biggest regret of my life.
I would hope you would regret seeing a 15-year-old girl. But somehow, Captain Splurge here has set the bar even lower with a 12-year-old instead.
He said he was 18. My cat must have jumped on my keyboard and typed out everything, I swear.
Your pussy ass should write poetry then, because these paragraphs are quite detailed.
Not to mention the age gap is still endless. A guy who is 300,000 years plus dating a teen? Did you think you could integer overflow your age and revert to 10 years old? You thick, clubbing Marowak-looking ass.
What was your plan here tonight, Mr. Cumwad?
Just to hang out. I needed someone to trade Evolve my Haunter. That's all, I swear.
Oh, really? And you expect me to believe that?
I just wanted to make sure the kid was okay and wasn't starving to death, so I brought some ice cream. I even told Donald to bring pizza just in case.
Don't drag me into this, you crow-gunk creep.
Hungry, pizza for me. Give me slice. Now.
Donald, please, it's the only way. You gotta save me, man.
Did you bring condoms with you, Grandpa?
Not regular ones, no.
Why am I not surprised? Was the plan to make balloon animals? Maybe a blow-up giraffe or egg or something?
Look, can I please just go? I've said enough. These videos get gajillions of views and people are going to start subscribing now again, please. I didn't intend on doing anything.
Oh, really? That's not what the chat logs here imply.
Bro really pulled up with the evidence. GG Joey.
His cameras are all 4K for a reason, and you've just been caught. It was nice knowing you, pal.
You say, I want to blank your feebass. I want you to intoxicate me, like Father Swally Ollie, whoever that is, and blank all over my blanking cacturn-shaped blank sideways. What did you mean by that?
To be fair, I thought I said worse. It's not grooming if you say it's for religious purposes, right?
Oh, I'm not quite finished. You say, quote, let's grab 7 of your little kindergarten friends while we are at it and an alpha cray dilly, and let it rapidly spin its 8 corrupted blanks and munch on Daddy JoJo's blank. A bit bizarre, hell of an adventure, while you triple battle my deep chocolate camera-shaped blank.
Again, it could have been worse.
I hate to agree, but he has said much worse in these videos.
Oh, you boys aren't ready for the Chris Hansen third stanza where he drops the blanks and starts dropping bombshells.
Let's see if this jogs your memory. Tyler, please spread these cheeks like Pokey Russ and get to licking like a choice-banded seal on Senpai's enormous enormous. Fuck. Rub my balls until they resemble a +6 roly-coly. And take my colossal load. You Omega Ruby bitch, listen to your alpha male, no sapphire. Be my good little raunchy Ralts and feel around this Caracasta built body. Oh my God, you better have a naughty nature, or else I'll rebreed you all day and night. Until the eggs start gushing out of you. We won't stop until Pokemon Gray is released. So until then, I'll continue splicing you up with my DNA.
What?
The fuck?
There's one last thing you need to know.
Donald, quick, we've got to do something.
That is, I'm Chris Hansen. If you have anything left you'd like to say, now is the best time to do so.
I can't believe after 6,000 incidents, this just had to be the one I get caught on. This ain't even worse than the time I took Jordan's little feet and gently caressed
I'll
him
give
with
you
my
the pizza if you drop the charges, Chrissy boy.
I confirm that trade, no take backsies. I remember your address from our last confrontation, so I'll be there in 15.
Phew, that was a close one. I'm sure you have a lot to discuss on what just happened, Joe, so let's sort it out.
Yay! The Eggie is hatching. Yay, yay.
Seriously.
Man, that's cool. A man cool.
Oh, my jeepers creepers. It's cock stuff. Yupta mupta.
Holy Dusclops gropers, there's more loops thrown in this episode than the type effectiveness of the 3 starters. So we actually hatched a full-on fused Pokemon this time, so what the hell is the ruling on this?
I'm down to keep some cool men around. It's a gift from an egg that I doubt we will get again in the adventure, so let's have it be a once-off.
How hard does this game really get if they're handing out presents like it's freaking Oprah? I'm starting to feel my piss buckets jiggle a little here.
Who the fuck is that Pokemon? It's Chandeldon. Hey, it's the guy from the first thumbnail.
What is so hard to understand about the bit, Joe? You just say the Pokemon's name and you let it fade out. You don't add a little comment at the end. Please, you're ruining it.
Also, I'll get that $1,200 off you next week for the pizza. You're super welcome, by the way.
1,200? Like 1200? Since when did takeout start costing 4 digits?
To be fair, this is the lowest I have ever seen him pay.
What was on that thing?
Quit geeking out on us, Barack, but anyway, everything was on it. I don't mean like all ingredients and toppings from the restaurant. I mean like everything ever was on this precious creation.
Moving along, how are the battles going, Joe? Sorry, we haven't been paying attention to your gameplay much.
It's going fine, to be honest. Still haven't let anyone die because I'm the GOAT. Everybody on the team is getting their fair share of screen time, which goes hand in hand with experience spreading. And overall, I'm sure the fans are just stunned at this unequivocal pro gameplay they are beholding on the screen. And if you don't like it, you smell like hot buns.
Yet again, feels like the last statement is a bit random.
I'd rather be a hot bun than a loser. I swear on my life like an orb. Okay, that's hot.
That is pretty sweet. Finally, a good held item. We haven't seen something like this in ages. If we come across something with sheer force, remember that specific ability negates the health loss of the item while still giving the power boost. That could be a clutch fusion option down the line.
You think I can ever forget the terrifying demon that is you, Nidoking? Ever since he got sheer force, he's been demolishing that secondary tier like he's the King Kaiju. I don't know what's more sickening, the immeasurable increase in power brought about by that synergy, or the fact it's special Nido we are talking about here. Earthquake? Nah, we got Earth Power. Poison Jab? Nah, we got Sludge Wave.
Back in my day, that thing would spam Thrash and unalive anybody who wasn't a ghost type.
I think he still does that in the red and blue speedruns, but I can't remember. It's been a minute since I've checked out the category.
Me too. I lost interest once players were able to warp to the end credits in like 10 minutes. Why can't speedrunners just rewrite the code to have Oak throw it back instead?
A true tragedy and misuse of power indeed.
Trust me, it's extremely underwhelming in 8-bit. Back to the Life Orb, we should keep an eye out for a Nidoking and try fuse him with a Genesect or something to make use of the move pool and stats.
Sounds like a cracked monster. I'll keep a lookout. Oh, hey, look, there he is. I'll try catch him.
I hope he ends the run now.
He's about to lock on. I'm about to lock in. I'll make sure this Paradox Pokemon Iron Stinger gets smacked back to the future.
Nice Psybeam miss, dumbass.
Real talk, aren't the futuristic Paradox Pokemon names so dumb? Every single one of them uses the same prefix, iron. At least the past forms spice it up using words too complicated for Joe, like walking, slither, and great.
Shut up, Paradox Snorlax, aka Sitting Shit Lump. I even agree with your argument.
Looks like you got the key to the captain's office, Joe.
Let me take on a few more trainers before we head there, Barack.
I feel like we are always reminding you, Joe, but what's the comment question for the video?
It's in a Google Doc. Hold on.
At least he came prepared.
Oh, I think I clicked that link to the hottest Pokegals in your area again. Something's not right here.
The incompetence is insane. How is being this old still legal?
We are adjusting the Constitution in regards to it. Just be patient. Anyways, I'll just ask something I can think of on the spot. My two friends, as well as the viewers watching at home, my question is, what is a brand new Mega Pokemon you are hoping to see in the upcoming Legends ZA? I know this one is going to be written off quick enough, but I would love a Pokemon from the newest generation to get a Mega. Something like Tinkaton. Give it base 100 attack to make up for the fact it can't hold a choice band anymore and either skyrocket its speed or defenses. That Gigaton hammer would destroy clans and an entire lineage, all the while being a pain to take down. Give it Intimidate because of the massive weapon that can be seen from 1,000 miles away. And you've got a fantastic new form that fans will surely love.
Definitely a spicy take, Joe, but I see what you're talking about. Since we are heading back to Kalos, my choice is Heliolisk. Boost his special attack and speed to match the likes of Gengar, then give it Drought. Bro just becomes a walking sun. Another thing they could add, which is a lot to ask, is a unique electric move that either gets stronger in Sun or has 100% accuracy like Thunder and Rain. Call it Solar Release, and watch the environmentalists start to bust. Give it stuff like Overheat and Explosion while we are at it.
You basically just created a brand new Pokemon. That is a lot of mega hoops to jump through just to make that lizard a little better. I don't know how to feel about that one. I would choose X-Plow. He already has brilliant HP, so his overall stat boosts and allocations wouldn't really matter. Just slap the punk rock ability onto the guy, and you're golden. The boom bursts that would come out of this thing would be both ear and ass rupturing. Joe's favorite activity, funnily enough.
Ain't nothing funny about the fact we are learning Psyshock, baby. Same power as extrasensory, but it allows us to overcome any special walls. We call it the Blissy Killer where I'm from.
Sounds about right, my brother from a Holy Pomo Pounder. Is that an ability capsule?
I believe that is our second one so far. It's no ability patch, but it definitely isn't bad to have the option of changing the abilities of our party Pokemon on the fly.
I think you have another rival fight coming up, Joe. Any bold strategies you're cooking up for the battle?
Step 1, pray that he doesn't have a legendary. Step 2, pray he doesn't have a cheesy-ass Wonder Guard monster. Step 3, mega kick him in the nuts. Step 4, profit.
Step 5, beg to Lord Allcreamy that he doesn't have Dragon Rage because that'll get somebody killed. Oh wait, never mind, that only applies when Barak is playing. Should be all good to go, Sleepinator.
Don't make me shrivel you up like a Tatsugiri and dragon dance over your limp body, Donald. Watch your mouth, son.
This is perfect. XD is absorbing the statuses from this Batomp, so the next thing that comes out I can set up with GP and Quiver Dance. Once a couple of those are up, I don't see anything living in Aura Sphere, if I'm being honest with you.
Supposedly the only thing that would live is the subscribe button. If all 58% of the viewers who aren't subscribed do so now, the Aura Sphere will even one-shot the ghostly general in the back.
Who's giving back shots to someone's genitals?
Me, you mother chucker, watch and learn. This is some intense mentality type of beat that I'm slaying right now, so back off or else you'll be burnt as if you just touched a lampin.
Professionals like myself only run flash fire chandeliers, so your heat won't affect me.
This has been a great episode for downloading game knowledge, as color change Kecleon could also be quite interesting. Depending on your own moveset, you could structure it around the most common types in the game to have flexible same type attack bonus.
I just want to see how thick a Licky X Kecleon Fusion's tongue would be. Until I witness that wonderful sight, I will suppress my demons.
As someone who is actively suppressing his demon at all times, I take offense to that.
I wish you would unleash your master's wrath upon my frail, nimble body like the bug I am. No homo.
I want to walk right up to this derpy thing and say I'm done with Chew, done Chew. One shot of the game sphere, and he's dead.
It's spherical.
Spherical.
Not as spherical as this guy's black ball coming out its ass, and I would say no homo, but Shoutouts Pride Month. That shit is fire.
I'm only glad it exists for the boosted shiny rate in Pokerogue. My demi-boy Silvally is strong as hell, and I am in love, one might say.
Thank God I'm not the only one addicted to that free game that our editor usually streams every Thursday with his hip-hopping YouTube friends.
Can't believe you think he has friends. Anyways, not enough people subscribed in that earlier segment, so I had to spam Gus to win. Pure embarrassing, I've got to say.
Looks like the cut master's room is up ahead. Reminds me of this emo chick back in high school who said
Hey, dickhead who I actually care about. What did I say in the last series? None of that Zooicide shit is to be made fun of in these videos. Behind closed doors, I will call Barack a Simapore until your Gigantamax Miltank ass fucks off home. But under no circumstances will I joke about either of you leaving my side. We laugh and we fight, but damn, I can't imagine a life where we never met or where we part prematurely. As they taught me in the guild. Number 3, smiles go for miles.
Damn, I'm sorry, Joe. You're right, I won't say anything like that again.
That was the perfect opportunity to say you rubbed one out for the captain of the ship. But there's never any harm reminding the people of your kind message, Joe. We love you, buddy.
I appreciate you both more than you'll ever know. Never forget that. I'm heading back to the center to save today's progress, then I'll hand it off to my bestie for the next episode.
Thanks, my good man. You're both amazing people. I'll see you next week.
Have a cracking weekend, my dudes.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the President's Play, a Pokemon Infinite Fusion Nuzlocke. Last episode, Joe was on a boat, and today it's my turn to take on another gym leader, that being Lieutenant Surge. What's hanging, boys?
I'm doing great, Donald. Just made it to wave 8 million on Pokerogue Endless using Zacian Crown, so I'm riding a high wave of adrenaline right now.
Mighty impressive, Barack. I'm still trying to beat Classic for the first time. I'm sure I'll get there eventually. How are you doing, Joe?
I'm doing good, guys. Always a blast being around you two, so I'm just grateful to be here.
That's awesome, man. Glad to hear it. I'm going to start us off on the right foot today with an amazing Route 11 encounter, then another one in Diglett Cave as well.
You snappy?
You what now?
My guy started speaking Braille there for a second. As we know, he is part Reggie, but forget that. We literally have the opportunity to catch a Pokemon that 70% of players download this game for.
Can't wait for the Gardevoir special where we spend a half an hour fusing her with everything in our box and farm shorts out of it.
And then make a tier list at the end, right? That would be low-key fire like a torch song.
In terms of battling, which is all I care about, it should prove useful. Seems like we are all happy about this. Am I right, Joe?
That's it! I'm putting a new desk on my freaking throne wish list so a desperate fan will buy me one, because this is seriously affecting my health. This shit is like stealth rocks. Every time I switch in to record a video, I take chip damage. I can't keep doing this.
Start using Calm Mind, buddy. This is embarrassing. You expect me to believe that you, of all people, can't afford a basic, non-intrusive desk for your PC setup? I just think it's highly coincidental that every time the Ralts line appears on screen, you sound like Super Mario from any given YouTube poop being diced in a blender.
So what? Are you calling me a liar?
I ain't calling you a truther.
Jolteon basically gives us a free speed boost to whoever we fuse him with. This combo gives us Electric Fairy, which is naturally a baller type, so I don't see a problem keeping it this way.
Do we all here believe this Thundercat is the best evolution?
Vaporeon is definitely a great choice too, but you said it best, Joe. That copy pasta really ruined its perception among the Pokemon community.
Hey guys, did you know that in terms of going outside and touching grass, you are the prime example of gooning to such low-life activity? Y'all got you baited again. Dumbos.
I think in all the good timelines, we mutually agree that Jolty is the best of the Generation 1 choices.
Especially when we come together on these little president playdates to show off our impeccable Pokemon skills.
That is more factual than Heatmore learning Rain Dance.
Of course, that's facts. He was my main rain setter when laddering Gen 5 on Showdown.
Good job capturing this thing. Go ahead and give it an outstanding name.
Call him Zenitsu from Kimetsu no Yaiba.
You suggest that name every time we play through Kanto and Fire Red Sleepy Joe. Give it up already. Instead, I'm going to name it after another admirable anime lightning user, Kashimo.
That fraud? To think I had faith in your ability to nickname things Donald. Screw that femboy farmer.
I'd love to.
He literally got one tapped. I hope this isn't a foreshadowing because these Pokemon synergize so well together.
I'm sure if he's about to die, they'll bust out their maximum technique form or whatever berry, so I wouldn't worry about our little prodigy over here.
Donnie's right, Barack. There's no need to worry about my penis anymore.
Speaking of, we made it to the cave of Joe's dick, everyone.
We've reached Flabebe Cavern already?
Why can I just tell yours is the yellow variant, Joe?
How come we can't get any custom Tangrowth fusions? Maybe there aren't any cool ones in the game just yet.
How can you forget the Tansy from the first episode? I upscaled a screenshot of that thing and it's locked in a vault on my phone with 20 passwords protecting it like a Burmese.
Think of the flexibility we have. We've got 3 diverse fighting types to choose from. I would say this encounter is a Whiskash forehead type of dub.
That raw ball throw was smooth. Nice one, Donnie.
Thank you, my friend. Although I'm surprised Jill never told you I was the master of that technique. Looking at this sprite up close with the messed up pixels, I shit you not, this looks exactly like my paralysis demon, so I'll temporarily call him Dreams for now. I think I have an idea for a fusion within the box.
Hold up. Did you just say this hentai growth is your dream? Are you masking something deep down, Donald?
If I could hazard a guess, I think that's just what the mask is.
That was cringe, boys.
The fighting type will no doubt come in handy, as we only really have Aura Sphere to deal with pesky normal types.
That's true, although I won't be bringing this guy with us just yet. Let's hope this third gym isn't a normal one.
None of them are. This is a randomizer, you silly swoobat.
He didn't mean it literally, Joe. I still want you to strike the lieutenant with a Dunderbolt, if possible, Donald.
Thanks to you, Barack. Technically, I will be able to do that.
All right, freak it. Chew. Hit him with a Dunderbolt.
Are you sure we watched the same anime growing up, Joe?
I never said such a thing. I used to watch the uncensored Indian dub version of the Pokemon cartoon during Pokemania.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't want to hear about all that right now. I have to give my undying focus to possibly one of the worst gym puzzles in the entire franchise.
This is a safe space. You can say it's a zoo real ass.
Literal trubbish, I agree.
I used to know kids who got stuck in this very building and never completed red or blue because of how abysmal it was. It's so unintuitive, requires no skill, and doesn't even look cool. You check trash cans for a chance of a door opening. What the hell, Gamefreak?
Wait, we just got an encounter? Isn't this technically a new area?
I suppose, but you already caught that blast crow in the city last time, Joe. Plus, we've been getting gift Pokemon like there's no tomorrow. Let's just leave this thing to die in the bin where it belongs.
Shoutouts to any dumpster babies out there.
Thanks for the recognition, Joe. Living off thrown out leftovers ain't easy, but only the strong survive in this world.
Would you look at that? We've got a ghost-type gym on our hands.
Just rip off the bandage like a Scorbunny's nose, Barack. When does the Giratina appear?
It's actually pronounced Giratina, you uncultured swine nub.
Well, according to my nerfed future site, it's actually an Aegislash that Surge has. What it is fused with, I don't know.
OMG, a crumb of game knowledge. Thank you, Shuppet Shafter.
Reminds me of a pickup line I used to shoot all the time at the bar. Check it out. Hey girl, give me your number and sign, but I don't need your date of birth. My zodiac is a sword, because no matter the age, I slash.
I didn't know you were one of Drake's ghostwriters, Joe. Man, I just love how my diss track against you ages better than Generation 3.
Call me Roggenrola and snipe shot me through the temple because that was atrocious. Thank God you didn't pull that out during the romantic Winona showdown back in Sapphire, otherwise I might have quit the series then and there.
Speaking of, will we be doing a similar special episode for this series?
Oh sure, buddy. If we manage to fight a stunning, irresistibly hot waifu of a gym leader in episode 17 of this series, then no problem. We will do another lovey-lovey special for all the desperate trainers out there.
Nice one, Desu. I can't wait for that day, Obama.
Joe, he obviously put the sarcasm shampoo in his hair this morning because he's making fun of you. Don't hold your hopes out. This series might not even make it beyond Celadon at this rate.
Who are we kidding? The fact you are struggling with this simple-ass puzzle like you're out of PP doesn't fill me with confidence. Can't believe our run ends in a literal trash heap-looking gym. Not because of a super strong opponent or fatal mistake, but because you're too incompetent to find a switch. I have never seen the likes.
What else am I meant to do? Nope, no switch. Nope, no switch. Oh, Tropius banana back shots, a switch. This one, bitch.
It was the one on the left. Hold that El Bozo.
What a circle throw from a literal circle.
Redemption time. We are going down, down.
Oh, sugar, you'll be going down swinging all right. Give me my loaded gun complex.
Go on then. Cock it and pull it.
Boys, don't be falling out on each other. Have you not completed this puzzle yet, Donald? Geez, man, what is good with you?
I'm trying to run around here.
You? Running? That'll be the day.
Look, I found it again. You two are saying it's all the way over here on the left?
Let me at him, let me at him. I'm gonna run out his neck like a Carnivine and
Yikes,
seed bomb
yikes,
Trump Tower.
You both said to the left, to the left. When I don't do that, you shout at me. When I do it, you shout at me even harder, and not in a good way, Poppy.
It can only be in adjacent trash cans. How do you not remember simple, albeit annoying puzzles from games aimed at a younger audience?
Oh, my Mac rib, what in the freakity fast food haven is that? That is straight up creepy.
It's a Trevenant for the ghost typing, but who is the head of the fusion?
It's Feebas, guys. You can tell by the coloring, although it seems a bit too specific. It must be a reference to something. Is it because it's so ugly its leaves fell off? Or is it to promote that even if you are naked, that is not something to think makes you hideous?
Well, Donald is the most horrific-looking human with clothes on, but especially off. His fat rolls each look like Empress Bullblacks from the Pikmin series.
You literally look like Emperor Bullblacks, you old dying specimen.
So does that mean you two breed together?
Shut up, Titan Dweevil. Those families might not be related. Before I take on this gym leader, I just want to show the fans where we have been grinding in between episodes. Sure, we could use rare candies to save a bunch of time, but that doesn't feel earned. It's all about the journey and whatnot.
Plus you're gaining effort values from each battle, Donald, which do go a long way in a challenge run like this.
Basically, we rematch this bug catcher and continuously grind off of his shelf. Since it is half Chansey, the experience gain is huge. Dark Osama just leveled up twice from one battle.
I know I'm not in tune with the lingo, but did you say shilf? What is that?
Sheep Milf Barak, keep up.
My plan for this upcoming gym fight is simple. Use the corrupted onion fairy and spam fade attack. If something goes wrong, I'll deal with it when I get there.
Surge likely has 3 monsters, so what other 2 are you going to bring to the battle?
Probably the derp and either the God Duck or GP. I don't see why I would need to use either of them, but they generally have the better matchup spread. Lord knows we don't need XD eating a stab Shadow Ball, especially considering he nearly dropped in Barak's last episode.
I had that under control like a Pecha runt, please.
I just realized, Donald, if you don't let anything die this episode, we will have gone the full rotation without losing anybody. That would be some huge street cred to gain early in this adventure.
This battle signifies we are a third of the way through the game already. What do you mean early?
Just start the match, Donald. I'm curious to see if the lieutenant here passes the fit check today.
He's got the shades, so he automatically passes through like a ghost type. Pretty sure they are Ray-Bans just like the ones I do be rocking.
Who's rocking a doobie?
Say no to drugs, Barak, and Whelp. There's the Aegis/Fusion. Shitballs!
Well, I stand corrected. At least we get to see a decent Tangela sprite this video.
I already did my mispronounced Pokemon for Raging Bolt Bait, you walking wanker. I'm going to +6 on this Home Claws strat right now.
He's using growth, he's using growth. If he hits you with a clean neutral hit, it's rest in peace to the freaking Onion Fairy. Sukuna said we have to hold on to him, remember?
Nothing is living a fate attack from my Lord Incarnate. I feel at one with the darkness. Maybe I should just give in to it again?
Embrace the darkness, Donald, but do not let it consume you.
This temptation cannot be beat. Let me unlock my latent 120% maximum potential.
Nobody's dying, so just let him Obama.
Fine, now's your only chance.
Here comes the power of HMO5. Kokusen, Barak Flash. I know the guaranteed critical hit was overkill, but it still looked pretty cool, right?
The name needs a little work, but good shit overall, Donald. I'm currently saluting the soldier you just took down as a way of saying goodbye to our American hero. Please do the same.
I'm not giving this Armor Rouge annoyance the time of day. All he does is hang out in the back of his gym, charging up a brutal flash kick, ready to confirm into Ultra on any unsuspecting trainers. I told you both, I know this matchup inside and out like a puku-muku.
Hey, look, it's one of the professor's aides, no HIV.
Can you not read? It's a researcher at Pewter Museum. Looks like he's got a gift for us.
HM07 teleport? That sure as hell ain't Waterfall. There weren't even more than 5 hidden machines in Kanto.
He said it acts like Fly, which is super handy to have this early in the game. I'll teach it to the derp right now, but I'm going to backtrack through Diglett's cave to see if there's any extra items or NPCs we can talk to before we progress through the region.
Sounds good to me, Donald.
Say, boys, did either of you see the Nintendo Direct the other day? I messaged the both of you for your opinions, but I understand we are all typically busy people. Maybe we can talk about it now?
Oh, sorry, Barack. Donald and I were in a call at the time reacting to it live with Bush, Snoop, Logan, Bernie, Ernie, Scott, Jimmy, and Timmy. We all discussed how fire it was, though, don't worry.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's totally cool. Of course I understand.
It was pure magmortar. New Mario and Luigi, Metroid Prime, Mario Party, Ace Attorney Investigations, and Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Nintendo really march-stomped the competition this summer. All huge announcements, gaming is back on the map, baby.
We are still running the sticks in MVC2 on release day, right, Donald?
1,000,000% Joe. Right after our massage and spa session, right?
And our 9-course 5-star meal prepped by Gordino himself. How could you forget my goofy little bestie?
Oh, ho, ho, ho. You're so right, my one and only Smoliv Ravioli. It's gonna be the greatest bestie day we have ever had.
You said it, not me.
The way you take my heart like a Manaphy god, I am so in love with you,
So,
my
like,
man.
do you guys do this often?
Ha! I don't know if you would classify daily calls, meetups, story sharing, and texting often, Barack.
I mean, yeah, I would say that's pretty often to be keeping in contact with someone. Now that I think of it, I don't have either of your numbers or Facebooks or Chapchats or Insta-Kilos or whatever. I only have you both as friends on Discord, and even then it's just so we can watch each other play these Pokemon games.
Hey, we invite you to Fortnite Fridays, too.
You actually never have, Joe.
Really? Skill issue.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't drag and rush the process, Evoltol. Maybe you'll get there someday.
Oh, we are so going to skitter smack talk about this later. I've already DM'd you an insult about this memento monkey Donnie.
That'll give me a good laugh. Thanks, sweetie. This tutor teaches bug bite for a mere 2K, which is chump change to us, especially me at this point. There was also a lady in the house up north who would take poison mushrooms from Viridian Forest and give us repels and stuff. I'm not getting my hopes up, though, as I bet the item she gives us is random.
Well, looks like you're about to put in some slave labor, Donald, as I just saw like 1,000,000 cut trees out the back of this guy's house. Let's see how you like Dim Applins.
Oh no, am I in the bad timeline again? Am I in danger?
Relax, Joe. I'm about to blitz through this faster than a scarf Dragapult. Here we go. Who the fuck is that Pokemon? It's my Milovenant. That wasn't so bad. I'm ready to receive my massive reward.
This guy just whipped out his cock. A bit sus that he also resembles Joe, but considering how apparently close you two are, I'm not surprised you were so eager to trim his bush.
Shut up, you gucking girder monkey.
I don't even get offended anymore by the words you storm throw at me. There's no conviction, no oomph behind it. You just say it in the most monotone narrator voice that it's hard to take serious. Sticks and stones or whatever.
This guy gave us shears, so we don't need cut anymore. You can also overwrite HMs without a move deleter? That's sick. Hey, what's this area?
Take the shock drive and leave this place. Wander around any longer and the voices from hell shall screech louder than a Noivern. You know what? I'm done. Ryoki Tenkai.
I'm out of there. I'm out of there. I'm out.
What was that? What was that?
Ahahaha. April Fool's suckers. I used Mimic to imitate Sukuna there for a second. I got you boys pretty good there, huh? I was just a little salty for being left out of your private conversations, but I know that's no way to be, so I had to express my anger in some other form. I hope you understand I love you guys really.
Oh, sure. I understand. Joe, on the other hand, looking like an enraged Mighty Ina. Sick him boy.
You cocky monkey. You cocky monkey.
Okay, relax. I'm sorry.
You cocky monkey.
I get it. I'm sorry.
You cocky monkey. You cocky monkey. You cocky monkey.
April was also 3 months ago, you pit of puncher. I wasn't even scared. It was just a bit that I do with my hero Suki where I act all frail and defenseless like a Magikarp as he strikes me down and yada 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 yada. You wouldn't understand. A man like me doesn't feel fear.
That's because your brain signals have to travel across the land far and wide, aka your set, tightened, thick, fat body, to alert your nerves that you should be feeling fear.
You smell like a goo draws gooch right now, Joe. I don't want to hear it. I'm going to grab these extra items alongside reviving the sail fossil we have and end the episode. How does that sound?
That's fine, but don't you have a comment question to ask Donald?
Damn, I forgot we were doing that again. I'll get to it in 2 seconds. Let's hope we get a Guratini now that we have its form-changing orb.
That pronunciation was a longer reach than Decidueye's ability. Donald, please stop triggering the fans.
Considering all of our encounters consist of 2 Pokemon, it's not that far-fetched like the duck.
Very, very true, Barack.
Isn't there another egg down south?
I hate when Joe remembers something because it makes us look dumb by default, but correct. I'm guessing this thing is a rarer bug type, like a Paris or a Pineco or something.
Either way, whenever it hatches, we can fuse it with cock stuff and wonder trade it into the ether for something cool.
Hey, look, guys, the game is giving out more free nightmare fuel. How kind.
We need to stop holding out on the comment questions so late in the video because now we will have to cram it in last minute. Heaven knows I love sparking these discussions like a Pachirisu on that Zawzaw.
What? Whoa. That's the second time he's referenced Mary Juana today.
Hold on, I smell a side quest inbound. I can accept this now to buy us time for my question.
That was a big brain play, Cali Rex. We are both oh so proud of you. I might need to source me a Cali Rex tonight now that I think about it.
No. 3 times the charm like a fan pea.
All right, I'll give this bitch the sail fossil and venture out to squash some bugs. I might even find one in this room.
That would be stupid. Why would Barry B. Benson attack you in a restoration lab like this? The scientist could just revive you if you died to him.
Why can't I just clip through the top of this machine? Get on it, devs. My hard-earned cash is going to waste on such a buggy game.
Let me clarify, this is a non-profit game. He didn't pay a cent for it. Don't go around saying that, Guzzlord.
Judging by the way that attendant was speaking earlier, it looks like this is just going to be a Beedrill Beehive excavation mission. Psybeam and Shock should wipe this crucial bug from existence. Anyhow, viewers, my comment question of the day is this. Who is your favorite starter Pokemon in the whole series?
Obviously Charmander. My day one, and I ain't talking about I mean the superior fire flying type here. Face it, everyone has liked Charizard at some point in their life. Call him overrated or overused all you want. I don't know a single person who saw him for the first time and said, wow, that's totally not the coolest thing ever. They even brought him back numerous times in the anime for Ash and for people like Elaine and Leo. They really dropped a peak Pokemon at number 6 in the Pokédex and failed to outclass him ever since, huh? That's wilder than the grass he singes.
My choice feels like it's changing daily because some of these guys are freaking awesome, but I would probably say as of this moment, Torchic. Another fire pick in the most literal sense of the word, but goddamn they were cooking with this design. I love the fact that it was the first starter to be banned to Ubers with its insanely powerful speed boost ability. He also works well as a pocket counter pick for Pokken. I've discovered some wacky tech for the character that the world has yet to uncover. If I just tore through the bracket at Evo as intended, the world would know the true power of this hot-kicking and feet-licking chicken.
Funny you say that, as I would say Trico for one reason. Mystery Dungeon. Grovyle was the freaking goat of that story, literally made the Explorers game so interesting and thought-provoking. His special episode goes hard, and to me he is this anti-hero / vigilante icon, proving sometimes you gotta do bad things to get good things done in this world, and he's just the mid-stage. Sceptile is a beast in his own right, but I will say that the trio from Ruby and Sapphire are pretty much neck and neck in terms of choice. I wouldn't skull bash anyone for picking Torchic or Mudkip, it is that close.
I noticed that we picked a lot of earlier generations, which is based to say the least. Can I ask you guys when you think they fell off with the starter choices?
Gen 5, obviously, that's when Pokemon as a franchise began to crumble like Sky Pillar to me.
I wouldn't say they fell off, but the first 4 generations had some insanely tough choices for an initial partner Pokemon, whereas the later games usually have 1 clear winner, 2 at best. You know what I mean?
All that for Epoxy Water Gen? The experience wasn't even that much, what a waste of time.
That's exactly what I was going to get to, Joe. Like Gen 7 are all misses except Incineroar, Gen 8 Cinderace maybe? Even then, he mid as hell in Gen 9, I don't know, Meowscarada. Fuecoco started off promising, but by the time it evolves into Skeledirge, the design gets too wacky and complicated.
I do like the Weed Cat for the memes, but if it wasn't for modern internet culture, I don't think I would care half as much.
I gotta go deposit a stupid Pokemon because my party is full. Call me DJ Khaled because I'm suffering from the success of not having anyone die this video.
I mean, I'd still call you him for a different reason.
Another one.
I may be fat, but so too are my pockets. They're like a bottomless box. The wealth is never ending.
Just like that war you have going on against obesity. When will the violence stop?
Another one.
One of these things is fantastic, the other is a floppy fish.
Coffagrigus has a lot of great fusion potential, and it's bulky enough we will get great use out of it. Stunfisk, on the other hand, is a bit confusing. Why did they add him to this game? I doubt many people were crying out for his inclusion.
You know what I'm thinking? When we evolve Curlia, what will it look like blended with the fish? Like, how do you make that flat thing look cute?
What's wrong with flat women, Donald? They can't be attractive?
What? I didn't mean it like that. Personally, I don't mind if a woman's jugs are Dynamaxed or flatter than paper Princess Peach.
Oh God, no, I meant what's wrong with flat earther women. They were kind of cooking with that theory. I absolutely need me a Gigantamax girly built like an Orbeetle.
Should have kept that one in the drafts, Joey. Big ups, Donald. You played well today, all things considered. Remember, my DMs are always open if you ever want a 9-hour buddy-buddy talk.
All right, I'm outside your gaff, Donnie. Wrap up the video so we can hurry down to the hot springs.
Hello, folks. Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Infinite Fusion. We are starting off with another training recap as we show off some new pairings I've gone ahead and put together for this episode. First, we have Hoot Hoot and Tentacool, which is a work in progress. Then Mantike and Coffagrigus, and finally the highlight of this group, reversing our Blastoise and Honchkrow fusion.
Damn, that is a literal mob leader who keeps the opera on him. I love it.
This guy has definitely silenced some snitches in his days. He looks like he takes no bull from anyone.
Nobody can deny this is probably a top 3 fusion we've obtained easy. I went ahead and called him Capone. It's the most fitting nickname I could think of.
Solid start. What's next?
I evolved the inferior plane looking Onion Fairy so that it was at least fused with a Marowak. Still no custom sprite on this one, however.
Don't worry, his true form will arise someday. This is merely a fraction of his power available to the human race right now.
Dark Osama clears every day, Joey.
Pretty sick training arc, I must say, Obama.
There's one other thing that I did but forgot to record prior to this episode, so let's show it off with a quick team overview. I actually went ahead and evolved our Mantike fusion into a Kofagtine, which I've nicknamed Zato-1 from the Guilty Gear series. Tell me those hands don't remind you of our good boy Eddie.
I prefer that man and the bed man and Saul Goodman personally. Who else you rocking today?
We've got the femboy Koshiamo, the newly acquired Cannon Bomber Capone, the classic boy the Derp, the improved ground elemental hero Osama, and finally that overworked but rightfully underpaid sussy chimp GP.
This might be the most vicious team we have composed all series. Delightfully devilish, Obama.
Speaking of steaming some hams, who is ready to receive some super effective Barack shots today?
Hey, yo!
What the tangled Pidgeotto feet did this grown man just say to me?
Let me share you a secret, my boys. I reached a new level of enlightenment the other day. You see, I tried to shiny hunt a Manaphy in the Generation 4 games. The setup was a freaking nightmare Shoutouts Darkrai, and I've hatched over 20,000 eggs. Guess how many shinies I've gotten? 0. That stings. So now I'm going to fulfill my sole purpose in life and literally kill God fused with a pom-pom cheerleading bird. The world shall not stop me.
Hey, Donald, you're good at translating bullshit. What did all of that mean?
I don't know what makes you think that, but all I heard was, I'm so jealous I need somebody to cure my salt like a Garganackle.
That's ironic because that move inflicts pain instead of curing it. Huh, like rubbing salt in a wound.
You're totally right, buddy. I'm so lucky and grateful to have such a terrific friend and the one and only Mr. Kiss Your Sister Mac Blowy Joey. Where would I be without you?
Trying to kill swag. Silence.
I thought you murdered God a second ago?
I see we've got Zesty Barack with us here today. How far are you going to try get through in this episode?
I'll try blitz through the rock tunnel, but we actually have tons of encounters opened up to us now that we have cut, which we will shortly capitalize on. Before that, I just want to address something. A couple of commenters have been complaining that we don't really commentate our gameplay a lot. First, we are still relatively new to the whole Let's Play formula. We are not perfect and always looking for feedback on how to improve the entertainment of our videos. Second, and the main reason, our gameplay is so chucking rock solid like a Rhyperior that we rarely need to talk about it play by play.
9 would disagree on that.
What gameplay? What are you talking about? Isn't this our podcast channel?
Come on, Joe, skipping the pills again? You need to get back to popping them like a Leo.
Who told you I was back on the penis enlargement pills? It's the only way I can get my PP up nowadays.
Bottomtis?
Too much info there, Joe.
Anyways, yeah, so pretty much we will make a conscious effort to try and talk about what's on the screen. Our editor tells us this all the time too, we just never listen to him because he's a 6-foot midget.
I mean, look at that Pawk Reno. A mid-stage with a custom sprite. Now that's insane in the freaking membrane.
Insane in the, yeah, that's actually a cool little thing.
Back to speaking half sentences, I see. Reminds me of our debate the other night.
Oh, you guys had a fight? I'm totally not hitting the shmoney dance right now. How did it go?
Not great for Dementia Joe over here. My boy was stuttering more than Scarlet and Violet. I swear on Jaw.
He threatened me with a dual mag pack-a-punch gallo.
Not you directly, to be fair.
Hold that thought for a second, Dick Toffin. First encounter of the episode. Let's get it.
It's Dog's brother. Dog's brother. Woof woof. Woofity woofity.
Well, Suigoon is definitely better than Entei because its defenses are more reliable. What do you think, Donald?
Arf, 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 arf.
I really should have expected that. Well, if you were able to catch a legendary doggo with just 3 balls back in Sapphire Joe, I should have no problem with this guy. I've got like 50 healed balls or something. This thing is ours.
What nickname are you thinking for him? I'm sure it will be a temporary one, but just curious.
I think I'll call him Brody, the blue dinosaur squishmallow. I always wanted one, but could never seem to get my hands on him.
Are you sure you don't want me to perform the ball's incantation, Barack?
That has a serious effect on your life force, which we all know you can't afford to lose much more of.
But I will live for eternity.
Better to be safe than sorry. It's fine, I've got this. You two go take a breather or something while I snag this thing no XD.
Alrighty then. I'm going to pull up the Steam Summer Sale while you secure this thing.
OMG, share your screen, Joe. Let's see if there's any cool 2-player games we can grab on offer.
You'll be fine, Barack. You are the strongest after all.
Yeah, the strongest.
Hey, Barack. Sorry that took 2 hours. Wait.
Have you still not caught this thing?
Almost there. Almost there. Almost there.
Incredibly sus, but. Match up, munchies. You only had 2 balls left. What in the bay leaf happened?
This is the one. This ain't the one. Almost there, I promise.
Jesus criminy.
Repeat ball. Smoke this Meganium. Like how I just smoked that P.E.K.K.A.
What?
Did you just say you're back on that Crow Gunk Skunk Pack? What the hell, dude?
Screw health implications. We've got more pressing matters to talk about. You had 53 chances to catch this guy and you failed? My brother, you are a disgrace. How can you allow that to happen?
I was going through more withdrawals than a freaking Squirtle. Back down. You two pushed me to this level. Never forget it.
Damn, I really wanted that water walking doggy.
Trust me, Donald, everybody and their 2 mothers were hoping we would capture him.
Let me just head back to the Mount Moon Observatory to replenish those heal balls.
So am I right to say Fraud Bomber's 100% twat form is back in action?
Listen, guys, let me cook. I've literally never felt better about my plays. I promise you, I won't lose anybody ever again in this playthrough.
I'm not falling for that, but if you say it changes your nature to calm, then put your money where your mouth is and prove yourself this episode. It has been a hot minute since you've hit up a sacred fire, but you better stay sharper than a bird might.
Hey, look, guys, I should probably watch for the Dragon Rage because it'll annihilate me in 2 shots, right? Bah-ha-ha-ha-ha-ha-ha.
Barack, stop tempting the game seriously. Your history with that move is on the same legacy as the beef between Groudon and Kyogre, so stop calling it out.
The Dragon Rage and Barack rivalry goes back further than Vegeta's hairline. Weavile looking ass.
Stop getting pissed off, you angry Agrons. Most of our team has about 80 hit points by now, so it would take at least 3 Dragon Rages to knock them down now.
It's actually funny you mentioned that about the Weavile Joe. Didn't we recently?
Hush, Donnie, hush.
Say, Chucklecucks, how did your bestie day or whatever go last week? You went to revitalize yourselves in a hot spring, was it?
It was fine, but that's when we actually got into that teeny bit of an argument on the way there. Joe said Shining Pearl was better than its counterpart, but I told him Brilliant Diamond was leaps and bounds ahead. It's insane the amount of detail that went into the D game and how fascinating its world and mechanics turned out. I can't remember a darn thing about the Pearl remake. It's hard to recall a single memorable moment.
Now hold on there, Trump. Shining Pearl's ecosystems and environments are a lot more appealing than Diamonds, and I will die on that hill. There's just a certain magic and atmosphere that it captures that Dialga's game can't replicate. The exclusive Pokemon are just breathtaking. Have you seen that sexy thing called Teddiursa? The two couldn't be more distinct from each other, and it is 1000% in Pearl's favor.
They're the fucking same game! You iggly buff idiots! You're fantastic politicians. You both just said a whole load of nothing. So you canceled the trip?
Well, I tried selling the coupons to Snoop. He said, why would I want tickets to Chillax at my own hot spring? It was quite confusing, honestly.
Oh, that smoke-blowing and ill-flowing Torkoal.
Speaking of, the conversation got quite heated. So much, in fact, we ended up having a live debate on CNN over it.
Oh, really? Tell me more, tell me more.
Well, here's the idea. I got this idea, and the idea is that this idea, with the idea is my idea that Miss Magius.
Joe, it's okay. I don't have your family at gunpoint behind the cameras anymore. You can form your sentences like normal again.
Thanks, sucker.
No problem, loser.
At least this ducking duck is dead.
I still don't see why you would want a Farfetch fused with anything, but hey, at least the sprite work was cool.
Hey, looky guys, it's Chomp Chomp, my pride and Nurse Joy. Wouldn't it be tragic if he whipped up a fierce dragon rage right now? Krahahahahaha.
If he didn't hit himself in confusion, I actually would have high jump kicked your left thigh Obama. I swear on my grassy ass waifu Serena.
She ain't as thick as the loving Lilligant, so miss me with that putrid mess Joey.
Oh yeah? How would it make you feel if you knew I used Bloom Doom on a little sweet swaddle last night, huh? Where's your thick goddess now?
Someone get me a Rotom Mo so I can shred every other grass type in existence pronto. Wait, scrap that. Switch him to heat so I can cause even more pointless forest fires. That'll help.
Who the fuck is that Pokemon? It's Pal King. Finally made it past all those trainers. Before anybody says it, this is still Route 9, so we don't have a new encounter. Once we get Surf, we can catch 2 new wild Pokemon down south on Route 10 and the power plant respectively.
Oh man, that's so long away.
Hold on, I've spotted a cut tree just below prior to entering the center. Mayhaps we can access some grass early?
Certainly a possibility, Dolend. Let me just speak to these mere peasants before we have a goosey gander.
This chick is saying that this rock tunnel place is darker than a Zorua. We do have the Flash HM, don't we?
We do indeed, Joe, but for a man who has played through Red and Blue hundreds of times or whatever it was, you seem to forget a lot about the Kanto region.
What are you talking about? This is a new area added to the game. This wasn't in Generation 1.
Bro, moment.
Oh, looky here. We have early access to the power plant as well. Guess it's time for another 2 unexpected potential team members.
Stop for a sec. Why am I craving a cheeky Mackers all of a sudden?
Nothing new there. Now let me clutch.
What did I say about Vegeta earlier? Pretty sure the letter M was based off of his forehead. Rumor has it God created the horizon after analyzing how far back the Saiyan prince's hairline went.
Joe, you can't say anything. Every time I look at your forehead, I can see the day of my own birth. An onyx could lie across that thing with room to spare. I don't want to hear it.
Come on, Donald, don't be so mean to Joe's receding hairline. If I had a face that ugly, I'd be running away from it too.
Hey, Bardock Chokebama, how many balls you got?
I've got 100 hanging heel balls, 9 plump premier balls, and 2 of the biggest dusk balls you've ever seen, baby.
Well, I think I speak for both of us here in the call, as well as the definitely subscribed audience when I say we don't have time to watch this vile creature break out of its spherical prison hundreds of times. You have my permission to kill him now since we know you can't capture for shit.
Dragon rage me. Veggia.
We are going to be here a while, aren't we?
Anyways, yeah, I'll catch this pimp and call him Vegeta. Not only has he got the whack-ass hairline, but he's blue like his iconic Saiyan armor and has a tail.
Did Yajirobe cut off yours too, Barack?
Nope. I voluntarily cut mine off because I was getting enough tail as it was from Joe Mama.
God damn.
Joe's mama is so fat and always sticking out her tongue, I call her Thicky.
Yeah, that checks out.
Strange response, but not as strange as Barack actually being competent enough to catch something in this video.
This is the type of skill you achieve when you hit that Quilava equilibrium. Even though we just met this guy, he looks sort of naked without the cape, so I'm going to keep that and the scepter.
I can't explain it any more than you just did, but it makes sense for some reason.
I suppose it fits the prince's regal appearance, too.
With a typing of Dragon Ice, he's got a whopping 5 weaknesses. That's not great, but at least he looks cooler than Baxcalibur's stubby ass. I say we box him until we can evolve him further.
Although he's a decent mid-game pick with a guaranteed 40 damage on Dragon Rage, don't forget that.
We haven't had a Zapdos in our journey, so now's your chance, Barack.
I wonder what's in that Master Ball down there? Also, when will you remember the encounters or randomized Joe?
Are you sure? They don't seem too different so far.
Ah yes, who could forget soloing Blue with the Haunch Toys back in '97?
Trevenant fusions apparently go crazy in this game. I'm not too sure what we could cook up with a Wigglytuff, but there's got to be some cool combos with him.
More importantly, how are you planning on weakening this thing without schmurdering him to Timbuktu and back?
Easy, Donnie. Just rip the crispest willest of the wispus and sizzle this pizzle. Faux rizzle.
Translation: let the burn drain his health slowly.
I can't imagine this thing has a high capture rate, so this should be another guarantee. But this is Fraud Bomba we are talking about, folks, so temper flare your expectations. Anyone else think Phantom's signature move is pointless? It just adds the grass type to the enemy, which is cool that it can create triple typings, but it doesn't do any damage, so it's just a waste of a turn.
Fun fact, If we use Forest Curse on our dragon and Ice Vegeta we caught earlier, it would become weak to 10 types. That's the most weaknesses a Pokemon can achieve in these games.
Top 5 reasons proving the Infinite Fusion series is scripted. How did you just have that knowledge ready to recite?
Who doesn't read through the Bulbapedia trivia sections when they're bored? We caught another Jiggly boy in an electrical-powered dungeon, so I'm going to call him Cheap Cuck. You're welcome, Joey.
Cheap cock! Cheap cock!
This guy's a cheap cuck.
Mother.
Cucker.
All right, hobos, and you majestically pink slowbros, let's finally get a start on the rock tunnel.
Let's get hype. An annoying dark damp cave that has wild Pokemon every 5 steps, trainers every corner, and probably worthless items that sell for pitiful amounts of Pokédollars. How could it get any worse?
You're correct. This shall prove to be one of our most difficult ventures yet, mainly because our marts don't have healing potions, so the team and health that we start with is all we have.
I knew it was too good to be true. The incoming death montage is just what we needed today.
This shall be a true test of attrition, patience, and hopefully super luck to help us survive without letting the party drop dead.
Thank the Lord Mac Chicken that it's you in the driver's seat, Barack. If you had passed this on to Sleepy Joe for this episode, I could see Capone getting a golden cap popped in his ass.
They call me Mr. No Deaths for a reason, you hairy mama.
Nobody calls you that, dry skin daddy.
I wouldn't worry, as Capone has proved his worth this episode in spades. His water guns must be actual 44 magnums because the air gets gloomy when he shoots.
Well, Barack, it's about time you pull out the heater called the derp and let it flash.
That was almost worth a freaking bars drop, but he ain't a fire type, so you just missed the mark, Joe.
Give him props, Barack. The derp has the fiery tail, so the word heater is still a double.
No, I respect it. If he handed out a freaking bars compliment every episode, it would devalue its meaning.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh, Mittens is back, guys. Rejoice!
Wait, you actually had a cat called Mittens? I thought that was a quirky joke back in episode 3. You're telling me it was true?
There, buddy, everything will be okay. Daddy's gonna capture you in a confined spherical home where you will remain safe. I'll feed and water you every day, I promise.
This isn't one of your plants from the field you used to work in, Barack. Get it together. You're obviously feeling a lot of emotions right now, so catch this thing first. Then we will discuss whether it'll be dinner or a team member.
I like the former.
Mittens, 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 mittens.
Is anyone else seeing the irony in the fact the first part of Remo Peon sounds like Rom, and Barack calls him Mittens? Mitt Romney?
To think if he won that election instead, the president's play genre would be dominated by 3 hilarious white dudes. Look at what you took from us, Obama.
It would have been too funny as flute white boys in their pet gumshoes. Don't put yourself to our supreme level.
I think it's time for a comment question. But before I ask it, I just want to say I was surprised at who the #1 answer was for last week. It wasn't even close. Donald asked you guys who your favorite starter was, and the winner was not Charmander, Froakie, or Mudkip. It was actually Bulbasaur, which was a bit of a thunder shock.
I mean, I like the little guy, but I didn't know so many people loved him to that degree.
Guess he's #1 in the Pokédex and is a fan favorite. Quite a coincidence.
Moving along to today's question. Viewers, what is your favorite status condition? Mine is Burn, because it's arguably the most fair one out of the lot. Having your physical attack can tear down your choice banded monster, but special shooters are still good to go. The residual damage is consistent, doesn't build up over time, and isn't a major killer. If you get burnt, it'll hurt, but you can still overcome it if you handle the situation right. As Joe says, you better have Burn heal.
That's because I've got more roast than Season 1 Ash Ketchum.
Okay, no, he was an uncontested beast in his own right.
I'm getting there. I'll just say sleep and pass the mic. We all know why.
We are aware you're a sleep percent runner, but explain in terms of Pokemon why you love it, Joe.
It's just super powerful. There's nothing quite like it. Completely immobilizing your opponent's Pokemon is the best thing you can do in any given situation. You can freely set up, attack, or switch out, and have a very high chance of gaining the upper hand. I do admit the games need to implement some sort of sleep clause like they do on the battle simulators, because in some randomizers and Battle Frontier battles, you can have your whole team stuck in a napping loop with no way out.
I'm going with an unexpected answer, but I'm sure many will agree on Frostbite. The exclusive Legends Arceus condition that acts like Burn, but lowers the affected monster's special attack instead. As you said, Obama, it's not an inherently broken status by any means, just a nice stable damage over time to inflict on the enemy. However, the main reason it's my favorite is because it fixes the worst condition of them all. Freeze.
Well, I know who just bought a new printer, because that is straight up facts.
A 10% chance to just completely fuck you over?
Faint attack won't kill us here, right?
It was nice knowing you, Ed Boy.
Brock, get it together, man. You just started this dungeon. Don't be so reckless.
Burn, baby, burn.
Miss more Infernos.
Well, I seem to be in rather a rickle of a pickle right now. Maybe the editor can save me from this reckoning.
Poniard has a respectable 85 attack stat, whereas Rayquaza has a whopping 150. No matter what way it averages or skews, this dude is going to be whacking it hard, no homo.
Wow, so now it's gay to go ham on your own Lechonk. What has society come to?
Nothing to worry about. 2 shots of Aura Sphere and this guy is taking an early exit to Lavender Town. Say what's up to that deadbeat Marowak for us.
Okay, normally I let these comments sizzly slide by, but what is bro yapping about?
Wait a second, Reggie inbound. I'm just going to pull my Porky Oinkalogne. I'll be back when I'm done. All right, I'm back. Please continue, Donald.
That ghostly figure is one of the most respected Pokemon in the entire series for how it literally died trying to protect its baby Cubone. You can't go around saying they were a deadbeat. The fans won't take that well.
I mean, I get it. We don't necessarily know if they were a good parent, but statistically, some of them would have mistreated their children, right?
He's got a point. We don't know if that Marowak was a caring mother or a neglectful one. In the Pokemon Origins anime, the baby Cubone is seen wearing somebody's skull in a flashback prior to its mother dying, so maybe it was adopted. Food for thought?
I'll take food for 200, please.
Okay, I take it back. That's enough talk about child abuse or whatever Joe gets up to on a Thursday. I'm trying to win here.
It's every Sunday at 7:56 a.m. Get it right.
You know, if you weren't so lazy, Barack, you would backtrack to the center right now while it's still early in this labyrinth. Although knowing you, you've probably memorized the map layout prior to this episode.
I know I have, but Joe certainly hasn't.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that?
Oh, nothing. Just look at Koshimo Dai.
Broke Bama, you're acting weird again. I'm going to start calling you Gen 5 because I don't like this.
Hey, the two of us make up black and white, I just realized.
Weird? You're calling me weird of all people? The most solid legend out of the 3 of us call me Reggie Cock.
And now he's trying to become a rap god. This episode is as good as over.
Doesn't Selenia sound like a salad dressing or something? Pass me the Selenia sauce, mother.
What would you know about salads?
These funks are getting pwned by Capone. Oh, what a twist of fate he has in store, just like you both.
And now he's speaking that cryptic, unknown language.
We only speak Presidentese on this channel. Remember, Barack?
Ah, yes, I shall work on it for next week. Scurry, you too.
Wait, what?
Are you ending the episode like a...
Oh my good goody, this is about to get funny. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to keep these episodes going and flowing, as that support means more than anything to our editor. Have a fantastic weekend, and we will be back very soon. So long.